We're live. We're live. Wasn't gonna do a live, but I'm like, why not? Haven't feels like I haven't done one in a while. Couple of passing thoughts on a few subjects. The Teofimo Lopez versus Jermaine Ortiz fight. I have that fight on my mind. I think that's a really interesting fight. You know what I mean? It's a really interesting fight. Jay Flint, what it do? Smokey, what it do? Mr. Calderon. Lopez versus Ortiz. That's a really interesting fight. We'll talk about that a little later and just what the panel thinks about that fight and how do they see it, potential banana skin or not. The ongoing rivalry with Alicia Baumgartner and Clarissa Shields has carried over into the weekend. Luis G, what it do? Country, what it do? Hyam, what it do? And, you know, I mean, I side with Alicia. I side with Alicia for a few reasons. One, she's just a more likable athlete. She's a more likable person. I don't actually think that they're gonna fight. I don't actually think that materializes. But if they did, I would support Alicia even if she goes in the underdog, just because I think she's a lot better with people. She's better with the fans. In spite of this whole anti-doping fiasco, whatever, I still think she's a better ambassador for the sport. I think that she's a distinguished person, not just a distinguished boxer, but a distinguished champion. I like who she is a lot more. And let's just be honest, she's a lot hotter than Clarissa. And she really is. Like, she's fucking hot. What do you like? I'm not going to pretend that she's not, right? So you can forget that. Fuck that bullshit. She's hotter. And boxing needs good ambassadors. It needs people that are charismatic and likable and draw people to them and draw attention to them. And elite and Clarissa, for all of her accomplishments, she has the personality of a bear trap. It doesn't matter how many belts you win. With a personality like that, you're not going to grow the sport. Oh, look at look at Amanda Serrano. She's nice to everybody. She was even nice to me, even though I used to be one of her biggest critics. She eventually won me over. And it was the Taylor fight that really won me over, and realizing that I was seeing things from only one perspective, from one view. But just look at how Amanda carries herself. She doesn't really trash talk anybody. She doesn't really want to do the back and forth Twitter thing, social media thing. And she's another one who you can look at her and say, yeah, that's a great ambassador for the sport. That's somebody that wears the belts and wears the title and the status. They wear it well. They're distinguished. Whereas Clarissa's like, I don't have to beat around the bush. She's just not a likable person. You can win as many belts as you want, but, you know? I think we'll talk about some annual awards on this show. Just what did members of the panel think was the fight of the year and the fighter of the year, the male fighter, the female fighter, so on and so forth. We can talk about that on this show because there are only really 2 days left in 2024. Candace, what it do? Michael, what it do? Mario, what it do? Yeah, you already know, bro. You know that I've said this before it became trendy to say it, or before it became popular to say it. You know that I thought Alicia is the future. You know that I was saying that for the longest time, bro. That kid is the future, man. That's how a champion and an elite level athlete. That's what you want. That marriage of charisma and ability. A lot of fighters can fight. You know what I mean? There are a lot of fighters that fight well, but that doesn't mean they have that extra, that charisma to draw people in and make them excited and be interested in what they're doing. And she has that. And I'm not going to pretend it doesn't matter either. No, it absolutely matters. It's absolutely important that for all the belts that Clarissa won, you know, you really should be a lot more well known. but you're not. Whereas when Alicia came out and she was doing her dance, I think that was the Mecca led fight. That was fucking iconic, man. That was like an iconic fucking moment, you know? It was a very iconic moment. And Alicia knows I'm Team Alicia. She knows that shit. I'm biased. I apologize for nothing. I regret nothing. And if you don't like it, well, I don't give a fuck if you don't like it, you know? Alicia Baumgartner, till the wheels fall off. I had a guy yesterday trying to argue with me about it because I've been using the rivalry between them to just be as biased as I can be. I said that Clarissa's too slow for Alicia. She doesn't have the talent for Alicia, and I'm just fanning the flame. I'm just being as uncooperative as possible. And I had a guy who wants to argue with me about it, and every time that happens, I just think to myself, "You want to argue with me for what, dog? To accomplish what? What, you want me to come around to your way of thinking? What, you wanna turn me into a Shields fan? Are you serious? Do you need me to do that? Would it make you feel better if I were? Ridiculous. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Argue with yourself. I'm 41. If I'm not out somewhere in some club trying to get a blowjob, it's because I'm 41 years old. But you guys are young, man. Go outside, touch some grass, and touch some ass. Don't fucking worry about who I think wins what fight, man. Stop hiding behind social media accounts that have Google stock images and get a fucking life. Fucking ridiculous. Shout out to my man, Toyin. Eating a razor is more bearable than Shields. Absolutely, bro. Just absolutely. Like, she's just not likable. And it's not because I didn't try. You know what I mean? I really did try to like Clarissa, but it's like, nah, dog. You just nah. Whereas Alicia's like the burning bush, it's like, "Oh," it's like she's the fucking she's the fucking boss, dog, you know what I'm saying? It's the fucking Chizamp, you know what I mean? She's a very easy athlete to like and to be invested in. That when she does something, yes, it's gonna get a level of attention that other athletes don't get. And, I don't really give a shit who doesn't like it, you know? Whereas Clarissa's like an appointment to the dentist or something. Like she's like, ugh, ugh. She's like having to do your taxes. You're just like, ugh. It just sucks all the fucking air out of the room. Like shit, you know. So right now I think that Alicia is down there in Texas. She flew out to Texas for Des Bryant's event. I think Clarissa was supposed to be there. I don't know if she actually went. I think she was supposed to be there, but we know who the star of the show is. It's fucking Alicia. What the fuck? Fucking Alicia. Out of your fucking mind? That's the show. That's the one. Shout out to Devon. Dominican mamacitas prefer brothers over Dominican men. Then go out and get one, Devon. What are you doing here? If that's true, Devon, then go out and get a Dominican mamacita. You know? I don't understand the logic that some people have. Like, what is it that you guys are actually doing with your time and your lives? If that's scientifically proven, then you shouldn't be on this live watching me. I'm 41. If like Dominican mamacitas, which maybe they're exotic to you, but they're basic to someone like me. So, of course, you would say that. As if there's anything exotic about Dominican women, maybe to you. That's Reggie for us. The fuck? Yeah, that is exotic to you. You know what I mean? Shit, snow bunnies are exotic to you. That's Reggie. Like, now if you said Colombian women or Venezuelan women or Costa Rican women, now you're cooking with rice or my personal favorite, Middle Eastern women. But I heard that y'all a failed rapper. Nah, I'm not. Nah, Devon, I'm not. I can tell Devon is gonna try to be in an obstruction tonight. Here's what we're gonna do with Devon. We're gonna put you in the corner, Devon. I'm doing this for your own good. Instead of watching 41-year-old men live on a Saturday, go outside and touch some grass and touch some ass. Those Dominican women you were talking about, go get one and stop staring in my face looking for reactions, you fucking weirdo. I hate hermits personally. I really wish I could find each one of these internet trolls and just take an aluminum bat to their head. Society doesn't need you, dog. Earth doesn't need you. Think about what you're doing. You made a whole email and a whole social media account so you can talk to people that would otherwise ignore you. Is that what your existence has come to? Let me make this social media account so that I can talk to people that don't care about me. Like, bro, what's the matter with this generation? Go get a fucking blowjob. It's Saturday, bro. The fuck is wrong with a lot of y'all? Darren Hodges says, please debate KO again on his man crush tank, Wahid. Yeah, that kid's on borrowed time. He's not even worth mine. Kid's on borrowed time. Like, when I was in my 20s and even in my 30s, bro, I'm outside trying to get my dick sucked, man. I'm not fucking watching some guy online talk about whatever, If you're a certain age, I can understand, especially if you're in my age group. But if you're one of these young guys and well, you got a social media account, Google stock images, right? You're online acting stupid, bro. Go get a fucking blowjob. The fuck is wrong with you? It's never a bad time for a fucking blowjob. The fuck? People are weird, man. If you're older and you're a family guy like me, then I can understand because, well, yeah, our lives slow down as we get older. You couldn't pay me to be outside drunk on somebody's corner or in somebody's bar right now. I'm much older than I was. I don't have the patience or the tolerance for that. You couldn't pay me to do those things that I used to do when I was young. But if you're young, yeah, go fucking get some ass, bro. What's the matter with y'all? Shit. Fucking mic fell over. Hold on, guys. I've got to fix it. Devon. Like, bruh, are Dominican women exotic to you? They probably are. Not exotic to me. I've been fucking Dominican women since I was a kid, bro. Honestly. Is that exotic to you? Is that like is that like, I don't know, going out and eating shawarma to you? That's regular to me. That's Reggie's to me, bro. I don't know. Shout out to my man Inui. Canelo and David's team have been quiet in negotiations. I hope they have. No, él dijo eso como que es una gran cosa, como que eso es algo especial. Ay, la dominicana, manín. Si te gusta la dominicana, go get some, bro. The fuck are you sitting here with me for? Go get one. Dominican bitches don't like you, bro. I could tell. They don't like you, bro. Cause how the fuck are you here on Saturday night looking at me in my fucking face when you should be looking at them in theirs? You guys always tell on yourselves with your proclivities. We're here to talk boxing. If you want to talk boxing, okay, you're here, you're in the right place. But if you're here to act stupid and say stupid shit, That tells me you're stupid. Como que soy gran cosa de que no, la dominicana. Bro, I've been fucking Dominican women since I was a kid, bro. That's not, that's not like a high achievement. That's not like, I mean, not to say that Dominican women aren't fine. Of course they are. But Dominican women are exotic to you. Why the fuck would it be exotic to me? Why would that stand out? I'm fucking Dominican, bro. Oh, he came back. I already got head from a Dominican earlier today. Congratulations, bro. That probably doesn't happen very often for you, Devon. Now go out there and be somebody to something, someone. Like, are you serious, bro? And the worst shit is he'll type that. Yeah, I got head from a Dominican girl earlier today. Bro, nobody believes you, bro. Nobody actually believes you, bro. Because getting head from a Dominican woman is not some so. There's a bunch of people in Washington Heights right now getting their dick sucked by a Dominican broad. So it's pretty normal, bro. And if you're in the Bronx, probably getting your dick sucked by a Puerto Rican girl. If you're in Bushwick, Brooklyn, probably getting your dick sucked by a Puerto Rican girl. If you're in Long Island, you're probably getting your dick sucked by a Jewish girl or an Italian girl, bro. Nah, I don't believe him, bro. These motherfuckers really be like on some real life shit. These motherfuckers really be losers, and I mean that in the worst sense of the word. These motherfuckers really be losers, man. Like, you didn't get your dick sucked by a Dominican broad, bro. You probably a virgin. You probably gotta pay bitches to give you some ass or something. Like, a lot of y'all dudes really be losers and shit. Motherfucker, imagine me being in my 20s online all day and I gotta like use like Google stock images of shit. I can't use my face that God gave me. Imagine me doing shit like that. The fuck? Get out of here, man. A lot of y'all motherfuckers is ugly and broke. Y'all say all that extra shit. Y'all be ugly and broke. Bitches don't be wanting y'all. Shout out to Bobby Light. If you from NYC, they definitely not. Thank you, my dude. Thank you. He said that shit like that was like some. Now, if you'd have told me like you fucked a bitch from Gaza, then I'd have been like, oh, I Palestinian bitch. Then I'd have been like, oh, I fuck with those. You know what I mean? A Syrian bitch or bitch from the Lebanon. Then I'd have been like, ooh, I. You talking about mommy at the salon, bro? You talking about Yudelka? Who the fuck? Who you talking about? Belcalis? This is run of the mill bitches, bro. This is run of the mill bitches. That's your average bitch on the one train, the one and the two train. Like, I fuck with Dominican bitches. And you know that there's no shortage of them, right? There's a bunch of them in Washington Heights, back home. There's a couple more in Florida, and even more on the island because Dominican bitches get around. They get around. You know what I mean? If you'd have told me it was like an Egyptian bitch or something like that, or a Lebanese bitch, then I'd have been like, ooh. You know what I'm saying, but you talking about a regular Heights joint, bro. You talking about Belcalis? Talking about Judelka, Judy? In case you're not aware, those are common Dominican names. Dominican names. We got fucked up names in DR the same way that Americans have fucked up names for their kids. We fuck our kids up, their names up too. Like Wigoberto. Wigoberto is a name that you might hear in the Dominican Republic that you won't hear anywhere else. Wigoberto or Heriberto. That's one of those fucked up Dominican names. It's like, dog, like, why did y'all call him that? Y'all know that y'all just fucked up his life calling him that shit? Di que Wigoberto. Uh-huh. Virtuoso knows Yuri Belcalis. Yuri Belcalis. We got some fucked up names for our kids, man. Fucked up names. Imagine telling like you talking to a Dominican person. Why would fucking Dominican bitches be anything of an achievement? Like, I guess you're just projecting your inadequacies onto me. You probably never actually fucked a Dominican broad. You probably never will. And you figure what, that me and you are the same? Me and you are not the same, dog. I've been getting my dick sucked in project staircases for years, bro. That was my childhood. Getting my dick sucked in different places, college. You know what I'm saying? Like staying on Riverside Drive with the sluts. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit you supposed to be doing right now. Not looking at me. You ain't supposed to be unless you want to talk boxing. If you want to talk boxing, you can come here. If you want to talk boxing, this is open to everybody, young and old, no matter where you're from. If you want to talk boxing like an adult, yeah, you're more than welcome to come here and talk boxing with me. But if you're gonna try to, like the fuck, if you're gonna act stupid, it's like, bro, all right, it's Saturday, my dude. It's Saturday night. This what you doing? Man, y'all dudes gotta grow up, man. Especially those guys on Twitter. Especially them. Because they love arguing with me and telling me about their lives from behind Google stock images. Like the dude yesterday, he was like, bet my car faster than yours. Bro, you got a picture of some random app. You have 3 Twitter accounts, by the way. 3 of them. There's nothing on Twitter so serious that you should need 3 Twitter accounts. Let's get that right out the way. Then on all 3 accounts, you just have random images of athletes. Where are you? Where are you? You spend this much time on social media so that you can hide what you look like and mouth off to people? That says it all right there, bro. You're probably ugly as fuck. You ain't got no money. And you're young, so you shoot off at the mouth a lot. And I'm fairly confident that when I was your age, I was likely doing better than you are now. Because one thing I've always had is my priorities in order. I've always had my priorities. I have to have money, I have to get my dick sucked, and I have to eat. The fuck? Always had my priorities in order ever since I was a and bro, I wish my mother was here, right? My mother will tell you that I understood the value of a dollar from a very young age, ever since I was very young, ever since I was a preteen. I just have a way with money, and money was always my priority since I was as early as 12, well into my 20s. Shit. My mother would tell you that. My grandmother, God bless her dead, she would tell you that. I've always had my priorities in order. And I've always kind of been more or less the same person. The only difference is I'm a lot more calm now and I'm a lot more aloof now. I don't live and die off of trying to make a point anymore. Gradual passage of time teaches you that sometimes you don't have to say anything. You just have to wait. Patience. Just wait. The truth always comes out. You don't have to argue, you know? And I get a lot of people online that want to argue with me as if it's a badge of honor when if I support Alicia and you support Clarissa, what the fuck is the point in me and you arguing about that? What are you trying to do? You trying to bring me onto your team? What do you want? I'm not gonna support Clarissa. No. It's Alicia Baumgartner to the fucking wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? You want to argue with me because you worried about me. You worried about what I think. Ring Magazine just came out with their pound for pound list. And we've been talking a lot about pound for pound this past week because of Inui and Crawford. And it's like, you don't have to worry about who's on my list. You don't have to worry about who's number one because it's my list. You can make your own, or you can go by theirs. You can go by Ring Magazine. They have Crawford at number one. They also have Spence there, but you know, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the pound for pound, the pound for pound. They've got Spence and they've got Davis. I don't know if I should say this, but the pound for pound, the pound for pound in the world you never see to be living. Y'all remember that show? Up to your dreams. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about Jules. Who Jules has on a pound for pound. You ain't got to worry about that. I might have a fucking pastrami sandwich on a pound for pound. You can worry about that? It's my new mug. I get a new one every year. Very grateful for that. That's the facts of life, my dude. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the pound for pound, the pound for pound. They got Spence and they got Davis. I don't know if I should say this about the pound for pound, the pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers pick and choose when they want to qualify Ring Magazine's pound for pound because you'll agree with them that Crawford is number one, but do you think that Javante Davis should be there? For doing what? You'll say, oh, oh, Crawford is number one. Crawford is there because he beat a pound for pound fighter. Cool. What pound for pound fighter did Davis beat? See? What pound for pound fighter he beat? If the justification is, oh, well, this guy is higher than that guy because he beat a pound for pound fighter, awesome. What pound for pound fighter Spence beat? What pound for pound fighter Davis beat? Since this is the metric that we're using. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homegirl, Fistiana, for the Cash App donation. We'll use that to buy alcoholic beverages tomorrow so that I can inebriate my wife and have sex with her later on. That's what I'm going to do. It's New Year's Eve, y'all. Y'all got to bust a nut. You know, I think it's very important that when the new year comes, you bust a nut to release that stress, calm yourself down. I'm saying? Get you a nice chocolate joint, nice caramel joint, eat out for a little while, put your meat in there, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Gotta bust a nut out here, man. The reason so many problems are in the world is because enough people are not busting enough nuts. You know what I'm saying? Get in there. You know what I'm saying? Bust a goddamn nut. Stain the sheets. Stain the sheets. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit out here, yo. Shout out to my man Mario Moderno. He said, he said, what do you think about Bivol getting a deal for Undisputed? And what do you think about Crawford being number one pound for pound on Ring Magazine? Oh, well, what I think is that I've said it before. I don't have a problem if other people have Crawford on their pound for pound because their criteria might be different than mine. You know, if you have Crawford at number one, that's cool. But I don't really like Ring Magazine's pound for pound because it's a panel of votes. It's just a bunch of guys voting who should be there, and I don't do mine that way. Mine is based on quantifiable metrics. How many divisions have you climbed? How many titles have you won? How many titles have you unified? How many champions have you beat? What's your quality of competition? And in tandem with what skills you're showing that mine is a tally and you have to tick off on all the boxes to be at number one. So based on mine, that would have to go to Inui. You know, that's how I do it. That Inui was two-time undisputed, just like Crawford, but he beat more champions than Crawford. and he's been a champion at more weights than Crawford. And before anybody says, "Oh, well, those lower weights, there's not much weight in between them," Inui's jump is a 14-pound jump. Crawford's jump is a 12-pound jump. Inui, in spite of being smaller, had to come up in more weight than Crawford. So I have him at number one. But if somebody else doesn't, it's no biggie. It's no problem. You see? I'm not worried about that. Shout out to my man Alfred. Arturo Gatti and Ray are still on my pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at anybody that has Crawford at number one. It's not something I would really argue about. It's just that that's not my rationale. That's not how I do it. But that's why I have a list because I know that Ring Magazine and ESPN is basically a poll. The editorial panel votes on who should be there. It's basically a popularity contest. So I can't abide by their list because should Errol Spence, for example, Ring Magazine has Errol Spence on their pound for pound, but should he be there? He should be there, and Kazuto Ioka, he shouldn't. Kenshiro Taraji, he shouldn't. But Spence should be there. Javante Davis is there. Is Artur Beterbiev on the list? Is Bam Rodriguez on the list? Is Shakur Stevenson on the list? Nah, but y'all got Javante. That's why I don't go by their list. I don't think Javante deserves to be there more than Kenshiro Taraji. Nah. Or Kazuto Ioka. Nah. Or Artur Beterbiev. I don't think so. So if you go by their list, you know, if you go and buy their list, you are accepting that Javante is apparently a pound for pound fighter. Apparently. To them, not to me. To them. Yeah, Kenshiro is a bad man, bro. He make me proud to be a Capricorn. For those of y'all that don't know, Kenshiro is a Capricorn. It's Capricorn season. We out here. We out here. Shout out to the homie Spicy Boxing. She's Team Capricorn. I think that other girl that boxes, Evelyn Tony Romo, she's a Capricorn. It's Capricorn season out here, bro. We out here. We all the way out here in your shit, in your ass. It's a lot of us. It's more of us than you realize, but we move in silence. See what I mean? Don't get mad, Rando. I don't do that when it's your birthday. It's not my birthday, by the way, but I'm just saying, I don't do that when it's your season. Why you gotta hate on me? You ain't gotta hate on me. Shout out to my man Boxing Kangaroo, Team Capricorn. We out here. Bro, enough with the fucking Blair Cobbs. Everybody has stupid relatives. That's ours. I'm sure y'all got some serial killers and some weird ass people in y'all horoscope. If you have your titles taken, you drop is why I always respected that. Oh, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, because the list is only for winners and only for champions. It's not for people that used to be champions. You got to be an active reigning champion. Got to have an active title. You know what I'm saying? If you the best in the world or one of the best in the world, yeah, you supposed to have a title. Cause how the fuck could you be one of the best in the world and you ain't even got a title? That's the logic. Now that's just to get considered though. Just having a title doesn't mean you get in. It means you have to have one just to get looked at. Just for me to look at you. If you ain't even got a belt, oh, you ain't even in the running. You eliminated. If you ain't even got a belt, because how the fuck are you one of the best in the world, but you ain't got no belt? You got to win that belt. You got to get that. You know what I'm saying? Stands to reason. If I told you, well, this fighter here He can't possibly win a belt at this weight, right? If I bring you a fighter and I say, well, this guy, he won't win a belt from nobody, right? Does he sound like one of the most skilled fighters in the world? If I tell you that he won't win a belt at this weight or the next one, right? If I say the guy don't have a belt and he can't even win one, well, I don't think he's pound for pound. I don't think he's one of the most skilled fighters in the world. So the idea is that if you're one of the most skilled fighters in the world, you should have the brass, the hardware to show for it. That's that same Devon person again. Bro, get some bitches, bro. You fucking weird, bro. How many accounts are you gonna act stupid under, bro? Go get fucking laid, bro. Stop worrying about Hispanic people. We don't worry about you. Motherfucker talking all this shit about Hispanic people. Did somebody do something to you? Did one of them call you ugly or something? Did they fuck up your order? Shout out to Jonathan. The fact that it helps Inui's argument is activity. That helps too, that he's a more active fighter than most of the other people on the list. The only guy who's really as active as Inui is Canelo, because Canelo did fight 2 times this year and he fought 2 times last year, 2 or 3. So, that does help that he gets out there on a regular basis. It doesn't take him long to make a title fight or a meaningful fight. It helps. Devon is a slick black fighter. Bro, Devon is human garbage, bro, and anybody like him. If we didn't have laws and shit like that, mm, if we didn't have laws, you'd be surprised, you know? I don't believe that people like him should exist. I believe that I should get to beat him so badly that I turn him into my servant. And unless he can beat me in a fight, you have to serve me for what remains of your life. That's what I believe. And I don't believe you would beat me because you don't know anything about me. I believe that every year I'll give him the chance to win his freedom in a fist fight, and he'll lose every year. And he'll have to clean my car. He'll have to do my groceries for me. He'll have to do whatever I say. It's what I believe. I believe that guys like that, like all those trolls on Twitter, you should have to fight for your freedom every year. Every year, you should have to fight. And if you don't win the fight, I get to control whatever you do for a year. I get to control you. You got to clean my car. You have to work a job so that I can use the money you make to pay different bills because you're my servant. That's what I believe. I believe that's the way it should be. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Go jump off a bridge. Nobody needs you. Now I'm gonna post the link in the chat. I'm on my Thanos. We don't need all these people. The fuck? I'm on my Thanos. Thanos was right. Half of y'all motherfuckers gotta go. I'm on my Thanos shit. Y'all motherfuckers gotta go. Snap my finger, all the bras come. All the fucking titties is exposed. If I was Thanos, that's what would happen with the snap. I snap my fingers, all the titties pop out in the universe at the same time.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah,
There you
what's
go.
good, boy?
Already with the fucked up mics.
Word, I hear fucked up mic. Who mic is that? Whoever.
Already. Already,
That's
bro.
me.
Yo,
Hold
who's
on.
at the precinct? Who is at the precinct?
I hear a dog barking. Bro, that's your boy Devon.
That's Devon.
He was saying drop the link.
Yo, I wish I could fucking beat that dude to
Yo,
death.
Jules, you mad emotional today, bro.
How am
Relax,
I
bro.
emotional? I'm
Yo,
calm.
ignore these people, bro.
Jules,
They don't
Jules,
matter, bro.
Bro,
Ignore
that's a
these
Jules.
good
people.
Michael. That's
Ignore
a
them,
tip.
bro.
Michael, listen to me, bro.
Bro, that's crazy. If
Uh-huh.
that's Jules emotional, then I want to see this nigga calm. Cause
I'm
what the
just
fuck?
saying I'm calm. Like I'm just saying that people like that don't deserve to live.
Hold up, Julius. I think
Yo, chill.
originally he was trying to connect with
What are
you,
Yeah.
man.
you living for, bro? To act
Yo,
Yeah,
that nigga's
stupid
got
on
at
the
least 3
internet?
accounts, bro.
yeah, but Jules, like I think originally he was trying to
Yeah,
make a connection in the context of being, relative and saying I dig Dominican women. That's what he was looking for a compliment, I think. But then it went south.
I think that not everybody deserves to breathe air. That's what I think.
I
I
believe the
agree.
same. I think you was right. Half of them gotta go.
Thank you. Hayam knows, bro.
Half of them gotta go.
You've been on a 2 train. You've been on a 2 train. All them
Yeah,
people don't
they
need to
gotta
be there,
go.
fam. They gotta
Yeah,
go,
Well,
fam.
I've been to New York. New York
Jules,
has to
Jules,
go.
on your Thanos shit. Except unlike the movie, the line isn't cost you everything; it's cost you nothing.
Cost me
Cost you
nothing,
nothing.
bro.
Now,
Just
if I was a non-Miami resident, I'd brag about banging a Cuban chick. Just saying.
yeah, cause he said that shit, and I'm like, I could tell you never fucked a Dominican bro before because why would that be some shit? Like I would, in other words, why would I tell somebody that, bro? I grew up fucking Dominican broads, bro. Like that's normal, cause
Yeah,
they
that shit ain't
around.
special.
That's no like that's if you in Washington Heights or Harlem, that's what you gonna bump in a bunch of Dominican. If you're not fucking a
Exactly.
Dominican broad,
Hey,
you gonna fuck a black joint. Like well, you know what
Yeah.
you not gonna fuck though. You probably not gonna
snow
fuck a
bunnies.
snow bunny
Snow
because they
bunnies.
don't be up there like that.
Not
Hey,
them
Now,
other
Colombian,
Dominican, because they don't be
Colombian
But in
snow
the
women are
bunnies,
Heights,
bro.
you
They be
exotic.
definitely
polar
fuck
bears
a
and
Colombian,
shit.
Dominican broad.
Colombian women are where it's at, bro. Those are
I would
exotic.
and I agree with Michael. Like if you tell me
I
Colombian,
lived in the
because that's
Heights.
very uncommon. Like yeah, you don't just
Very uncommon. It
you
is
don't
sexy as
just
hell
bump
too.
into a Colombian joint,
It's
bro. You
sexy,
really
bro.
don't.
Yeah,
Or a
nah, for
Costa
real.
Rican joint, or a I would say now
Costa Rican, yeah.
if you was in college, like especially if you're in your 20s and you're in college, the classiest fly shit to me, and I know it's just me because we all have our preferences, is like a Lebanese joint or a
Man,
Syrian
them
joint.
Lebanese
Middle
women.
Eastern, Pakistani, yeah, they're nice.
For
Yeah, them
sure.
Lebanese women different.
Yeah,
Lebanese
like if
are
you told
different.
me
I have
that
Lebanese neighbors. Mm-mm.
that's actually exotic to me. But if you tell me, oh, I fucked a joint from Guyana, bro, it's bitches from Guyana up and down Brooklyn, bro. Oh, I
Yeah.
fucked a Trinidadian bitch. It's bitches up in Trinidadian
Yeah,
bitches up
man,
and
that
But
shit
see,
down,
ain't
that's
bro.
Hey, I'm
that's
not
how
gonna
you
special.
lie.
can tell
Don't
the
no, no
dude.
Trinidadian slander.
That's
No.
how you
Nah,
can
yeah,
tell the
No,
nah,
dude
I'm
from
nah.
New
not
York.
saying nothing bad. I'm just saying that like if you
Nah,
from where
dude
I'm
was saying it
from,
like he was
that's
fucking something exotic.
yeah, like, bro, like it's Trinidadian bitches up and down Brooklyn, bro. If you talking about any West Indian joints, yeah, they all in Brooklyn, fam. Jamaican,
Hmm.
Trinidadian, all of that, they in Brooklyn, bro. You want to bump into one and you want to see some nice ass, go to Jubei when the
Go
summer
to
ends.
Juve. Go to Juve.
Go
I'm
to
about to say
Jubei,
that shit.
bro.
Go to Juve.
Go to Jubei. Like, they all up and down that shit. But you telling me, yeah, I
Crazy.
fucked the Dominican joint. It's like,
Go to the
And
and
then,
Heights. Go to the
and
Heights.
then,
and
I lived in the
yeah.
Heights. It's normal. It's a fucking
That's
normal thing.
normal, bro. Like them bitches. The funny shit is they seem exotic to other people, but they seem country as fuck to me. Cause they they seem country to me. Like it's such a thing. Like I guess the ism of a redneck, right? Yeah, that
Hmm.
exists in the there's something like that. It's called mujeres del Cibao mujeres que son cibaeñas. That
oh
they got
yeah,
that really strong accent. Yeah,
no,
that's
yeah,
yeah.
for like Hispanics, it's a mojado, like one of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That shit
mm,
exists. Like
yeah, un
so
pinche mojado,
Interesting
yeah,
shit.
mira,
so to
yeah.
somebody else, they'll hear that stuff and they'll think, "Oh wow, this person is exotic," and all I hear is a red, kind of like a redneck type bitch, like you like a corn pone ass bitch, country ass bitch. You know what I'm
For real.
saying?
Yeah, but
You fucking
Julius,
They
bitch.
don't say like let me say they don't say the R. The way you could spot them is where I would say carne. They don't say that. Ellos dicen la carne. La carne. You could spot them
Oh
like that, but they
hell
don't
no.
pronounce the R. La
Nah,
carne.
so nah, cause so my girl's Mexican, right? You know, full blooded. Her sister as well. Ain't no fucking mixing or none of that shit. But her sister went and is dating a Dominican dude, and her fucking goofy ass come around talking like that, and we just be making fun of her, bro. We're like,
I
what?
don't
You
blame
didn't
you.
grow up talking like that, bro.
I
What are you
don't
doing?
blame you. I don't blame like yo, it's girls got
Goofy
this
ass
shit.
shit.
Girls got this shit that because they start sucking a certain shade of dick, they start changing like a crystal. You know, like a white joint.
Yeah, hoes start
Like a
morphing
white
and
joint.
shit.
White joint start fucking with a black dude. Oh, so you trying to sound like Iggy Azalea now, right?
Yo,
Yep,
I
You know what
yep.
I'm
love those.
saying?
I
And
love those.
suddenly
They'll
she
fuck
becomes
around.
the
Nah, them
hardest
bit-
bitch
Yo,
on the
yo,
planet and
all of a
shit. You
What,
know?
sudden,
right?
yo,
She the
they start.
toughest bitch in the whole suburb,
They
bro.
start buying
Yeah.
Jordans and shit. They
She
start
took the
buying
whole thing.
Jordan 1s and Jordan 4s and shit, yo.
You know
I
what I'm
That
saying?
shit
So,
But
cracked
so
I
me
we're
up.
guess,
we're
I
all in
guess that
agreement, right? That we don't, that girls do not inherit like cultural traits to all sex, right?
No.
Okay.
nah, I mean, like, if you think about it, like, I could see there's certain things. Like, I do understand the influence that a relationship can have on both partners if it's a real relationship. Like, for example, if Virtuoso is fucking with an Indian bitch for like 10 years, I do expect it to rub off because
Bengali's
that's
better.
that's
Yeah.
a long time. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
10 years, you gonna
You
pick
don't know if
things up.
I'm doing
But
a
not no
Bollywood
2
dance
years
number.
and
Yo,
shit.
Jules, if culturally, if you try to deal with this, as you saying, exotic like Lebanese, Syrian, Egyptian, you're gonna have to get approval from her brother Abdul Wahid. Abdul
Abdul
Wahid
Wahab,
is
Abdul Wahid from
previously known
Baltimore.
as Gervonta Tank Davis. You're gonna have to
Can
get
I just?
approval from her brother that if you can slide into that into that DM.
Yo,
What's the
yo,
All
yo,
brother's
right.
name?
real
So
quick,
if
real
What's
quick.
the
Abdul
Abdul
brother's
Wahid
Wahid.
name?
if
I got a
Abdul Wahid
response
does
to that
not
in the
Abdul
approve,
chat.
if
Listen,
Abdul
Abdul
Wahid
Wahid.
does not approve, you are
listen.
not allowed. Not
Okay.
allowed.
How the fuck you
All right.
saying that shit, cuz?
Now, consider me a
Abdul Wahid.
bullshitter, but
Abdul
what
Wahid.
if that Devontae changed his name to get out of an insurance scam? Just saying.
I could, bro, that whole shit
How does
is.
that work? How does that work
I
exactly?
would look. I would just say that the whole thing centered around the property that he bought. The timing is the giveaway, bro. That this is
Yeah.
insurance fraud. It is
Yeah, like
because
nigga, I seen Goodfellas, bro.
like right after you bought it, somebody set fire to it. So you
That's some
collect
good
on the
fella shit.
insurance money, and then you could use the insurance money to renovate the property without using very much of your own. It's an
Look,
obvious bait
now
and
I'm gonna
switch.
Yeah.
be serious right now. Listen, I applaud Javante, but he has to take it seriously if you're gonna be a Muslim, live a clean life. But I may be out on a limb here, but listen,
Bro, I
I
give that
think there's
nigga like
hold
3
on,
hours,
hold on.
dog.
I think there's a likelihood that him and Haney are gonna fight in Saudi Arabia.
Maybe. If he does, I got Haney. I'll just say that
They're gonna
I
battle
didn't
over who's more Muslim.
I didn't comment on his religious path,
It doesn't
right?
really matter.
Because it's not for me to say. If he hear God and that's what God sound like to him, do your thing. I'm not gonna make fun of you because of that. I'm really not. I'm an adult. I'm 41 years old. If you change it, if you feel like yo, God is calling you and that's how he calling you, do your thing. I could say this and that, like I don't really believe you, but it's not about me. Go ahead, do your thing.
It really doesn't matter at the end of the
Either
day.
that
Doesn't
or he's
matter.
trying to
No,
get
it was
close
like
to
the
that
Charlo
Saudi
case,
money.
Michael. It was like the Charlo case. You'll notice that I'm not gonna spend
No, the
7
Charlo
minutes.
case is different. That nigga's an
No.
asshole, bro. Fuck him.
In other words, that what am I gonna say that isn't already been said or that we don't already know? That bro, you just a piece of
He's a piece
trash.
of
Just a
garbage,
piece of
bro.
garbage, bro. Like
Yeah, like you turning Muslim ain't gonna unbeat a bitch.
Jules,
Yeah,
he just
but
maybe
then
hey,
didn't
You hear
Jarrell
me?
just turn Muslim?
hey,
Didn't
hey,
Jarrell just
Jules.
turn Muslim in
I mean,
Saudi?
turning Muslim, I'm gonna believe it twice.
Hey, he just may be trying to get closer to that Saudi money, man.
Yeah, Jarrell just
maybe,
turned Muslim.
maybe.
Jarrell just turned Muslim in
Shout out to Clavo. Clavo said, Jules, what's your opinion on people having Spence on the current pound for pound list because he lost to Bud Crawford? Saludos, hermano. Bueno, te lo voy a ponértelo así. For me personally, my list is a statement, right? That you operate on this level. How do I know? Because you tick off on all these boxes. Now, the moment that you don't tick off on one of those boxes, you don't operate on that level. So you used to be a champion. You used to be a unified champion. Are you those things now? No. So until you become those things again, you're off. Very
Yo,
simple.
Ring, do
Spence
me a
is
solid and
Hey, y'all,
highlight
I'm
that
still
comment
trying to
from
figure out
Fail.
what that nigga did to get on there
Yo,
though.
too many people talking at one
Nah,
time, bro.
Yeah, for real.
yeah, for real. One at a time. Go ahead, Virtuoso.
No, I just want to say, can you highlight that comment from Vale, who says
Let
that
me see.
Wilder's mid-aug is dumpster juice?
Oh man, I love all this Wilder slander you've been doing,
I love
Jules.
the Wilder
I
slander,
love it.
bro.
I've been seeing the viewer count, bro. That shit's been going crazy. I know
People
he's been
really
making hella
like,
bread.
yo, no,
I
people
love
really
it, bro.
liking
I
that
love
shit,
it, bro.
bro.
The guy's fucking retarded, bro. I can't stand Wilder. Oh
Shout
my
out to
god.
my man Tony Boswell for the Cash App donation to the Chinese Beer Fund of America. I am going to use that to buy wine and spirits tomorrow to inebriate my wife and put my dick inside her.
Hey,
So
hey,
shout
hey,
out to you,
That
hey!
Tony
nigga's
Don't
gonna
Boswell.
say
buy
that
some
shit
scotches.
online. What's you
Hey,
saying that
hey,
shit
Jules,
online for, yo?
hey, Jules, Ioka fought today, right? Or has he fought yet?
It's
I don't think he
tomorrow.
fought yet. I think
It's
it's
tomorrow
No,
tomorrow.
he's
I think they
fixing
did the weigh-in.
tomorrow
Shout out,
tomorrow.
morning.
shout out to Gunner. And you know what's so sad, country, that it was supposed to be Estrada, bro. It was supposed to be
What
Estrada,
happened? What
bro.
happened?
They
What
he didn't like
happened?
the Estrada didn't like the money. He didn't like the
Bro, this
money.
guy's a clown, bro.
Estrada
Yo,
ducks.
feed him, Bam, feed him, Bam. Let him get the payday with Bam. And passing of the torch fight. Let's get it popping, bro.
That's
Cause I'm
such
tired
a
of Estrada,
fucking.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm really let down by that because y'all know that I've been waiting for Kazuto to fight one of them, whether it's Chocolatito or Estrada, just one of them, bro. One of them dudes
He
because
never
they've
got
been
any of them.
and he never, he did fight good guys. He fought Donnie Nietes, he fought Ashton Palikte, Akira Yegashi, Kosei Tanaka, Javier Syndrome. He fought good fighters, but it's just like you can't get them to be in the same universe. You just can't, bro. Because it's
Well,
like
what happened? What happened though?
He's
he didn't
Center
like the
Universe
money,
boxer.
bro. He
No,
didn't,
I'm talking about for like, how is it that he never fought any of the four kings?
well, I'll say that there were
WBO.
efforts. Not just the WBO. It's like there was also an effort once to do a Jerwin on Kaha's fight, but it was the Jerwin side that fucked it up. It wasn't the Ioka side that fucked it up. It was on Kaha's side that they decided to go in a different direction. I'm not sure, but I think there was also an effort to do a Sorving Visai fight, but that didn't happen. And then you see how this went. That for most of the year, the story was Estrada was going to go to Japan in the tradition of Japanese boxing. He was going to go over there and be in a big fight on New Year's Eve. And it's Estrada that walked away. You can't put it on Ioka. Nah, Estrada didn't like the money, so he dipped. I hope Bam beats the fuck out of him for
He's
that
gonna beat
shit.
the fuck out of him.
Beat the
Bro.
brakes off that nigga.
I hope he beat the fuck out of him for that shit. Because to me, Gallo es muy mujercito para mí.
He's going
Always
outside, Jules. He was a legend, but he's going outside, bro.
No, it's because he keep talking shit. He's doing a Bam what Marquez does to Canelo, hablando mierda, throwing shade. Y que no, like, what do you mean he's a hype job, bro?
He's saying that because Bam's gotten bigger than him already.
Bam is that fucking dude, but bro, he make me proud to be from fucking San Antonio, and I ain't even
Bro,
from San
shut the
Antonio.
fuck up.
I'm telling you, y'all be proud as shit. Shout out to Gunner IQ. Ducho feliz año nuevo y saludo de Los Ángeles. Ya tú sabes, manín. Out here, bro. Shout out to my man, Mr. Calderon. Panel in Chicago. All we got here are Mexican and Polish and the occasional Puerto Rican. So when you tell me you found a bad Dominican, it does grab my attention. Yo entiendo, Calderon, yo entiendo. In Chicago, I know that the largest Hispanic community is a Mexican community. But in New York, the largest Hispanic community is a Caribbean community. It's divided between Dominicans and Puerto Rocks. And then if you want to see like South Americans, you really got to go to Queens. Now, because of this whole border thing, I don't know what that's going to do to the place in the future because that could change now that the borders are open. And so long as they stay
Texas over
open,
here busting them niggas over there.
exact. That's what I heard, that they're taking them from Texas when they come through and sending them to
Yeah,
New
Texas
York.
not having that shit no more.
So no, and 10 years from now, that can have an effect on how, if they stay and they build the way that this works or whatever, yeah, things could change. But the New York that I grew up in, the predominant Hispanic community that you're going to find is a Caribbean one. It's basically between Puerto Rocks and Dominicans. Dominicans in Manhattan and Puerto Rocks split between the Bronx and different parts of Brooklyn.
There's a lot of Dominicans in the Bronx too.
Yeah, they there, but the Bronx is for Puerto Rico, bro. You know that.
I know.
You can't in the Bronx, Puerto Rican flags is like McDonald's everywhere else. You know, every 7 miles there's a McDonald's.
Yeah,
Every 2 blocks
every
there's a Puerto Rican flag, bro.
7 is
yeah,
crazy.
hanging from one building to the next.
And it's
Hell
like
no.
playing Where's Waldo, because if it's not on the fire escape, look inside the car. It's in the damn rear view. If it's not in the rear
take a
view,
picture. You gonna find them hoes.
that's what I'm saying.
Nigga, that's
It's
the
like a
fucking
that shit is a side mission, bro. Like you gotta find them shits. Shit is a side mission on GT. They should make that a side mission on GTA to like find all the Puerto Rican flags, bro.
Yo,
If
so
this is, go ahead, Mike.
what do we think of the tranny division?
Nah, I'm not gonna talk
Yeah,
about
man.
that. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. You know why? If I say what I say, I might get. I'm not gonna talk
No,
about
but
that.
we can have a conversation
Nah.
about you getting
Nah,
canceled, bro.
Nah,
bro,
Let
I'm
him
that's
dead
like
say it,
that's
ass.
bro.
like
I'm
trying
not
to
going.
play with
I'm
dynamite,
dead
bro.
ass. I ain't even going. I'm not going to do it. Like, nah. If I
It
say
ain't
what
even
I'm
worth it.
thinking, if I say what I'm thinking, yeah, it'll be bad. So I'm not gonna touch it.
I'll
The
say it
only
like this:
thing,
you
the only thing I'll say is it shouldn't be allowed. That's it. But I'm not
It's gonna
going
be like
no
Mike
deeper into
Tyson
it.
from
But you,
Scary Movie
I
4.
agree,
but you
Jules,
see how
100%.
crazy it is now that like because we disagree now we can't talk on it, or because you
listen. I'll
disagree with
just say,
something you
Mike.
can't talk
Look
on
at
it.
it this
That's
way:
just crazy. That's
they
just
can't listen. They can't demonetize spaces, so we'll probably talk on that.
Exactly.
From
If you
what we see,
yo
they pulling
actually
people out of
think
fights.
I'll do a space on it very soon, but I'm not gonna do it here. I'm not gonna do it here
no.
because
I understand, but I'm talking about how crazy it is that because you disagree with some, you're the bad guy all of a sudden. You know what I
Bro, you
mean?
seen Scary Movie 4? That nigga Mike Tyson dressed up as a bitch and was knocking that hoe out, bro. It's like
word,
that's what
I
it's gonna
seen
be
that shit.
like,
The,
G.
the blonde bitch. The shit
Yeah.
is that look. I'll save it for the space, but I'm actually really fucking
I'm
annoyed by
disgusted,
the
bro.
shit.
I'm
Oh,
That's
me
why I'm
too.
not
disgusted.
gonna. That's why I'm not gonna. Because if I say what I'm thinking, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, yeah,
Clarissa gonna get a dick all of a sudden.
that's the other shit.
Yo,
Like.
I was gonna say, yo, Clarissa, if you want to fight men, bro, send her over there.
Yeah.
Sure, send her in that shit. Tell her to go fight David Benavidez.
Chris Cyborg and shit.
Nah, fuck it, David Benavidez, bro.
Look, all
She's a
I'm gonna
super
say about
middleweight.
that, USA boxing better clean up, man. I'm just
You know what
saying.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
Now,
I don't
I'm gonna
support
go
that.
take a piss. Y'all sing songs of glory.
So what is it exactly? Is that for the Olympics? Is that what that
Nah,
Amateurs.
division
man.
is for? The amateurs.
Michael, change the subject. We're
Okay,
not
okay, okay,
talking
okay,
about that
okay, okay,
here.
okay, okay, okay. We'll change the subject.
This
We'll change
nigga
the
try to take
subject.
Let's
advantage
talk
of
about
Jules
We'll change the
leaving.
boxing.
subject.
That's not a
We'll
good
change the
look.
subject.
Like
Yeah, y'all
I
bring
was
that
just
to
looking
global
for a little
trade
bit of
game.
that's not a
clarification.
good look.
I was
Yo,
just looking a little bit.
Chaim, what are you saying for New Year's, man? What you doing, my man?
We in the city. We in Brooklyn. We chilling. We gonna make something happen. But I wanted to know from y'all who in the top 10 can Wilder beat? Like
Okay, wait. Let me think.
Nobody.
No,
Top
like
buddy.
Nobody.
10.
who in the top 10
Nobody.
can he actually beat?
Nobody,
Nobody. I
bro.
answer the question.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Chaim,
Jimmy's
Nah.
Nobody.
you tell me.
retired.
I'm gonna reverse that question. You tell me, my man, because like that
His
performance
meat,
was.
maybe.
I honestly
I
can't
felt
think.
like his performance. I watched it when Beats. I watched it when Beats live. I felt like
Wait,
his
wait.
performance. His
Is
legs looked broken. His legs looked like he didn't exist.
yeah, that's what
Really,
I said.
I felt like he looked crackish. I felt like he looked
Is
geriatric.
Chisora still in the top 10?
No,
No.
Okay.
absolutely not. This
You think
division
you
is
think
way.
he
I mean, bro, like
Finish what you're
Wilder.
saying, Chaim. Hold up, man. Finish what you're saying.
I think the division is way too deep. The division is real deep right now. So
Yeah.
Wilder to me look like he couldn't beat nobody in the top 10. He
Bro, I
Well,
couldn't
think
beat
even a
Abdi
few. I think a
Kabayel.
few of the
let's
amateurs will knock his ass out.
let's take into context how AJ felt after the two Usyk
Usyk
losses, right?
lost it.
Mentally he was broken down. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
mentally he was broken down. So what I'm saying is Wilder, he looking back at his performance, man. You know what I mean? This guy he's defeated mentally too now, man. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
my problem with your comparison is this. Joshua was defeated mentally with the two Usyk losses, no doubt about it. But he had basic skills and foundation to fall back on. Wilder don't have that. Wilder got
That's what I'm
nothing.
saying.
This
That's
is
a
a
There's
very
first
also
good.
loss
one.
for
That's a
Wilder.
very good fucking. That's a very good fact that you
There's
brought up,
also
man.
another thing
I've
you
always felt
sorry to
that way.
interrupt. There's also one thing you have to add to that as well. And he's getting beaten by father time. He's like 38 years of age. He doesn't have any
Yeah,
more time. The good thing about Joshua is Joshua had those losses and he mentally was was affected by it, but he still had time on his side and he had a skill set. Wilder doesn't have
Yeah.
anything. It's
Let
over.
me let me
It's
let me
game
say
over.
let me add something to you. Let me add. I don't mean to cut you, brother. Let me add something to that. I remember hearing Bruce Vane. Sorry to bring his name up, but I remember hearing him shoot a video out talking about. This is years ago. Talking about Wilder. No, Joshua suffered the first loss. He suffered it before Wilder suffered the loss. Wilder had never lost at that time, but Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. And he said this is an advantage for Joshua because Joshua now will be able to learn and recoup quicker because he suffered the loss first. If you look at it now in hindsight, it does seem to be true. It does seem to be
That
true
no
that
no that
Wilder was that
I am
Joshua was able. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that was slight. No, man, I gotta disagree, man, because like the
I think
loss to
that's kind of
Andy
true.
Ruiz, really had a way bigger fucking impact on his mental, his
No,
strength.
I don't believe that because he came back and beat him.
That's what I'm
He
Mike,
saying.
came
you
back
riding
and
because
beat
like
him.
you
Yeah,
AJ.
Y'all
that's what I'm
can't
saying,
say
Nah,
that.
brother.
man,
Y'all
Mike,
can't say
you
that.
riding because
That's what I'm
you
saying,
AJ
brother.
biggest fan. But what I'm
With
saying is
respect,
that
brother. With respect to you, brother. What I'm saying to you is this: at least Joshua, he took on the heavy fights early. He got the loss bad. He had the reconstruction early. It's earlier than Wilder, and now because of that, he bears better than even Wilder and Fury. I think Fury's about to go through an upset of his career. I think it's bad for them.
well,
Where Joshua's already
AJ's
been
on a
through it.
roll now. AJ's on a roll now. All right,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
he's built himself back mentally. He's built himself. He's always had the physical thing, but now he's convinced himself in that contest because the Hellenius knockout and now this performance, it was fucking great. So with Wallin, so Wilder, nah, man. Like I think.
So what I'm saying to you is this: I think Wilder and Fury, they played their games long enough, hiding in plain sight, playing games, fucking around.
Right. That's an
And
advantage.
now finally, they bullshit is catching up to them.
Right.
Where Joshua already went through the bullshit because he fucked up with Andy Ruiz. So he went through his losses, he went through all his pain, and now Joshua is in a position where he's stronger and more focused than they are now.
Like if you skip a bit.
You see what I'm
Whoa,
saying?
whoa, who the
Yo,
heck is that?
I don't know
mute your
what's
mic.
Man, the guy's having a fucking party.
yeah, I
Chaim, let
don't
me
know what's
ask you this.
going on.
Chaim, let me ask you this. Chaim, let
Damn,
me ask
man.
you this. Chaim, let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Triangle theory. Do you believe that Tyson Fury now is a little fucked up because of watching Wilder's
I think
fucking
Tyson
fuck
Fury's
up
been
performance?
hiding in plain sight for a long time. I
No,
think
no,
Tyson
bro.
Fury is a complete and total fraud. I think he's been hiding in plain sight for a long
1,000,
time.
1,000. But do you think he's affected by Wilder's law? I'm saying like he built himself up on Wilder because of
Yeah, but it was
him.
all fraudulent. Like, listen, Wilder was never that good. We all knew that. Anybody that was really watching boxing, that was a focused boxing mind, we know that Wilder was never that good. So now Fury got his bones off of eating off of Wilder. But Wilder was never that good. Sooner or later, you are running into real problems. And he's about to run into them right now.
You
He's
know
running
what,
into
Joe?
Usyk and Joshua
That
problems right now. And Joshua
Listen,
wasn't really that good either.
that
But
was
Joshua
Wilder's
built
fault because
himself.
Wilder's the one who brought him back, man. Fury wasn't even thinking about boxing at
Yeah,
the time.
I think Joshua has built himself now to where he's for real. He's different from everybody else. They all been
right.
Another thing with the Wilder is that we're talking about this mental aspect, the age aspect. Let's talk about the skill aspect because we saw that man tripping over his feet, trying to circle away. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you were never that good at that. You were back and forth movement, timing, and throwing the right hand. What you doing trying to move now?
Yeah.
he's done. That's what's happening.
Listen, with that being said, it was kind of a waste of time to have these two gentlemen fight on the interim. Joshua should have gotten the job done in easy fashion within 3 rounds.
The thing is that I agree with people that say that they would have liked for it to have been Joshua versus Wilder, but I think what everybody's forgetting is the fight, the card itself was impromptu. They made it very quickly. You see what I mean? They made it very quickly. The time it takes, or it would have taken, to iron out all of the particulars to make it for December 23rd, that wasn't going to happen. Their initial plan was for Francis Ngannou to fight, and I guess they were playing with the idea of him fighting Zhang because Zhang said, "Yeah, he's supposed to fight me." You know what
Okay,
I mean?
but correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that talked about before they rescheduled plans
Skills
before?
Challenge talked
Yes. Oh,
about it.
Yeah,
Skills
it
Challenge
shifted. It shifted
and
with
and exactly.
authority. Yeah, the
Remember, it
authority
was
shifted.
Prince Khalid and
Hmm.
that former kickboxer, that bald guy. That was
right.
Skills Challenge, but I guess that was kind of dissolved, and Turkey Al Sheikh ended up being in charge of. Okay, I'll be the one in charge of the boxing because
Very
before that
makeshift.
they were the ones who were in charge of the boxing. So it couldn't have happened on December 23rd. Like I understand why people say they would have liked, but once you understand that whole card, the whole thing, it was short notice. For everybody in it, it was short notice. Everybody that fought on that card, they didn't even get a full camp. They just say, "Hey, we got a lot of money. We
You
want
gotta give respect to Joshua, man. You gotta put a lot of respect on his name. To take that type of fight in 6 weeks' notice, that's come
to
on, man. You gotta put
exactly,
some
Right.
respect on his
exactly,
name,
bro,
man.
exactly."
He's
Now
been the more active
On his
fighter
name,
for the
man.
heavyweight division
the
for the
UK,
back
stand
camp
up.
without the
the thing
belts.
the thing is that the shit with Wilder is just tired now, and I'm just glad that it's almost over because it's like, yo, dog, like this dude has not been good for heavyweight boxing,
Yeah,
man.
at
No,
all.
Just hasn't, bro. Like you just get in the way of a lot of shit, and
He
people
dodged
want
Exactly.
undisputed like 4 times. He dodged
and people
undisputed like four.
what's nauseating is that they want him to be something that
yeah,
he's not
Yeah.
so bad. Like, bro, just stop, bro. Like,
you know who
You
else?
stop.
know,
You
Who
and I
is?
know,
have to.
you know
I
who
got a
else is the
question.
same? It's Fury. Fury's just like him. Same
That's what I
thing.
was just gonna. That's
Yeah.
the question I was gonna ask. Who's been worse? Who's been worse for boxing, for heavyweight boxing? Is it Wilder or Fury? Who was held down
I would
the
say
Wilder.
hardest?
Wilder.
I would say
Wilder.
Wilder.
I would
It's
say
Wilder.
Wilder.
I would say
Bro,
Fury.
y'all gotta let each other talk. Go ahead, Michael.
I would say Fury because Fury really humiliated boxing this year by not only defending the title at all, but essentially losing to Ngannou and have everybody meme the sport of boxing. You had the MMA fans laughing, bro. You had pretty much that shit went viral, bro. Like it's really embarrassing. For me personally, I'll say Fury.
I
I
say
would say
Wilder.
Wilder more than Fury because at least Fury ended the Klitschko era, which spawned the new one, right? Whereas to me, Wilder was more detrimental because before it even became about AJ and Fury and just all of that shit, bro, we could have had Undisputed in the Klitschko era. You
Exactly.
blocked that. You blocked that from happening, bro. And it
Thank you.
wasn't like you was trying to fight Klitschko. You wasn't trying to fight him neither. So
Mhm.
Yep.
to me, it's Wilder.
To
I
me, it's
blame them both equally.
It's got to be Wilder. Yo, Wilder blocked him. He could have fought Vitaly or Vladimir. He didn't fight nobody. He could have fought Charles Martin. He didn't fight him either.
Yeah, and you can see
Come
the fuck goes
on,
with
Jesus
Fury
Christ,
because
man.
like he
Hey, but
you know
he
in
fought
spite
Vito
of
Ortiz though.
in spite of him like causing a shakeup in the heavy division, shout out to him. But bro, you ducked the rematch.
No, come
Yeah,
on, man.
bro. Like it's
You
just
ran from Povetkin.
it's such a long list, bro. And we've been all through it, you know. That's why I have very little to add that is new. Because I'm like, yo, dog, this dude was really bad for the heavyweight division. At least Fury, one thing that we have to give Fury, and I don't like Fury, you know that, Michael. But at least he's having the undisputed fight.
Hmm.
At least. Wilder, you had the same
Man,
opportunity. You had the same opportunities
That's
more
true.
than once.
I ain't
We have to
holding my
go. We have to
breath
go
until
through.
I ain't holding my breath until I see him in the ring, dude.
That's
Sorry.
true.
Yeah.
We have to go through hell and back to get it. But yeah, I feel.
Yeah, at
But
least we're
also,
fucking getting it though. If Wilder had that, bro, we wouldn't be getting it, bro.
Yeah,
We
Wilder stunk up the division for 5 years straight, man. Come on, be honest, man.
That's a fact.
This guy was
now
garbage.
I wanted to ask y'all though. I wanted to ask y'all about this. You know, he knew he's popping right now and all these different things. They got a couple of guys lined up at 122. We'll focus on 122. And I wanted to ask you guys, I want to start with Hayam. Out of Luis Neary and Mutajan Akhmadaliev and Sam Goodman, who do you think will put up a better fight against Inui?
Murtadan Apajayev.
Really?
I think he'll be able to put up a better fight. Luis Neri, I believe he's a little something about him is shot. Um, the Murat Abidaliev, I think he's better. I think he's better. I think he's in better condition. I think he'll
Uh,
be able
what
to put up a better fight.
What do you think about that villain? Do you agree that MJ would put up a better fight than Luis Neri?
Yeah, I mean, if that's a fight, I mean, I know this is probably not going to be a popular take, but I would almost rather see Sam Goodman fight him instead of Neary. But I would take
Mm.
I can't say his name correctly. I'll take
Akmedalia.
Ahmad Dalia.
yeah. He's the fight. I mean, that's the thing is you know, the monsters already beat the two guys who had the most likely chance of beating them, which they still did, and was, you know, Fulton and Marlin. But honestly, I'd want to see Goodman before Neary. I think Neary's. I don't
Yo,
I don't
I
think he can do it.
actually to add on to a villain's point, I literally just watched Neri's yesterday. I watched Neri's last two fights, and I can honestly tell you that fight versus Inoue doesn't go past 5 rounds.
Oh
Like,
no, I know
Mm.
that. Oh,
no,
Michael, I
like
know that.
it's actually a useless fight. The way this guy throws his punches, like wide hooks, bro. Inoue destroy him in the middle,
Leo,
easy.
you agree with that? You agree with that? That MJ is a tougher fight than say Neri?
Yeah, I will be surprised if Neri doesn't fall after the first body shot.
Mm,
Really,
mm, mm.
Mm.
MJ is experienced at a professional level. He has fought world competition. He's strong. He's fast. He's the whole package. I don't know if he's at the same level as Inui right now, but it's gonna be a good fight.
Jason,
And
you agree with that? That um,
Saul Goodman, I don't know about that guy.
well, Sam beat Reese Salim, right? Reese Salim, for those that don't know, he was applying a lot of pressure on Stephen Fulton back when Stephen had the belts. Stephen didn't want to know. Then Reese Salim ends up opposite the ring, Sam Goodman. I ain't gonna front. Sam whooped his ass, and Sam is big for the weight. So you know you got to watch him because he's not gonna be on the boxing level of an Inui, but he is a big kid for 122. He is big,
Who
you
has
know.
him? Who you fight for?
He's not with anybody major. I think he's with No Limit.
Oh no no
I
no no.
think he's with No Limit, but he's not with like Matchroom or he's not with somebody like that. He's with No Limit, I believe it is.
No, I
So
Mm.
remember now. Saul Goodman. It's decent. He
he's
doesn't
decent,
have a
right? He's big kid. It's like
yeah.
he's like the Liam Wilson guy that he's big for the weight. He can punch and he comes to fight. He comes to fight.
So Inoue's gonna fight
And
him
that
too.
He's last on the totem pole because that's his mandatory. He's
Oh,
last.
well, all three are mandatories, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I honestly I'm most intrigued by the Sam Goodman fight because of all those points. Because MJ, I'm like the Tapales we saw fight in a way is the same Tapales we saw beat you. Like that wasn't a fluke. I don't see MJ being able to beat Inoue. And Luis Neri is, let's be honest, that's just a revenge beating.
That
That's
it
just
is. It is.
that's just Inoue rubbing his hands, going, "I finally get that son of a bitch in the ring. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this."
yeah.
That's why he's first.
Mm,
So
I agree with
I'm
that.
Sam
I
I'm
Goodman's
gonna
the
look up.
one. Sam
I'll look
Goodman's the
up
one
the
who
Sam
intrigues me the
Goodman.
most.
Yeah, listen. At some point, bro, someone's gotta hurt this Inoue guy, bro. He has to at least
Featherweight,
get knocked
bro.
down once.
Well, no, no. I actually, my next video is about that. I'm not gonna say anything here on the live because I don't want to repeat myself. My next video is actually who I do think stands a chance. So I don't want to say anything here. But those are the guys in the pecking order. Those are the guys that are there at 122. And it's not that I don't like those fights. I do like those fights, but I don't think those guys beat Inui. I don't.
Uh,
It-
did
It's
you
just cleaning up the division.
did you put Junto in there? Because I'll be honest with you,
Ah,
bro.
Michael, what the
No, no,
fuck, bro?
I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to talk about it. I know you
Bro,
don't.
you're an
Murajan
instigator today,
Akhmadaliev,
But wait,
Michael.
but
getting
wait,
back
Michael,
to the
you're an
actually,
original top,
instigator.
My
getting
God, bro! He's like he's gonna fuck up the surprise as much as he can.
This dude
Jesus
yeah,
wants to talk
Christ. I
about
mean, it's
Sanjin, your
not like
yeah,
boxing, and
I
just
mean, it's
fuck up
pretty
the
obvious
next
if you pay
fight.
attention to the sport.
getting
Let's
back to the
change up the
original,
subject.
getting back
Let's.
to the original point of conversation. Murajan Akhmadaliev is a way better. Uh, he has way more, I think, skill than Nuri, and I think he has more shit to prove because he'll say that I deserve to be in the ring because I won that over Tapales. Like, so he would want to prove that Tapales had no fucking point in having those belts in the first place. So he'll push the envelope, but he won't win. But he'll push the envelope.
It was a split decision versus Tapales, right?
Yeah, it was a split. It was a split.
Okay.
What do you guys think about fighter of the year? Who would you say is your male fighter of the year and female fighter of the year if you have one? Who do you think deserves it this year?
Inui and Katie
I'm,
Taylor.
I'm
Mm,
just,
mm,
It's
mm.
boring, but that's my answer.
No, I
Jules,
mean,
In terms of win.
go ahead, country.
I think MJ gives Inui the toughest fight. Neri's never impressed me,
He never
and
impressed me neither, bro. He never
and
impressed
I
me
don't
neither.
know enough about Sam Wilson to really make a good
Goodman,
call.
Goodman, bro.
Sam
Goodman,
Or
Goodman.
Goodman.
Goodman. I'm sorry, yeah, I
Saul
don't know enough
Saul
about
Goodman.
Don't know enough to
that.
get his
So,
name right.
but one person, right? Exactly. One person I want to see Inui smash though is Casemiro.
Yeah, I
Nah.
just
Get
don't
Ain't
like
gonna
Casemiro out of
happen.
here.
Casemiro.
He's good. Like, he's not good, bro. It's over for him. So you saw his last fight.
Did
Yeah,
he get knocked down his last fight?
As far as I'll tell you, it's so bad, Jules. As far as the world title picture, he's gone. It's over. It's
He
finished.
quit in his last
Shit.
fight.
It's
Shout
finished.
out to Will. Before Inui leaves 122, I hope he fights Casemiro. I
No.
would like to. I know that he sucks, but it's just he's so fucking rat faced. I would just love for Inui to just destroy him, bro. Like, but you guys are right that he's shit. You know, he's shit.
It's
No,
not.
Shout
It's
out.
the
not worth
closest,
it.
More
the
rat
closest
faced
we'll
than
get.
Sonny Edwards.
No, the closest we'll get to Inouye beating up Casemiro is the YouTube video of Casemiro watching the second Donaire fight and the color draining out of his face when he sees, oh, Inouye is all that, and I'm a bitch.
Yeah, like
Closest
you
we'll
know
get.
that they guided him away from that fight. You could tell that when Sean Gibbons, because Sean was his manager at that time, he's not his manager anymore. He took him over to the PBC to try to make him a self-sustaining organism. That's what that was. That oh man, fuck that Inui fight. I'm gonna take you to the PBC and we gonna blow you up. They put him in there with Rigo, and the opposite happened. Like,
Oh
nah,
my
dog,
god, that fight was
you
horrible,
don't
bro.
belong on
yeah, I never
television.
want to see a fight like that ever again.
You don't belong on television fighting like that. Shout out to Dark Man, appreciate you, bro. Now what do
And
you
the
guys
funny
think
thing is,
about? Wait, no, wait a minute. What do you
oh,
guys
sorry.
think about fighter of the year? Who? Because I don't think everybody has
You know what?
the same
I,
fighter
I'm,
of
I'm
the year.
I'm giving it. I'm giving it to Crawford because I got a Nui number one pound for pound because of the titles and the champions. You know, he's edged. I got him edging out Crawford by that a little bit, but it was very close. But I'll give a Nui pound for pound number one. Crawford right there behind him, but also I think Crawford fighter of the year.
Yes, I agree with that exactly.
Yeah, because if we're talking about fighter of the year, knockout of the year, prospect, you can factor hype into those.
Oh
You
my god.
absolutely
God damn
can.
it.
You
You
absolutely
can
can.
you can factor hype. For me, pound for pound number one is Inui. It's not just because Julius's criteria about pound for pound. It's because I was never impressed with Errol Spence' reign as a welterweight champion.
That's
So
true.
I cannot put him after beating him. I cannot put Crawford over Inoue because I
Now,
think he did better this year.
No, but Leo, what a lot of people
You're
will
wrong,
see
Sam.
is the way he fucking beat him. The
Yeah,
the
and
Yeah,
level
and
of
that's why,
the level of that
and that's
level of
why.
dismantling that as
yeah,
we
it's
haven't seen
crazy.
in a very long fucking time.
Yeah, and
In a
that's
So,
why
very
hey,
long fucking
I
time,
got
man.
and
I
that's
got I
no
got
wait. And that's why I give Terrence Crawford fighter of the year.
Yeah,
I
but
got
we giving him number one fighter of the year, number one fighter of the year. He beat a top 5 pound for pound fighter, and
Not in
okay,
my
he
I
beat
gotta reply to
not in
that.
my eyes.
he beat a
speaking
monster.
Parliamentary procedure.
speaking of which, I got a question for you guys. Have you seen the latest claim? Now they're claiming that Spence went and ran like 8,500 feet above
Oh, I
sea
saw
level.
that clip.
Yeah,
Wait,
and that's why he. That's why
Listen.
he.
I just
Virtuoso, go ahead. Virtuoso, go
I
ahead.
have to say this. I put Inui as my fighter of the year because he beat two unified champions, right? Two reigning world champions at the time. That's two accomplishments against one fighter. Now, Errol Spence, I had to say this, but I never rated him pound for pound. I'm sorry. The, to me, a better unified world champion in one weight class is Kirby, and I rated him pound
Absolutely.
for pound.
Yeah.
So
Now,
Absolutely.
okay, virtuoso,
listen,
virtuoso.
hold
So
on. I
you're
haven't
saying
finished. Let me land the
Let him
plane.
finish. Let me
Let
finish.
me land the plane. Now, I rate Crawford pound for pound for pound number one because I based the pound for pound ranking based on styles. I based it on the idea. It's just theoretical that which styles can transcend weight classes. To me, I think Crawford has the best style in the sport of boxing to transcend weight classes. I think he's a better, like to me, a better boxer puncher than Inui.
I would say this.
Oh,
I look. I would say this because I don't often say this, and I say this because I'm among friends. I am biased. I think Crawford is the best pound for pound fighter in the world, but I can't be a hypocrite. The fact of the matter is, if I go by the theory, oh, this style transcends divisions better than any other style, that's not true. Why? He's at his fourth weight. He's literally doing what I'm theorizing you could do. He's literally doing it because he is at his fourth weight. So that's why I have to give it to Inui based on the rules. That if I say, well, I think Crawford's style would be effective in any division, right? Well, that's cool. Any division. Wait a minute. This kid's in more divisions than Crawford. And he literally beat more champions with that style. So, based on the rules, I got to give it to him.
Right. Now I see
That's
it's at.
that's what you say, but I disagree. I believe, and you have legitimate curriculum and criteria on what you're talking about. So I'm not, disrespecting your list or your decision, but I just think when we look at it, skill wise, I think Crawford has a better style that could beat more styles. Big, like Crawford came out and said, big or small, he could beat any style anywhere up across the spectrum. That's interesting.
You know that's why I want that. Look, I'm a Canelo fan, so don't get it twisted. I'm not wishing bad on Canelo, but can you imagine the mind fuck if Crawford won that fight? Could you
Come
imagine?
on.
I'm picking
There's
Crawford
no
actually to
argue.
win.
There's no fucking arguing after. Like,
Wait, which
nah,
fight?
dog.
Which
Yo,
fight? Which
Jules,
fight?
if that shit happens, I'm picking Crawford to win. You can mark
Wait,
my words right now.
wait,
If that
which
shit
fight?
happens,
Which
If
fight?
Crawford, if
That's the
Crawford,
difference, man.
I'm not saying that Crawford will or won't because once again, I'm a fan of Crawford. I'm a fan of Canelo. I'm a fan. I love all four of those. There's four guys in the sport. These is my guys: Usyk, Crawford, Inui, Canelo. These is my guys. I fucking love these guys. So I don't want anybody to interpret it as, oh, you hate. And no, I'm saying if Crawford had that fight and won that fight, yo, fuck this era. Fuck the era. This is one of the best
Yeah, this
fighters
is
that ever fucking
historical.
fought, bruh.
Yeah, this is
Real.
That's
historical.
to me. That's close enough to when Roy fought Ruiz. Like, yo, dog, this dude went from welter, past junior middle, past middle to super middle for
He went from
Canelo.
lightweight. He went
Now,
from lightweight. He won. He won a
okay.
title
Now,
against
now,
Ricky
Jules,
Burns at
I
lightweight.
want to respond to your point. Um, listen, I do kind of feel for Crawford because, listen, man, I think the politics of the sport held him back from accomplishing what
For
he
sure.
needed to do. You know,
100.
but I just believe because to me, it's just to me, it's still a theory. It's still a theoretical list of pound for pound. I just feel that way. But yeah, the politics of the sport really held him back, and it is kind of harder to do it with heavier weight classes, in my opinion. I'm just saying that. I'm just speaking for myself. So
Hey,
I would just say,
Jules,
yeah, go ahead.
Base says the smaller weights have more classes than that they can attain. That's the one flaw in the criteria. But
Yeah,
I'll add,
yeah.
Base, let me add to that the pound for pound was actually meant for the smaller weights and not the heavy weights, really.
Yeah, we
Well,
know that,
more
but
than
what he's
that.
saying is that you got a lot of
No, he's saying that because
weight.
there's more of those divisions. All he's saying
Yeah,
is that because there are more of those divisions, you can win more titles. Okay, show me another Inui then.
that's true. That's true. Since
Well,
you
Don't
since you said you created
no,
whole,
Does
one at a time,
Ioka
one at a
count?
time.
since you
Ioka.
said that you created whole
Ioka's a four
making
division
Ioka
champion.
one at a time, fellas. Ioka's a 4 division champion, yes, but he's not doing what he knew he's doing.
It's close. I mean, it's not
No,
exactly.
Ioka
You're not gonna
hasn't
get
been
a carbon copy.
bro. Ioka's hasn't been undisputed once,
Oh, that's
let
true.
alone
That's true.
twice.
He's been
All right, he
unified,
hasn't been
right?
undisputed once, let
I don't
alone
think he's been
twice.
unified.
Yeah, so to
No,
Jules' point,
he was
if you can
unified.
make
The
whole,
point
make
that I'm
another
making,
whole.
the point that I'm making is when people say it's easier, you do realize there have been Inui is the first undisputed bantamweight champion. There never was. The
Hmm.
first undisputed 122-pound champion. There never was. 140 has seen more undisputed champions than bantam or super bantam. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
very true.
147 has seen more of that than 118 and 122. There have been times when there hasn't even been a fucking unified champion, much less an undisputed one. So I don't want to hear, oh yeah, it's easier to do it. Then how come nobody was fucking doing it then?
That holds weight as far as I'm concerned. That's a legitimate statement.
I
I
mean,
Okay,
think
my
that's
thing
just
is,
I think that's just what a lot of people say because what they don't want to factor in that body percentage matters. Yes, Inui is not built like a fucking welterweight. 4 pounds to those little ass people.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight to them, bro. It
Yeah, it's a
is.
tightrope. Like you got to understand, the smaller weight class fighters, they're just a cheeseburger away from losing their belts.
Put it this way, 10
Mm, mm,
pounds
mm.
might be a lot. 10 pounds might be a lot to a welterweight, but to a heavyweight, oh, that's a trip to the bathroom, bro. Trip
For
to the
real.
bathroom, bro.
Mm,
For
mm,
real.
mm.
So we can't do the relativity thing and only use it against these guys. No, 4 pounds, it matters, bro. And those divisions are just as legitimate. They're just as difficult. What I like about those divisions, and it's the only handicap I see that maybe someone else has, but I still don't care, is that there's less politics down there. People fight. But what am I here to rate you for again? Fighting. Fighting.
Julius,
Accomplishments.
can I try to exemplify this to better understand it? Let's say Godzilla and King Kong fight, and Godzilla weighs 10 pounds more than King Kong. Would you consider that an advantage? Ten
Yeah.
pounds?
No, oh wait, no, 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 no.
No.
Not they're heavyweights.
Yeah. If you have two midgets, 1 feet each one, 10 pounds from one guy, is that an advantage? That's a
Yes.
huge advantage.
Yes. You hit the nail
relatively
on that.
speaking.
You hit the nail on that. They're like, yo, dog. If you're 6'6", 200 and shit, yeah, 10 pounds is a trip to the bathroom, bro. That's what that's a trip to the bathroom. That's nothing. But if you're a welterweight, yeah, 10 pounds is a lot of weight, bro. So if you're a super flyweight, yeah, 4 pounds is a lot of weight. Those are very small people. I don't denigrate their divisions because they're naturally smaller. There are people smaller. Yo, dog, I seen a guy. There was two guys I used to work with. They both wasn't all that tall, but one of them was real thin, and you could see, yo, that's just how that dude is built. That's just how he built. He supposed to be like that. And another more stocky cat. He was a Mexican cat. He more stocky, but he's a Mexican cat. He gonna be a little bit more stocky. Everybody not built the same, bro. It's
Look,
weight classes, not height classes.
all I know is that Inui used when he moving up a weight class, used two unified champions as his tune-ups. The fighter of the year is like this is point blank, guys.
Shout out to my man D Styles. Fighter of the year shouldn't be a part-timer award. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm kind of with. I don't know who said it. I heard somebody say it, but I agree that fighter of the year is more open to interpretation, and you can add hype. For me, the fighter of the year, right? The fight that left me like, wow, dog. It was Spencer Crawford.
Yeah.
It was Spencer
Yeah,
Crawford.
but
I was like, yo,
wouldn't you give that performance of the year? Because he destroyed. That's
Yeah, he
performance of the
destroyed.
year.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
That
yes.
is.
But the reason I give him fighter of the year is because him as a fighter, having that fight, that's what you remember. I don't remember, bro. I don't think about Ryan and Javante. I don't think about Canelo and Charlo.
Nobody even brings up that.
I don't think about Benavidez. Like, nah, not none of y'all. When I think about, yo, who did something this year that I was like, wow, Crawford.
Awful.
Crawford. That's who I think of. That this was the year of the Crawford, of the roaring Crawford.
And
It
Crawford
ironically,
or
wasn't.
the only
Inouye.
fight.
But you also bring up Inouye too because he destroyed Fulton.
But if you told me that you have him at fighter of the year, I wouldn't argue with you.
Exactly.
I wouldn't argue with
Right.
you. Like, nah, I see it. He beat two unified champions and made it look easy. I see it, but for me, right, because it is open to interpretation, the fight that happened this year that was the defining fight for me, yeah, it was Crawford, Crawford.
God, isn't that weird how in that
Spence
week
was
there were
untouchable,
two
bro.
fights that were supposed to be 50-50. We saw two one-sided beatings done in the way where one guy beat the other one using the other guy's style. Stephen
Jason,
Fulton was supposed to outbox.
they didn't say that Inui Fulton was a 50-50, man. Everyone was weighing on fucking Fulton. They didn't think that Inui was gonna do that, man.
That is
You
true though.
Lopez
That is
versus
true.
Josh Taylor.
That is true.
Yeah,
Lopez
But my
they
versus
point
Josh
and
is,
Taylor was crazy.
they were pissed
no
once
one
it
thought
happened.
that shit was 50-50, man. No
but
one.
yeah, okay, fair enough. But my point is that everyone thought Fulton was going to Everyone thought Fulton was going to win. Thought he was going to outbox Inouye. Inouye outboxed him. Made it look easy. Everyone who thought Spence was going to win thought Spence was just going to be too big and beat up Crawford. Crawford beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
So boom.
that's
Inouye
true.
Crawford took the other guy's specialty and said, "Fuck you."
Rider of the
Man.
Storm says Bud beat a drunk one-eyed pirate who was inactive for 15 months. He knew he beat two unified champions in 1 year. Bud has had 5
Fulton wasn't
fights
active.
in 5 years. Fulton wasn't active. Fulton was out for a year too, bro. Bobby Light said, "I'm a Bud fan, but we wait, let me
Have we?
reread. I'm a Bud fan, but have we seen him against the variety of styles more so than Inui to say his style beats everyone?" And I'm glad Bobby Light poses that question because that's what that criteria is for.
That's a good
That's
question.
why it matters who beat more champions because that's the guy who beat more styles. How Tapales fights is not how Fulton fights. How Fulton fights is not how Donaire fights. How Donaire fights is not how Emmanuel Rodriguez fights, or Hernandez, or Narvaez. You see what I mean? That the guy who's
Yeah, but
beaten more
it's the same
champions,
for Postall and Spence. It's the same for Postall and Spence.
of
It's the
course
same
it's the
from
same for
Diaz.
Postol and Spence. I'm
It's the
not
same
saying,
from
bro,
Diaz.
I'm not telling you that those styles are similar. I'm saying that who's beating more guys with different
More different
styles?
styles. I'm
Inui.
saying no,
Hey,
no,
Inui.
Jules, you got
no,
another one from the Gooch.
no.
Let me see. Hold up. Let me scroll down. Shout out to the Gooch. Think of the jump in weight as a percentage. 108 to 122, difference of 14 pounds or 13%. 135 to 147, 12 pounds is only 8.9%. Yeah, because it's about body percentage. That's what it's always been about. But I would say that that's why I put that criteria in place. If you're fighting more champions than someone else, the more crude example that I like to use is Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor came up against 4 different champions at one weight. All those champions were different from each other. Whereas Clarissa, most of the belts you won were vacant. That's not the same thing, B. It's like, nah, it's
It's
not.
not, but Crawford is not like that. Crawford actually fought way different styles, way different fighters, way different world champions. He
But
did.
not
Mirage,
more of them.
Horn is different from Postall, who's different
Mirage,
from
get out of
Diaz.
here.
What?
Bro, you the one that's paying attention to him. Shout out to
What?
Right.
Sergey. Crawford beat an alcoholic derby driver. Come on, man.
Oh, come on.
Haney and Bam can get you're not gonna get fighter of the
Nah.
year for a fucking robbery, bro. Get out of here. Nah. I like Haney. I like Devin. I like Devin. But how you the fighter of the year get how you gonna be the fighter of the year when one of the fights you had you literally got booed?
Come on.
Hold up, Jules.
Fighter of the year?
My fight of the year is a guy who got robbed, man, and that's the walking mummified corpse, Ishmael Barroso. He's my fucking fight of the year, man. That
He did.
motherfucker,
He
that
did.
motherfucker,
He may
that
be the prime
motherfucker.
candidate for robbery of the year, bro. He
Yo,
really
man,
may
no,
be.
he's my fight of the year, man. That motherfucker
Jesus
went in
Christ.
the walking mummy. He fucking dummied up Ronaldo Romero, and he got robbed by fucking Weeks. That's what happened.
Bro. You
Man,
can't say
Jesus
that. We
Christ.
saw him get knocked out by punches that didn't even land. How can you call him your fighter of the year?
Yeah, like I can't give it to Devin. Like I ain't even going front. If you would have if you would have did the Loma, what you did to Regis, honestly, I would give you fighter of the year. I absolutely would if he would have did that. But nah, fam. You like it's
Yeah.
not because forget what I think. Reality is after that fight, the boxing world in one breath was like robbery, fam. That forget me. You don't even go off of nothing I say. The people that were there were booing. The professionals, the pundits, the pugilists, even celebrities. A lot of celebrities. It wasn't just Nelly that said that. Van Damme said that shit. LeBron was like, "See, this is why I don't watch boxing." Literally, see, that's why I don't watch boxing. Right, fam? No, you don't
Teofimo
get
should have
fighter
had
of the
another fight.
year for some shit like that. Nah, you bugging.
Yeah, but Jules, you know what? A lot of these peeps they go upon recency bias, so they think because Devin fucking beat Regis the way he did most recently that he's suddenly a world fucking killer. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these fuckers they're just riding on what happened like a month ago, type shit. You know
Hey,
what I
Jules,
mean?
Base is asking for the link, man.
There's 10 people up here.
Okay.
Jerome said, I think you make a good point about people picking fighters due to racial prejudice. I think Bud's win over Spence was more meaningful for boxing. I think it was more meaningful for this year. That's how I compartmentalize it. It was the most meaningful win this year. That's why I give him fighter of the year because it was the most meaningful this year. But that doesn't make you pound for pound number 1 though. Sorry. I would like to give it to Crawford, but it just doesn't make sense. If the argument has been, okay, well, why was Crawford rated above Spence on my list? What was the rationale that I was using? Crawford's been a champion at more weights and he beat more champions than Errol. That was why. Okay, well, now there's a guy who did more of that than you. So I got to keep the energy the same. That was my I don't know why other people rated Crawford ahead of Spence. I can only tell you why I did it. Well, the reason I did it, well, Spence, you ain't been a champion at 2, 3 weights. You only been a champion in 1. And you didn't beat as many champions as Crawford. You only beat 2 or 3. He beat 4. You were the 5th. All right? So when somebody else comes along and they're doing more, the same logic must apply. Otherwise, I'm a big fucking hypocrite if I don't do that.
Man, I alluded to this in the last live, but Spence to me is like the anti pound for pound fighter. He started at 154, moved down to a weight where he was bigger than everybody else. His entire style is predicated on I'm bigger than you, I'm gonna bully you. And the second he ran into somebody he couldn't bully, he got his ass whipped.
You know
Like
that you
Kell
can
Brook
make
was
that
getting him the
argument.
business.
You know that you can make, not to shift gears, but you can make that argument about Clarissa. Are you pound for pound? You debuted at 168. You didn't move up. You moved down. When
Exactly.
she started out at super middleweight.
She picked
You
up
then
a
moved
vacant
down
title.
to middleweight. You then moved down to junior middle. So your pound for pound claim is what? That you're fighting girls that are smaller than you were when you debuted? It's funny, man. Like I said,
Is
Katie and
is is
Amanda.
a new way's best win right now? Nonito Donaire.
I would say so. I
Yeah,
I
think
would
that
say so
I would say
as
so.
well
I would say so.
because he became a champion after losing to Inui, so he became a champion
Absolutely.
even after that. So and
Yeah,
we're
but
But
he
happy
so
with
did
played
him.
for.
it's not just that because Rodriguez did too, though, and Maloney. They both became
Yeah,
champions.
but even at
Rodriguez,
that,
Maloney, Donaire. Let me finish the sentence. Rodriguez, Maloney, and Donaire all became champions after he knew he beat them. But the reason that you say Donaire is the best is because that dude has been a champion in like 4 fucking weight classes, bruh.
Yeah,
That dude
and
won a
Donaire is a
he was
monster.
that
living.
dude won a bunch of belts, bro.
He
He
was
won a
living on
bunch.
two divisions, I believe.
Exactly. And that's why the whole Crawford beat Spence, bro. Spence's resume is dog shit compared to Nonito's. Are you serious? Spence will not do half the things Nonito did. That's not dick eating. That's not no. That's literal, fam. Nonito was a champion at 4 weights. You won't be a champion in 2. You won't.
I want to go back to something that we were saying about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Look, if you have a guy and you want to gauge how good is gonna do as a boxer, based on how he beat a PBC fighter, you're playing a dangerous game
Yeah.
because something happened in the welterweight division that we already saw in the heavyweight division. The moment Tyson Fury beat Wilder, everyone was talking about Fury like it was Goku or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck. The problem with
Mm-hmm.
Errol Spence is good, but you are not a title holder good. You never was. There was a lot of things happening in those rankings to allow you to have three
That is
titles
so true.
the moment you
That's
step to the ring with Terence Crawford. That is what for me, saying that Terence Crawford can jump three weight classes and beat Canelo, for me that's crazy. Based on that, the way it beat, because it beat Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. was one of the best. I don't know, dude. You didn't fight the Sanyonis. You didn't fight Boots Ennis. You didn't fight Berger Ortiz. There was a lot
That
of
is
guys you
true.
didn't fight. They were treating Errol Spence like it was Arthur Beterbiev. You never
And I
was.
and I'll tell you what, I'm glad you said that because the things that Errol didn't do are the same things that he knew he has every intention of doing. It's not just I beat Marlon and I beat Fulton, so I'm good. No, I'm still gonna fight Neri. I'm still gonna fight MJ. And I want to throw in the side of Casemiro because he the one that want to fight. I want to fight him too. You see what I mean? That he's not leaving no stone unturned. Like, nah, I still got smoke down here. It's still business for me to take care of. And Errol never did. Like, bro, come on, B. The IBF was being nice to you. Let's cut the bullshit. You was IBF champion since 2017. You only lost the belt this year. And from 2017 to 2023, you only fought one mandatory for them? They ride everybody else's ass, bro. Everybody. Joe Cordina, Josh Taylor, Anthony Joshua. They ride it. They already got a mandatory for Usyk Philippe. They ride everybody ass, but not yours. So it's just like Leo said that, yeah, there was a lot of maneuver in there to make sure that he keeps those belts. There was. Like, you could see, like, yeah, dog, was he. Don't, in other words, mission statement. Don't blow beating Errol out of proportion. Was it meaningful? Yes, it was meaningful, but don't blow it out of proportion. And I'm not gonna pretend. I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm not gonna pretend that Errol is half the fighter Nonito is. No, he's not. You're fucking joking. You're joking. Nonito was a champion at 4 weights, bro. 4, right? Yeah, he lost the fight and he kept winning belts after that. He kept winning belts. He loses fight. Okay, I win. I still win some belts because I could fight. Errol, your career is kind of finished after one loss. Your career, yeah, it's kind of finished.
Nolito became a champion at 40 again, bro. Like the argument's over. Like there's no. I don't know if anyone's debating that, but it shouldn't be a debate.
Thank you for saying that because it's like, do you think Errol is still going to be out here 40 years old, beating unbeaten champions like Nordine Bali, beating unbeaten up and comers like Raymar Caballo? No. No, we know the answer. No. So I don't know. And it's the Americans that are doing it more than anyone that, oh, Errol was it, bro. Get the fuck out of here with the Errol shit, bro. He's not a better win than Nonito. Are you nuts? You can't even compare their careers.
Bro,
We'll try to
I
bring up the
realize
age.
it's just these people that they don't actually watch every division in boxing. They act like they do, but they don't.
The chats are
right.
piling up, bro.
Shout out to Fish. Lee Wood said, he said Lee Wood deserves a mention. Cheers, Jules. I could see why someone would say that. I do think that win over Mauricio Lara, it was meaningful, and the win over Josh Warrington. But I don't know that that's enough for you to be fighter of the year. I don't know.
Comeback
Shout out
fighter of the year.
Shout out to Get Hands. Haney versus Loma, robbery of the year. Yeah, there were two. There's Haney versus Loma was the male robbery of the year for me, and McCaskill versus Ryan was the female robbery of the year for me because that wasn't a
Okay,
hard
Right.
fight. That wasn't a hard fight to score, bro. Sandy won that fight. You could see she won that fight. It's like, what the
Hmm.
fuck are y'all doing?
It's crazy.
would you not rate the Ismael Barrosos robbery higher than the Loma Haney?
Oh my
That
god.
one was bad,
Yeah,
though. That was
that's
bad.
Because you
And
know
you have to
what? Because
realize,
it's not a robbery. It's chicanery, but it's not a
yeah.
because it never went to the scorecards. But you could see that, like, yo, dog, like it's definitely chicanery. Like, you really gonna stop the fight or for
No
some punches that ain't
corruption,
land?
Jules. corruption.
Off of punches that landed on Rolly. Punches
That
that
was
landed
Rolando
on Rolly, they
that was
sacrificed.
corruption on live display.
Rolando Romero wins the award of Fraud of the Year.
Tony
Yes.
Weeks bought a luxury RV, the same as fucking Justin Clarissa Thomas. That same level of luxury after he got the payout.
Deed
Yo,
says Naoya Inoue is the monster. Fat Boy Davis is not. Absolutely, bro.
Oh,
Davis
yeah,
ain't no
y'all
monster.
see
yo,
Tony Bayless is
Zilly
retiring?
Zhang, Zilly Zhang is the fighter of the year.
I seen that. I seen that. I mean, Kenny is 70 something, bro. God bless him, bro. I'm
I never
glad
had
to
a
see
problem
any
with him
man
as.
live.
Yeah, I never had a problem
I'm
with him as
glad
a
to see
wrestler.
any man make it that age, B, because two of my favorite actors died this year, bro. Whenever that happens, I get really just, I don't know, it takes something out of me, bro.
Who are your two favorite actors?
Two of my favorite actors.
Well, who are they?
The dude who used to be on Fringe on Channel 5. He had a smaller role in John Wick. It was a black dude, skinny black
Oh
dude.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Lance Reddick. Lance Reddick?
Yeah,
Love
He
that.
Lance
he
Reddick, great
died,
actor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
my dude from that show, man, that cop show, he died,
Brooklyn
man.
Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
nah,
bro.
that shit hit me hard, bro. Cause I'm
Yeah, he
like,
had
damn,
cancer apparently, bro. That's damn, bro.
Damn.
damn,
Yeah,
dog.
bro, that sucks.
I ain't
I
gonna
love that show, bro.
That shit hit me hard, bro. So if Kenny's still here at 70 years old, B, God bless him. I hope he lives 70 more years if possible.
Yeah, so you
You know
don't
what I
need
mean?
boxing no more, man. Please go.
Shout out to Jerome. Too many hype jobs in modern boxing. I need Fury and Tank to be exposed. Then all will be right in boxing. Well, I think Fury's day of reckoning is en route. I wanted to ask you guys about that too. Just what's your confidence level right now?
Not high.
As far
Not
as
very high.
what you expect in that fight. Like Michael, when you think about fight, what is it that you when you think about that fight, what is it that you see? What mental image do you get?
Honestly, I see I see Fury maybe winning late rounds. Nah, I actually don't. I don't. I really see Usyk outclassing him, bro. Fury doesn't have anything other than reach and size over Usyk. Usyk, he moves faster. I know Fury has problems with southpaws, bro. I've seen him myself, bro. He's not comfortable with southpaws. His feet are not fast enough to keep up with Usyk whenever he wants to take those pivots. And I see Usyk destroying him to the body early. Don't know if it's enough for him to get a knockout late, but hopefully. But I see it as a total masterclass.
What do you think, Hayam? I didn't get to ask you too much about that fight. Just when you think about that fight, what is it gonna look like in the rounds?
It's gonna look like the first round between Joshua and Usyk in the first fight. Just completely slippery, crazy head movement, body
Yep.
movement, and he just can't find him. He can't find Usyk at
Mm,
all.
took the
Usyk is
words out my mouth.
Usyk is
And
tearing him apart.
Usyk's gonna step to him like he
Yeah,
did with AJ as
yeah,
well.
he's gonna step right up to him. This is not gonna be a joke or a game. Usyk is gonna kill this guy. I don't think the fight goes to 12 rounds. To be
You
honest,
know
I
that
don't think the
I
fight goes
don't
to 12
either.
rounds.
That's the one thing I could say that I see. And look, anybody who wants to screen record it, bro. I'm just making a prediction. You don't have to take it personal. But what I see is the exhaustion is going to get the Fury. Usyk's not a power guy. He doesn't stop guys because of the power. It's the pace that he sets in a round that these guys get so fucking tired. It's not just getting hit.
Yeah.
It's trying to keep up with him. It's trying to turn with him. It's trying to catch him. It's missing punches. All that shit. It drains
The
you
drain is
round
the
after
problem.
round.
Ali said that none of these heavyweights could go 12 rounds with me. And what he meant was what you were talking about, the stamina, the movement, everything. There's this guy's taking a page out of Ali's book. There's no way in the world that Tyson Fury's going to be ready for what's coming for
Mm. I heard that he's enlisting the aid of Jayo Pataya as his primary sparring partner.
him.
That's actually
It's
good. That's good.
Good
it's good
sparring.
it's good sparring, but it's just that there are glaring differences. Jai is not a timing guy. He's not a timing guy, and Jai's punches are wider, right? Jai is best described as an artillery fighter. He goes in there with the intention of hurting you, right? His punches are wider, not as short, not as subtle. his movements are broad, not small. So while it's the best sparring around for this fight, it's not a carbon copy either. Usyk's punches
It's
are
not a carbon
much
copy.
shorter.
But you're not really gonna find a carbon copy of
I
Usyk at
mean,
all.
I
Like you're
I
talking about.
actually go
Go ahead,
ahead, Mike.
Virtuos. Go
No,
go
I'll
ahead.
say I just wanted to say that I actually compare Jayo Pataya to a cruiserweight version of Bivol. I want to say Usyk, you know, because he
Mm,
does like to go in and out and fence with the jab, but he does go wide with the punches. So, you know, that's what it is. Usyk is not a guy that opens up all willy nilly to be aggressive and all that stuff because he Jai is doing that all day long in the fucking cruiserweight.
exactly.
But
See,
Usyk is more methodical than that.
I think that Fury's only chance is to try to go to the body and try to big him to death, but it's not going to work. I don't think. And
Yeah, when I
see
first
Fury
came this
getting
fight, when I was still
frustrated.
on my Fury bandwagon, I thought that the fight was going to go one this way. Fury would try to box with Usyk. Usyk would outbox him. Then Usyk would get tired because Usyk does get tired at heavyweight. We've seen it happen a couple times. And then Fury would
Late
start doing
though.
the mauling dirty tactics and win by knockout that way. Now, after that Ngannou fight,
Yep.
I can picture it in my mind. I see an overhand right or an overhand left from Usyk landing right on Fury's chin, and he goes down like a ton of bricks in the middle rounds.
Let me read the super chats. Jerome Blake says Usyk will make Fury look very clumsy. This is a part of what I believe that Fury looks coordinated against slow, clumsy people, but he'll look slow and clumsy next to Usyk. Very clumsy. Fury doesn't have faster hands or better inside game than AJ. Fury uppercutted himself in the face. Usyk by KO. Yeah, like this thing with Fury. I'm like, everybody thought that he changed or that no, he didn't change. It's just that everybody's stuck on how he looks with Wilder, so they think he changed. But it's like, no, he's the same fidgety, herky jerky guy he always was. It's just that it's not hard
Hmm.
to look skilled with Wilder. Look at how Gerald Washington looked with Wilder. He looked like he had a world class jab with Wilder, and then he got beat by everybody else.
Look at Joseph
Practically by
Parker.
everybody else.
Yeah, you
You wouldn't think
cannot
the
go
same
off of.
Joseph Parker who got beat by Dillian White.
Shit.
I mean, you cannot go off of Wilder victories and say that he's just gonna bully him. I mean, he tried to do that with Ngannou and he couldn't do it. So what makes you think you can do it against a guy who's very versatile with movement and actually has very core strength?
Yeah, like
I think
I
a
just
Fury third
what
fight. Like,
Hayam said is what Hayam said is the best way to. I don't think he's gonna be able to find him. I think it's gonna be like those scenes in Dragon Ball Z when Goku starts teleporting and he hits you with the. It's gonna be some. It's like yeah, you're gonna miss punches because
Right.
Fury slaps with his shots to begin with. Like I've never liked the way that Fury throws punches. It looks very labored and sloppy. It's not sharp like when AJ gets off a jab. It's really just
It's a
weird
flicking
looking.
jab. It's a flicking jab, but he does try to put weight behind it. But the thing is, he's not quick. So Usyk is going to be able to time those shots, slip through them, and cause havoc inside because he doesn't keep those hands home. He's not quick at those hands.
Yeah.
Look,
I see him getting hit a lot.
I
Yep.
agree with you boys in the context of that.
Remember this: angles and punch placement.
I agree with you boys that Usyk's gonna win this shit, but I disagree with Haim in the context that it's gonna win. It's gonna end before the 12. It's gonna go to 12 rounds. I am because
I don't think it's gonna.
What Jules said, Usyk don't have the power to like fully fucking KO or TKO fucking Fury.
But that's
So he's
why we
gonna get
said the
points. It's
pace.
gonna be a points decision.
This is what I'm saying.
It's gonna be a points decision, my guy.
No, I don't think so. The reason why I don't think so is because the punches that hurt the most are the punches that you get hit with that you don't see coming. And I don't think Fury's going to be prepared at all for what he's walking into. I think Usyk is going to destroy him. I think it's going to be an annihilation. It's not even going to be close. I don't know if the fight goes past 6 rounds.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
that's a
Okay, now you're
fucking
doing too
bold
much. Now you're
statement,
doing too
bro.
much.
Now I'm doing too
You're
much.
No,
Okay,
No.
Now you're doing too
let me
much.
see. Let me see.
Let's
LOL.
just wait the
Jules,
fight
when
then.
did he knew he caught your attention? Mine's was when he entered and won the World Boxing Super Series tournament Not many people can say they have the Muhammad Ali trophy. If you go back to the first videos I did about Inui, that was in 2017, before the World Boxing Super Series, as that was ramping up, and that was when he caught my attention. I'm like, yo, this
For
little
me,
dude is nice, bruh.
it was when he knocked out Rodriguez. What was that?
For me, it was
2018.
Payano. It was Payano for
Yeah,
me.
that was
Payano.
circa 2017, 2018. But yeah, Rodriguez.
Yeah, he
And he
knocked
had
him
the IBF,
forward.
and he was IBF champion at the time. He fucked his
Mhm.
body up, bro. He hit that motherfucker right in the body. Looked like Rodriguez had to take a shit.
Payano, he hit him too, and it was over that quick.
Shout out to Jerome. People only rated Fury after the Wilder win, and Wilder isn't good. Example, Joseph Parker. Have a shot of Hennessy on me. Appreciate you, which is what I've been saying, that the whole air that Fury developed the last 5 years is not predicated on how he looked with Steve Cunningham. No,
Hit
it's
on
not
Wild.
predicated on how he looked with Otto Verleen and Tom. No, it's all about Wilder. That he looked so great with Wilder, but you don't look like that with other people. You didn't look like that just now with Ngannou. You didn't look like that, but you were supposed to, because that dude's not a boxer.
That's the difference. Like y'all saying that I'm talking too much or I'm going crazy. My thing is the third Wilder Fury fight is one of the sloppiest heavyweight fights. Usyk, you can call him a lot of things. One thing you can't call him is sloppy. This guy's razor sharp and he's a killer. He's coming to get you. I think he's gonna get Fury out of there. I don't
But
think
under
Fury is
six
that
round
good.
Actually,
time,
I
come on,
actually
I
man,
agree
that's
think
with Hayam.
Fury's
No,
sloppy.
still
I agree with
lying.
Hayam on this, but once again, it's not because of the power. It's the fucking exhaustion. That dude is exhausting, bruh. When
Yeah,
when AJ at
yeah.
the end of the first fight, when AJ's leaning on the ropes and he looked like he about to go out at the end of the first fight, that's not because Usyk is hitting him so hard. That's because that dude is dead tired, bruh, from having to try to chase this guy around and hit him with shots and turn with him and move with him on top of getting hit. And Fury's condition, bro, like Hayam said, which is so valid, Ngannou cracked the shit out of you, bro, and you fell down.
For
Mhm.
real.
Yeah,
Cracked
You
and
the
can't
shit
fight.
out of you.
You
How
Try
try
if
to
to
if
really catch
Ngannou
really
him.
could crack the shit out of you, I'm just saying, yeah, I think Usyk could catch you with some shit, cause this motherfucker caught you with some shit.
try
Well,
to
yeah,
really
added,
catch a
added,
white
added to
rabbit.
that,
Try to really catch a white rabbit in your hands. Try to really catch them. I'm telling you, it's
Fury,
different, dog.
and added
Fury,
to that is the fact that Usyk has like 3 wins every fucking fight. He doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
you
telling you.
see him tired a little bit in the middle, right, and the next round he comes up throwing like 50 punches per round.
I'm gonna tell you, Leo, do you know what that is? Capricorns, I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. Capricorns are born with a
Oh
third
my god.
lung. It's tucked between the stomach and the abdomen. It's not as big as the other two, but that's where the extra air comes from. That's why we don't get tired and we could fuck for really long periods of time. That we go like several hours without ejaculating. That's where that comes from. It comes from the third lung. And Usyk has that shit. So yeah, I have him beating Fury, bro.
So
Yeah,
He
but
only
he
like
has two
stopped.
you
titties,
can
so
have a
what's now?
vertical, you have a vertical and can slam dunk because you have the extra air down below, and you fart and you go right to the fucking net. Is
Yeah,
that the deal?
it translates into hops, bro. More hops. Like we could jump higher, fuck longer, breathe longer, swim faster.
He said
We're like Jason Bourne, bro.
he
Jules,
said
let me
extra
ask you this
lung,
one
not extra
second.
colon, you
Hold on, Jay.
motherfucker.
1 second. Chaim, you said Zile Zhang. I know. Did you say jokingly or because like Zile had a really good fucking run this year in reflection to the entire year of
That actually
2023?
is true.
Yeah,
Good
no,
Zile Zhang
I
had
observation.
a
was I was saying that
He
legitimately.
had
I was
two. He
fucking
had
with
two
y'all,
fights
but I
this
was saying
year.
that legitimately.
Was
like
both Joe Joyce fights this
That was
year?
this year. One was in
Yeah,
April. The other one
that's
was in
why I said
September.
that. That's why I said that.
I ain't
yo
going
Zhang
yo
front.
was
Chaim,
great.
Chaim, tell me you fucking made a lot of money on that fucking first Joyce
I made
fucking.
over. No, I made more money on the second fight. The first fight I didn't bet. The second fight I knew. I even called the punch that he was gonna knock him out when I made $2,000
Bro,
on the
I
second
should have
fight.
bet on that, bro.
Shout out to my man Javi. I got muted from another channel because I said he knew he should be number one and Bud should be number two. Once I said Errol Sprints was overrated, they all jumped all over me. By the way, Wilder and Fury are trash. Peace. And yeah, I've agreed with that sentiment from the moment that Ring Magazine said, yeah, we're going to rate him after the Brook fight. We're going to put him on the pound for pound list. Bro, that's the definition of overrated. That's when he first appeared on the pound for pound list. After Ring Magazine seen him in the Brook fight, bro, you know what Brook is coming from. He's coming from an ass whooping against Golovkin. He's coming from a huge weight cut surgery. And you saying because Errol beat that Brook, that makes him pound for pound? That's the fucking definition of
Yeah,
overrated.
Yeah.
A Brook who was still
yeah.
giving him the business before his face failed him.
But
The
none was
definition
more
of
overrated
overrated.
than
But
Deontay
we do it
Wilder.
with
And
so
this,
many fighters. We do it with so many fighters.
yeah,
How the hell did Deontay get it this big?
You
What
so
bro.
the
I
ready.
hell did
never,
he
I
get?
never.
Look,
all
look,
Listen,
look,
I
it's
look.
all
And
matchmaking.
let me just inform the
Jesus.
crowd. If you want to make informed decisions about who should be on a pound for pound list and who isn't, there are three names you need to consider. Two or three. Kazuto Ioka, a four division champion who's still a champion, at least right for now he is. Uh, Junto Nakatani in February. If he wins the WBC from Santiago, he becomes a three division champion. Okay, he's already been a champion at flyweight and super flyweight. If he beats Santiago, that beat Donaire, that makes three. And Kosei Tanaka. Kosei is very young, but he's already been a champion at three weights. He's shooting for four now. He's with Salas. The pound for pound is literally for people like them. It's for them. It's not for fucking Javante Davis and his Reggie belt. And it damn sure ain't for Errol. You damn near got killed in your last fight.
Jules,
How are
it's not
you a pound for pound fighter?
Jules. It's not Javante Davis. It's Abdul Wahid. You have to
Word,
understand.
word. Abdul Wahi. Abdullah. I gotta learn that language. I fucking love that language,
Hey,
bro.
hey, listen, Jules,
yeah.
Jules and panel. Listen, you guys are like confident about uh undisputed at 175 with Better Be fucking Bevo
No.
2024.
Hey,
Oh,
bro, I got Callum Smith, bro, for the
I
upset.
got
Fuck
Callum
it. Fuck
Smith.
it.
I got
I
Callum
got
Smith
I
Callum.
don't think
knockout
it. I mean,
heavyweight.
I'm confident that undisputed will happen because whether Callum wins or Artur wins, I think it goes down. See, Callum. This is the thing about Callum. Callum does want a lot of money. He does. Why do you think he doesn't fight that often? He wants a lot of money. When every time he gets, ever since the World Boxing Super Series, when he won, he made good money in that World Boxing Super Series, and he's wanted good money ever since. Right.
The Canelo
So
fight.
the only way you gonna get the money that you want, right, is them Saudis. They'll pay for you. They'll pay you. They'll pay you to fight Bivol. They'll pay you. So I'm confident that whether Callum pulls this off or not, we still get undisputed. But I will be more confident that Bivol wins. I will be more confident that Bivol becomes undisputed if Callum pulls the upset. You don't beat like Artur at least has his power that if he gets in a couple of times, he might change your mind. You don't have that kind of power, Callum. I believe you can hurt Artur. I do believe that. I think you can hurt him. But Bivol, nah, he'll outclass you. He will outclass
I
you.
He
I
will
think we're
outclass him, but he has
severely
the power to knock out
underestimating.
anybody. He has the
I think
power
we're
to knock out
severely
anybody.
underestimating Artur's boxing skills. That man was a
Mm.
high level amateur, and it still
Yo,
stuck with him to this day. He was out. He was using that to get up in Joseph Smith's
I mean,
business.
I don't
So
have Callum. I don't. But my thing is, I don't have Callum winning the fight. I think I understand why people say what they're saying because it's not a foregone conclusion that Artur wins. It's just Callum would have to do something that I don't be seeing you do. When people getting close on you, you shell up, bro. You shell up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're
and
not
can't
And
doing
why?
the big question is can he take Artur's punch, his
I
power?
don't think so.
Because I don't
Not
either.
That's the
only
big
that,
question of the
not only
fight.
that country, but like it's an imperative that it keeps Artur Beterbiev on the outside throughout the whole fight.
I
Yeah,
think
like
he can
his
do it.
best bet is to set him up for the and I said this in the last live that there's been a lot of focus on the catch and counter left hook, but I wouldn't go for that because that requires Artur to be close to you. You don't want that. What you
No.
want to do is set him up for the right with the jab. Just paw at him with the jab, get him looking at the jab, get him worrying about the jab, and then shoot the right. That's your best bet. And once again, you couldn't manage the distance with John Ryder. You couldn't keep John out. You're gonna keep Artur out? You couldn't keep Canelo out. You're gonna keep
I'm,
Artur out.
I'm
there's an
telling you, he
I
argument.
can
knocks
There's an
out
see it.
argument that
Arthur.
he was drained, though. There's an argument that he was drained.
He wasn't
Nah, he's
drained.
knocking
There were
out
no
Arthur,
weight
bro.
stipulations.
Yeah,
Michael, there were no weight
To make
stipulations.
no, but
168, it still costs you something. Hey, Devin looks trained in his lightweight fights.
His attitude is way different at 175. The guys are fucking killed at
Bro,
175.
the guys
Knocking
that
out
he knocked
everybody.
out, the guys that he
He's
knocked out
gonna
at
hurt him.
175, while I think it's impressive that you were the first to knock out Lenin Castillo, I do think that's impressive.
Yeah.
The French dude, that dude been knocked out before.
But look
He's
how he
been knocked
knocked
out
out
by
Lenny
some
Castillo.
nondescript. He was knocked
But
out
look
by
how he
some
knocked out Lenny
nondescript dude.
Castillo. He
That's
knocked out Lenny
alright, bro.
Castillo. The zone wouldn't even play the replay, dog.
Because he was seasoned like a
Come
vibrator.
on, B. Come on.
You left him seasoned like I know, but I can't bank on a dude. My thing is this: when you feel a wind from those punches, or the ones that you catch on your arms, the ones you block, they gonna make you not want to throw. When you feel it on your arms, like oh shit,
What
you
I'm
not
saying
gonna
to you is that
throw,
he a killer
bro.
too. He a killer too. He throwing some hot shit at you too. I don't think
Man, I don't
Beterbiev ready
trust
for
him,
that
bro.
shit either.
I don't
Well,
trust
Vontae,
him, bro.
you
Callum's a
can still
killer?
take a punch.
Yeah, Callum is a killer. Callum is a killer. Stone Cold
Man,
killer.
God,
Don't
man.
talk
getting
that
Yo,
shit.
dragged.
yo,
He
yo,
is.
wait,
At
Man,
yo,
come on,
y'all.
175,
Callum
man.
getting knockouts. He be
wait a
knocking
minute.
people out, bro.
Wait a minute. After
Go ahead.
Canelo had his big ass on the ropes like that and shit, he
That
ain't
was
no
at
killer.
168. I said at
168 when
175.
he was trained.
At 175,
Can
he's
I say
knocked out
this?
every
See, this
opponent
is
he
the
fought.
thing. Use your head. No, I'm not. No, I'm not even trying to dissuade
Come
you.
on.
You know, no, I'm not trying to dissuade you. I'll just say this: the reason that I have Artur, right? The reason Canelo got you on the ropes is because you felt the wind from those punches, and you felt those punches on your arms, and they hurt you, and you're like, yeah, I'm not opening up on him, right? Now, I don't think it's a lot of guys at 175 that could get that same reaction out of Callum. I don't think it's a lot of guys, but I do think Artur can for the same reason. You're gonna feel the wind from those punches. You're gonna feel them when you block them, and I don't think you're gonna want to throw. I don't
He's
think you're gonna want
39.
to.
He's
I'm saying that
39,
Callum is a monster as
he's been
well.
in
I'm saying
active
that
for a
Callum's a
year.
beast as well.
That
He's been,
power ain't going nowhere because he's 39, Michael.
No, it's not.
his
I'm
legs are
saying
though.
Callum got power. I'm saying
His legs
Callum is a
are.
problem.
Hey,
Let,
bro, yo,
let,
I've never found not Lyndon Arthur. The guy,
Who you talking
Anthony
about?
Yard. I never found Anthony Yard too impressive.
Me neither.
But Anthony Yard was piecing
Anthony's
him up,
better in the
bro.
Anthony is
Yeah.
way
He was
better in the
piecing
pocket
him
than
up, bro.
bro. Anthony is way better in the pocket than Callum.
Yo,
Way
Callum
better
is
in
a
the
I know.
pocket.
I'm
problem.
just making a
He's
point
more
that
ferocious.
if
Let's
He's
not
Anthony
more
can hit you,
dangerous.
overstate the
bro.
Yarde fight, man. Let's not overstate that. Yarde
Yeah,
was a
that's the other
competitor.
thing. He landed a couple of shots. Let's fucking relax, okay? Let's fucking relax.
Yeah,
I
a
mean, we're
decent
gonna use
Motherfucker
amount.
ain't
Anthony
win.
Yard,
He
really.
landed
Motherfucker
a
wasn't
decent.
winning rounds or nothing. Like he wasn't winning rounds and shit. He just landed a couple of good
No,
shots.
Yeah,
I
yo,
mean, what do you
Jules,
mean
you
decent
know I've
confusing
been
amount,
him?
bro.
saying this for the
I
longest.
think you're
Jules, you know I've
confusing
been
him with
saying this.
Marcus
I've
Brown.
been saying for the longest. I think Callum Smith knocks out Beterbiev. I've been saying this for over
No,
like a year,
and
dog.
I ain't mad at you for that. I ain't mad at you for that. If
I
that's
think
how
he
you
gonna get to
feel,
him. I
if
said
that's
you,
that.
how you
I
really
gave you my
feel,
reasons. My reasons was he's doing the one thing that nobody else in the sport is doing. The only other person that was doing it is Terrence Crawford. They moved up from a lower weight to a higher weight, and they're knocking out everybody at the higher weight.
I know
So
damn well
Inoue
that's
doing
not
that.
I've
okay,
said it 1,000
curiously,
times,
yo,
dog.
boys. Okay, curiously,
Yeah.
you got Himes voting for Callum. Mike's voting for Cal. Who else saying that Callum Smith's gonna do better being bad?
hold on. I gotta show y'all something.
Crickets.
Telling you, he gonna knock
Yo,
him
Yep.
I
out.
gotta
So,
show y'all something.
and I'm betting on that fight too. I'm gonna
I'm
bet
Oh,
betting on
you're
that
gonna
fight. Me too.
somebody's
I'm betting on that
betting
fight.
on the
somebody's gonna
fight.
spank you for
Yo,
your money because my God,
I
man.
ain't even know. Hold up. I'm about to
What's
show
going on?
y'all.
Callum Smith
I
is
ain't
seems to be more
What's
ferocious at
going
this weight.
on, man?
He
Man,
does. He seems
Himes,
to be more
you
ferocious.
getting
well,
Y'all
fresh,
yo,
man.
see?
wait. Everybody
Callum
shut
ain't
the
knocking nobody out, man. Especially
Man,
Hold
better
at
on.
be.
You guys,
Come on,
175, the
man.
motherfucker is
yo.
dangerous.
I really had no fucking idea, bro. Oh my
And boxing
god.
has a karma. So
Whoa,
Yeah.
Oh my
whoa.
god. Hyun Mi
oh
Choi.
my god.
what?
Oh,
What? That's her?
What?
Big.
Jesus Christ!
damn.
What's
Yeah,
that?
Hey,
Hey, bro.
yo.
Nah,
bro,
that's
She
you
got
false.
don't
more
need a
cake.
box,
She got
No
more
bro.
cakes
way.
than Duncan Hines. Ho
She don't need a
ho!
box, bro. She
Yo.
don't need a box. She look good.
Mm.
God.
Fuck you out
Hold
here getting
on.
punched in the face
Damn.
I'd
for,
like
bro.
What's
to
She don't need a
rumble in her
box.
jungle. Shit.
That's
Yo,
Human
I ain't know
Choi.
it was
That
like that.
that is a
I
woman.
It's
didn't know
like
she had all
that.
that, bro.
That's a
I didn't
beautiful
know she had
woman.
all that,
Yeah.
yo. I
Yo,
wouldn't have
I didn't.
disrespected her
I
so
really
much.
did not know,
I'm not
B.
gonna,
I
yo,
am
yo,
now a fan of Choi.
do not let Alicia fight her, bro. I
Hey,
already know
hey,
that
hey.
once.
Yeah,
From
at
now
least you gotta
on,
stay away.
From now on, she is officially known as Humi Cheeks instead of Choi.
Yo, shout out, yo, you me cheeks. You me cheeks. That's the new
Yep,
shit. That's you me
That is
cheeks. You me
that is
cheeks.
it's official with that
Yo,
picture. Damn.
Yeah, that's a nice looking woman.
she is my
Man.
new
Yo,
female fighter of the year. I think she
Yeah.
beats everybody. She's gonna
oh
clap them
my
upside their head.
god.
No,
Alicia, who? I'm sorry.
Hey,
Now I'm gonna
Jules.
Yo,
tell
chill
you what,
out.
Nah,
base. You
Alicia look
can't
good.
say that because you could fake angles, but you can't fake shadows.
Drop
I
bait
see
and
where that
select, man.
light. I see where that light is hitting them cheeks, bro. That ain't just. That's
See the
not just
lines of the
angles.
thighs? Nah, that's not angles, bro.
And Asian women
That's
ain't
not.
really built like
Mm.
that. So,
See, somebody got to eat
They're
her
not.
ass.
But when they are, they are
yeah.
though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they are, they
They got
are. You
when
right.
they are. Oh
You
my,
right.
yo, dog. When they are, it's
They
like a
fucking
fucking
beautiful,
unicorn,
dog.
bro.
It really
God
is.
damn.
I mean
My
I'm more a boob
It's a
guy,
goodness.
and
lot of
the
kimchi.
things I would do to that ass.
Oh my
Nah, I am
Yes.
like
god.
one of my ex girlfriends. She Japanese. She's to date, as fucking Deontay said, she had the biggest tits and the roundest ass that I've ever dealt with, man. And it's odd for a fucking Asian cat. I know.
I would say this. I would say this. I would eat her ass, and I don't give a shit. I don't
That's
care. You
funny.
can say whatever the fuck you want to say about me.
I'm
Like I
not gonna
don't.
say anything.
Right? I don't give a fuck what you think about.
Who the fuck you?
I
Hey,
would
you did
eat.
an
I
interview
would
with her
eat her
last week.
ass.
Oh,
I would
What the
I
stick.
fuck
would
you
say
I
said?
something.
would
The thing I
tongue
say is
punch
get
her
in
right in her
line, bitch.
ass.
The thing
You
I'm
did
gonna
an
say, Jules,
interview
get in
with the
line,
woman last
motherfucker.
week.
Motherfucker be
Nah,
jacking
no,
like that.
no. See, out of respect, I would never interview her. Out of respect, because I would eat her
Jesus.
ass.
Yeah, because Jules, you be fucking rocking a fucking Woody, man. That's what's gonna happen.
I
You be
can't do
rocking a
it. I can't.
yeah, you
See
be
now,
rocking a Woody, bro. Talking to
Oh
her.
man.
out of being classy and respectful, I would never interview that person. I'm like, nah. I have to tell you something. I would eat your ass.
Jules,
I
you'd be
mean,
like
you would
fucking
take that.
Jules.
If you have
Jules,
to
you
book
That's
that
some
interview,
creepy shit to say
you take it
Jules,
just
as
for
a
the
one on
interview.
one for real,
Julius, you'd
bro.
be
That's
like
some
fucking
wild shit.
Mirage, fucking interviewing fucking David Benavidez, man. That's what
You
would
would
Nah,
not
happen.
if
control
Mirage
yourself.
interviews David Benavidez, bro, he's gonna have to change his. No, David not gonna like that shit. First of all, he like, why are you making googly eyes at me, bro? And he's gonna look down and see there's a wet stain in Mirage's pants. He's not gonna be happy about that shit.
You want these
David
draws?
not. David
You
not.
want these dramas?
Like, look, I got this and that to say about David, but David not gonna put up with that shit, bro. Like, don't be ejaculating while you talking to me, bro.
Well,
Be
man,
David
Jules,
ejaculating
Benavidez.
now.
I just screen grabbed that picture you just shown, gentlemen. Have a happy new year. I'll be going to the bathroom.
Easy, buddy. Easy,
Yo,
buddy.
like I
Easy, buddy.
said, like, yo,
Hey,
this is
you better take
serious.
hey man, you better take the brownie
Yo,
with
that
you, dude.
shit is
I'll
serious,
be going to
B.
the
Jesus,
bathroom.
That shit is
Jesus
serious,
Christ!
bro.
What are you?
Fuck
What are
That's
you?
toilet
that's
What are
a
you
paper.
lot of
pieces of
ass.
shit
Hey,
talking
Hey,
fuck
about?
yo,
toilet
I
paper,
think
man. Give
I
that
think
man the brownie.
Yeah, he said I'm
yo, I
going to
think
the bathroom.
Virtuoso got a new
Yo, this
screensaver, man. Virtuoso got a new
Hey,
screensaver.
yo.
The only one.
Hey,
Tell you,
scumbags.
yo.
Hey, scumbags. What are we talking about right now? What are we
We
talking
talking about
about?
Joe,
You me
before
And
cheeks.
we
who's that?
we
Who's
Yumi
that
talking
one
about
Choi
with
fucking
that
cheeks,
watermelon
baby.
back?
nah, we
Oh,
talking about
yeah.
Jarrell Miller versus
I love it when everybody
Otto
talks at
Wilder.
the same time. It's the best part of the lives.
Yeah, everybody always gives me rave reviews when everybody's talking at the
Shut the
same
fuck
It's the
up.
time.
best part of the lives, Julius. It really is.
Honestly,
Why do you
honestly.
have to
We
be
We
need
so
talking about
mean?
subtitles.
Jarrell Miller
You
versus
just
Otto Wilder, and that's what we talking about. Jarrell Miller versus
Nah, you
Otto
know what
Wilder.
I would like? You know what I actually would like? I would like Jarrell Miller versus Dillian White. I don't personally
Oh,
care
that's
about Dillian's pet fiasco. I've always wanted to see that fight. I still want to see that fight.
The
I don't
build
give
up.
a shit.
The build up
call
but
it
is
the
I
Fed
also
Bowl.
want Sanchez versus Caballero.
I don't style wise. I don't want that fight.
Hey, I just want to bring up
But it
something
has
real
to happen.
quick.
It has to
I just
happen.
want to bring up something real quick because of AJ. Literally a couple months ago, we were saying the heavyweight division is shit. Now because of AJ, he brought back life to it, and now it's flowing again. Now we have a new guy, new top contender, Geek Caballero. We have other matchmaking fights that we're excited
No,
to
but
see
I
again.
never agreed with that assertion that the division is shit because I said that there's a lot of if you mix and match the names, there are lots of interesting fights to make.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No,
if
but
you
it's just
mix
that
and match
nothing
the
was
names.
happening. That's why we said it was shit a
Well, we
couple
can
months
thank
ago.
Joseph
That
Parker for
yeah.
that more than
We know
AJ.
we could thank AJ, big Femi for that shit,
No,
bro.
no, we can also thank Joseph for upsetting the established balance because let's be honest. If Wilder would have beat Parker, it would have been you expect that to happen. That's what's supposed to happen based on the hyperbole. The fact
Would have
that
been more
Wilder
the same.
the fact that Wilder didn't win the fight, it creates more spontaneity in a division. And now, if you asleep at the wheel, you're gonna fucking lose, whether you're Wilder or somebody else. Now I don't know who else they're gonna put Joseph in there with. Like, yo, dog, if they put you in there with Zhang, they're trying to kill you, and you shouldn't
You
go
won't
back
get
to
laid.
Saudi.
And the Ruiz
You're going to
rematch.
you're going to die.
Hey, yo,
That's a
do
good one. That's a
we?
good one. Yeah, that's a
If so, are we completely opposed to in the future? Maybe 2 fights from now, after the Hergovich fight, and maybe he gets a fight and comes back. But the Wilder fight is it completely dead now? Nobody
Look,
wants to see
Yeah,
that.
no, the shit is
I think
if it happened the way that you said, Michael, that he has another fight and then he actually wins that fight, then yeah, you could probably resurrect it. The thing is that the angling, like, one, it can't be like Hellenius, because then you don't fool me. You need to fight somebody. You need to fight somebody for real. You need to fight somebody and knock them out the way you used to knock people out. And I honestly don't think he can do that anymore. I don't think he can personally. I think the fighting spirit is gone, personally.
his
Okay,
legs look crackish. He looked crackish. He looked
how do
crackish.
how do
That's
we
the
feel
problem.
about it if it goes down in March still? Because I hear people saying that it could go down in March. They
Yeah,
both have three. They both have three losses. It's not a big
it's
deal.
not a fair fight.
My
Look, none of
dude, this
you.
the shit. My dude, this the shit. To answer your question, I honestly would rather see Joshua versus Hergovich.
Me too.
I'm
Me
Me
not
too.
too.
joking.
Me
Me
too.
Wilder,
too.
I'm tired. Wilder, it's not like you look good in your fight. Your fight was trash, first off. You looked trash. It's like enough people not saying it the right way. That Wilder, it's not just you lost. If you lost in a barn burner, then it's all good. Like, nah, Wilder was doing his thing. He was throwing them shits. You lost looking like shit. You look
Yeah,
bad.
he was
It's not
rumbling,
like you
can,
look
scraping the
can I
good. You
can I
rubber
wasn't
say
off
doing
the
your thing. You look
He
bad.
looked
can I
off
say
the
crackish.
what
rubber ring.
can,
He looked
can I
crackish.
can I can I
Go ahead.
talk, guys? Let me say this. Yo,
Go ahead.
you have plenty of times to sign these contracts and make life-changing money. We gave you time after time after time after time. We gave you 3 fights with Tyson Fury. You officially lost 2 of them, and we even gave you grace for your friends gave you grace for that. But now you lose to a guy who hasn't had a title ever since Anthony Joshua took it away from him. When's the last time Joseph Parker had a title, guys? Like 2017, 2018? Around that time, right? So you lose to a guy who hasn't been champion in years, for like literally the past half decade. And you think we're gonna give you a shot because you're Deontay Wilder? Who are you, bro? Who are you in the heavyweight division, bro, without that title? And mind you, look at the people that you've beaten and look at the people that Joshua's beat. People saying, oh, like I was listening to Hatman's video in reference to the situation. He says, "Oh, a win for Joseph Parker isn't a win for Anthony Joshua." In one respect, he's right because Anthony Joshua did not beat Deontay Wilder, but didn't Anthony Joshua beat this man with literally a jab and keeping him at distance? You mean to tell me all Joseph Parker had to do is put his left hand up and move his head every time you threw a right hand, and you were nullified? And you think you deserve a title shot after that? After the excuses that you made and after you not taking the fights that you need to keep sharp? No, we do. You don't deserve a chance at getting that big money in that big title fight. I don't care who you think you are. You're not that anymore because we know boxing is this. What have you done for me lately? And it's asinine to believe that, hey, just because, oh, you have some sort of name brand value to this division, that you think you're going to get a title shot after you lost every round to a guy that
Well,
you
hang on. I got to
at
stop you
one
there. I
point
got to
in
stop you
Chris,
there,
time
brother.
Chris,
we would have
you know
never.
what? After that presidential inaugurational speech, I can't accept that statement from you because you didn't start it off with "Let's keep it a buck." You didn't say that. I ain't, I
Nah,
ain't,
bro.
I ain't accepting that
I'm not
that
gonna
Nah,
make
fucking
you.
speech.
No, no,
nah,
but for serious,
nah,
for
nah,
serious.
nah.
Don't say that.
I'm
No, no,
being,
no,
I'm
but
being,
No,
for
I'm
real,
being
for real, for
educated right
serious,
now. You scumbag. Fuck you.
for serious,
Yeah,
for,
like you
for
said.
So in other
serious
words,
though.
it's not
Hang on.
official unless Chris says, "Let's keep it a buck." Is that what
you
you
know
say?
this country. You know this country. Chris is he has to stand on shit, man.
I gotta stand
For
on
real
shit.
though.
All right, let's keep
Yeah, I gotta stand on
talking.
shit. For real though, I have to. I have to take a shit you said. What name value? Wilder doesn't sell shit unless he's fighting with Fury, and they have to pay him so much. Those events don't make money anyway. So what the
Thank
Exactly.
fuck?
you, thank you.
It-
This bolsters our point.
Bounce.
Literally, this is the same guy that even after a loss, he's gonna be so asinine and so silly to think that this is a 50-50 fight economically.
Yeah.
Bro, you fucked up way too many times. You have to go now living with this, that you at the biggest stage of your career have failed too many times. Mind you, people, you remember on the space that this guy was talking about AJ? Oh, AJ threw a temper tantrum against Usyk. Mind you, this man lied on Mark Breland, continues to lie on Mark Breland, has not cleared that up.
Well, look, let
Has
me say
cast
this
aspersions about fucking Kenny Bayless
before,
sales. Like it's
but,
nonsense.
before I go smoke this cigarette. What I'm gonna say about Wilder is, it's very simple, dog. The last fight you put on, you looked horrible. You are not a boxer that I want to see box. See a Geek Caballel based on how he fought. I want to see him again. Jarrell Miller, even though he lost, he still fought well, and I want to see him again. Daniel Dubois, obviously, he fought well. You look ridiculous. You
Yeah,
look
he
He
was.
looked,
ridiculous,
he
bro.
looked like
Like
he was a victim trying to fight off a mugger in the
He looked
park.
like
you
geriatrics, dog.
you
He looked
didn't
like
look
geriatrics.
like a world class fighter in a corner like this. You look like a dude that was trying to fight off a wasp. You didn't look like
Yeah,
no world class fighter. Look like you was
straight
trying to
up.
fight
Like
off a
you had a
wasp.
fly swat, like you had a fucking fly swatter, bro. And like
And
this
it's
is a
how
guy
you
that
fight.
is
How you
so
Bro,
entitled.
calm down, Chris. Calm down, please. How you fight and how you perform is just as important as the outcome of the fight. It's just as important that, fam, you did. It's not just he lost, so throw him in the garbage. You didn't perform. See, Sonny, he lost, but he performed, bro. Like, he threw punches, he did his thing, he had heart. While the Nah, fam. Like you ran around the ring for 12 rounds for 36 minutes without. It wasn't a. I can't remember Wilder landing a meaningful punch that whole fight. Not one meaningful punch in
Not a legal one
36
anyway.
minutes.
Let,
Nah, man. Like,
let
nah,
me
we
say
don't need
this.
to see you, bro.
We have Regis Progress losing a wide decision against Devin Haney, right?
Yep.
Guess what? Regis Progress is not going to go there and ask for 2 millions after
True.
that performance.
True.
The only way you can put him in the ring against anyone is for a massive amount of money he's not going to generate.
But Leo, here's the thing. Like when I watched that fight, that was the same Wilder I've been watching for years. The only reason we're dogpiling on him is because he didn't knock the guy out. Because every time he goes into the ring, this is always his plan: line the guy up for the right hand, knock him out with one shot. He just couldn't knock out Parker because he's an elite, world class fighter. And that's what we've been saying this whole time. You put him in there with somebody who knows what they're doing. Yeah, he's dog food, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't do the thing that you paid him for him.
I don't know if
Well,
Parker's
you know,
elite,
you
but he's
boys,
definitely
missed this.
levels above
You,
Wilder.
yeah, you boys missed it to observe. Malik Scott's actually training him the MMA style. Why? Hammer punches. This motherfucker's throwing hammer punches.
Headlocks and
So
hammer punches.
no,
like
no,
a
no,
chick,
no, no. Let's
like a
see.
chick
Let's
fight.
keep it as Chris says, as my brother Chris says. Let's keep it a buck. This motherfucker's throwing hammer punches. He
Should have
wants to.
thrown.
That
He
was
wants to
crazy.
pivot to MMA. This
That was
motherfucker
fucking
wants to
crazy.
pivot to MMA.
Should have
That's
thrown
what
a
fucking Malik
Superman
Scott's doing
punch.
with him.
Really
But
should have
here's the
thrown a
thing.
Superman punch.
And,
Really.
and to the back of the head, no doubt, on top of it.
But I actually want to ask you guys something. Would you be interested in seeing Wilder versus Joe Joyce as an undercard for AJ Helenius?
You're
No.
damn
Absolutely.
right I would.
Not Helenius.
AJ
Jesus Christ.
Hergovic. AJ
Yeah,
Hergovic,
yes.
yes. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's like this. With Joe Joyce, unfortunately, for where he's at in his career and the promotion he's at, it's last chance saloon for both of them. Winner stays on. The other one, it's a long way back to the top. Because we have to look at it from here. Deontay Wilder hasn't had a title since 2021. And yo, your last fight outside of the Parker fight was a one round demolition of Robert Helenius, who haven't ever been who haven't got into the top levels like that at all. So ultimately, it's this. We seen you without those titles against an elite level dude. This is the second elite level dude that you fought and you lost to. If you don't beat Joe Joyce at least comprehensively and clinically like you've done, you gotta go, bro. There's no economic viability for
Okay,
you if you can't beat these guys. It's
let,
nonsense
But
now.
Joe
okay, but
Joyce is
let
60
me say this
pounds heavier
because
than him.
Deontay Wilder has two major problems. One problem is he cannot box at all.
At all.
Pretty big problem.
Yeah, that's a big problem. But there are people that cannot box and they still have careers. Your other major problem, and this is a big problem, is the problem you have all your career, is you ask for too goddamn money. Too much. And nobody is gonna pay you now the amount of money you want for any of these fights. What kind
and
of money
Turn
is
down
good?
you turn down 100. Leo, I'm sorry to cut you off, my Chilean brother. And I hope you like the videos I be tagging you in. You turned down $120 million. 20 million for the Brazil fight on the zone and uh $100 million to fight AJ in 2 fights, and you said it in front of everybody on Twitter. I've turned down more money to fight AJ to fight you. So at the end of the day, you think you should get an AJ fight after turning down all these millions and losing to elite level fighters? Let's
The
look at it. The two
Braun,
elite level the two elite level fighters that AJ's lost to, he's avenged one, and the other two losses are to the best heavyweight in the world. No, bar none. Objectively speaking, if we look at who Usyk is comparative to all the other heavyweights, he's the best heavyweight in the world. Number two, objectively speaking, irrespective of CV for everybody, with Anthony Joshua. Even with Tyson Fury holding a WBC belt, he hasn't done enough for me to put him as number two. But hey, number one and number two, if you guys want to look at it objectively, is fighting. So if you can't beat one of his leftovers, why do you think you feel entitled to fight this dude?
the
yo,
Let-
Braun,
Chris,
if I
Braun's
have to,
pumpkin strikes again.
yo, Chris,
uh,
all that aside, he's not beating Joyce anyway. Listen, I know we all seen him get knocked out by Zhang. That's cool and all. But you got to understand, dude, I watched Tyson Fury do what Joe Joyce does regularly, and he kicked the living shit out of you.
Yeah,
Okay?
but
But I,
I
counterpoint.
think
but I,
Counterpoint.
I
but
think
Counterpoint
I
to why
look
that
at
this fight.
I think listen, I think Joe Joyce is the kryptonite to Deontay Wilder because all you have to do is keep him
Willie,
on the back foot.
But let me
Willie,
say this.
I got to.
What?
Sorry, can I just add
Go
this?
ahead, Chris.
I'm just gonna say this. Ultimately, we've seen Joe Joyce get chin twice, so I don't know how much his chin is gonna hold up if Wild do hit it. But hey,
I
who
don't
knows?
think Wilder's power is that elite, bro. I never have.
Well, here's the thing though. Joe Joyce does keep his head still, which really helps Wilder out. So if Wilder can't knock out Joe Joyce, who's been stopped twice and keeps his head still, oh boy,
Yeah,
does he have problems.
Yo,
yeah,
Haim,
right.
you there?
Yeah, okay. Like Fury had that great head movement in all three of those fights, bro. Like the first one, sure, you can make an argument, but the other two, his head was right there. He beat the living shit out of it in the second one. He didn't need the head movement. In the third one, he got knocked down twice. All I'm saying.
Yo,
okay,
Haim, you there? The
Who?
guy fucking
wait,
took
wait,
off.
wait, wait. Let me say this because
What guy?
there is.
Haim.
If I have to guess, if
Oh,
I have to guess, what amount of money Deontay Wilder is gonna ask for any fight from here on is gonna be close to $10 million. It doesn't matter if it's Cillian Sang or Joe Joyce, anyone. And the problem is nobody is gonna put that kind of money for him after that performance. It's not
Well,
gonna
hang
happen. I
on.
not
think they're
yeah,
The
not
Saudis
not
might.
even not even the Saudis, man. They won't
no,
even do
no,
They
that.
not even
might.
the Saudis.
They might because bro, $10 million to the Saudis is nothing. They wipe their ass for that shit.
No. They wiped their ass with $100 bills.
Honestly, I get what you're saying, Leo, but at the same time, like, I don't think that was on anybody's mind after seeing that. Like, I don't see anybody jumping and saying, "Oh, I want to fight Deontay Wilder." And with the price tag like that, I mean, you'd be crazy to do that. You'd be losing money because who the hell is going to pay to see Deontay Wilder, a guy who just lost that badly to Joseph Parker? If you're even a decent boxer, you're going to give this guy problems. I think Joe Joyce would probably knock him out personally, but that's just me.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, like
no. If we are
Go ahead,
talking
Leo.
about if you're talking about the Saudis, look, the Saudis, they're trying to do their thing, but I don't think they're trying to push the American boxing by trying to pay someone that lost decisively in his last fight. That's the problem. If he was coming off a win against Joseph Parker, they're going to throw money at him regardless. But after a wise loss decision, I don't think so. I think they're going to prefer to put some money on Joseph Parker, Sira Sang, Anthony Joshua. All these guys that are actually winning, they're doing something. Jonathan Weather's not doing nothing. And as far as my concern, I don't think the Saudis overestimate in the way Americans do the value of a Deontay Wilder in a boxing card because it doesn't have any value really.
I think that we're reading too much into it personally because even look at the zone. They overpaid to get fighters to come over and fight on their platform. So, I mean, the fact that they're using the zone, you know, I think that money not being an object, but I also think that they're wise enough to know what's going to sell and what's not going to sell, especially after Fury wasted how much money with Ngannou. How many people actually bought that?
Yeah, but brother, that's the Saudis. They have the money. They have the fucking account to make that shit happen. So
All right,
if they
question.
want to, if they want to put in a filler fight, such as Joe Joyce versus fucking Deontay Wilder, which is, I guess I don't know. We have maybe
Well, wait a
some
minute.
interest.
Here's a question for you guys, real quick. Wait, real quick. Here's a question for you guys. Do you think they would put Wilder and Ngannou as a filler fight?
Oh
I
man,
think so.
no man.
I think I'm thinking about
No,
it.
God, no.
Think about it like this. They still think Deontay Wilder is economically viable. That's it. If Deontay Wilder can't do at least on par with what Fury did, or even better, hey, if he ever talks about if he ever talks about an Anthony Joshua fight, bro, we're gonna bring that up. Even with a guy that's not even doing your discipline full time, you weren't even able to sell better than your contemporary.
We're talking
Chris,
about
you
guys.
said
No.
economically viable. Chris, you said economically viable. That's questionable at most. Man, because
That's
of his
not
last
questionable.
performance. Come on, man.
It's
Yes,
already
yes, but I,
no. It's already a fact that Deontay Wilder can sell shit. Look at the Elenius
we
fight.
know that.
Yeah, Leo, you're
We already know
100%
that.
correct. They're gonna get him in at a fraction. Deontay Wilder, his only hope, if they even offer him that shit, is to fucking take whatever they fucking give to him. If he
Okay,
can knock out fucking Joe Joyce, and then
okay.
Let me read the
Let,
super
let,
chat. Shout out to Bobby Light. Errol Spence has been on ESPN and Ring Magazine pound for pound lists before Canelo was even on it. Yeah, that's actually true.
and
I am fell
another
out
thing. Let's
backstage.
let's get something clear. Deontay Wilder cannot sell for shit, and the only reason he got that Saudi money for that day of reckoning card payday is because that was a segue to an Anthony Joshua fight.
yeah, it was a
That's the
Absolutely.
setup.
only
Yeah, it
reason.
was a setup.
And that's the only reason Deontay Wilder considered to be in that card fighting Joseph Parker because it was too much money to say no.
Exactly.
Now they're not. I don't think they're going to offer any kind of money. I don't think it's going to be the co-main, the third, the fourth. No,
Let me
because
read the super chat. Napoli said Wilder looked like he was trying to fight off stupidity instead of Parker for 36 minutes. Yeah,
And you know
like
what? I think the
it was
Saudis are
fair.
mad at Parker. That's why I think they are going to give the Shane fight. They are just like, oh, you got to screw up this AJ Wilder fight for us, Parker?
no,
Well, here's
but
Shane.
Like I think that Wilder's only value is synergy, right? Because it is true that the only value in you is if we attach you to someone else because you by yourself don't draw, and that's not us being petty or any of those things. It's proven. When you fought Hellenius, I really thought that people were gonna buy that fight off of the strength, like off of the love. They're like, "Oh, it's Wilder's comeback fight." Like when Tyson fought McNeely. And nah, it wasn't like motherfuckers didn't miss you. They didn't buy that shit. It's just reality that no, they didn't miss you as much as I thought they did because when it was time to support you, they didn't buy that shit. So
And that would
without Joshua, what value is there in Wilder?
and with that wouldn't be a bad thing to be. It's not a bad thing to be the other guy if you sell, but when you act like you're the star, then we start getting problems.
Yeah, and while I had a mild interest, a lingering interest in seeing the fight, so long as he could get the job done, right? That interest is gone, dog. Like I literally don't want to see this dude. Like it's not me faking jacks to say cool shit. I'm dead ass. Like, fam, you suck. You suck. They stepped you up a little bit. Let's not pretend that Parker was supposed to win that fight because he wasn't. That they got you that dude because they thought you could knock out that dude. That's what they thought because they bought into the hype. And even I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Even I thought, look, this dude is going to lose a bunch. You could go back to the prediction video I did. I said, this dude's going to lose a bunch of rounds, but somewhere late in the fight, he'll find his right and put Joseph out. Nah, you didn't even do that. So, nah, I don't want to see you, fam. The show must go on. Like, enough about Wilder, enough about Joshua and Wilder. Enough of that shit, bro. You need to go away.
The ship has sailed.
Yo, let me ask you, all you boys, upon that reflection of his past shitty ass fucking MMA fight, because he was throwing hammer punches, do you think fucking Wilder and Hellenius, that was a complete fucking farce? That was
I mean,
that was a
maybe. Some people felt that it was fixed because the right hand. Some people thought. I didn't. I just figured that psychologically, because you're in there with a fighter who you've sparred many times before, you're going to be comfortable to let your hands go because you know him. You know him, and you use them to prepare you for Fury. So it was still mitigating the risks, and you're fighting a guy who Duopa knocked out. That's who you're fighting a guy who Duopa knocked out, and you knocked out. Well, not really. You got a TKO, but whatever. The point is that that was like that was the easiest fight they could find you. The easiest. It's a very controlled environment. There were no risks involved in that fight. You know that guy. You sparred that guy. That guy's been knocked out before by guys you knocked out before. They couldn't have made it easier for you, and we all knew that going in. It's not like we waited till after the fight to say Wilder's gonna knock him out. I said he's gonna knock him out, bro. This is easy.
Yeah,
It's not
we
even
knew that. It was a
it's not
foregone
even worth
conclusion.
wasting time on talking about it for 7 minutes. Everybody knew what was gonna happen. They
Yo,
stepped you up a
Jules.
little bit, and you couldn't deliver. So, I'm not interested in Joshua versus Wilder, bro.
Yo, Jules.
Personally,
Let
I'm
me
not.
Hey,
ask you a question. Let me ask you a
I'd rather
question.
see Joshua versus Hergovic
hey,
personally.
Let
Jules,
me
have
ask
you
you a
heard
question.
anything about Adam Kalnaki at all, man, or is he just off in the
He's
sunset somewhere?
fighting in a Polish show very soon.
Oh,
Go ahead,
whatever.
Hayam.
Let me ask you a question. We just went through our Rolodex with the day of reckoning with the heavyweight division. We just went through the whole shit. We see people get exposed. If this day of reckoning happened at 135 to 140, who would you see getting exposed then? I think Javante gets exposed. I
Dude,
think
I'm not gonna lie.
Javante is. I think
Javante
Javante's a
getting
Deontay
exposed.
Wilder.
Javante getting exposed is to me that's a given. That doesn't spice it up. My interest, if they had a day of reckoning at 135, I want to see how Shakur handles pressure because I
Mm.
haven't seen that yet. I'm not saying that he can't handle it. I have a lot of faith in that kid. I'm
Right.
just saying that I haven't seen you against a pressure fighter. I would love to see him versus William Zapata.
That's a good
I
fight.
would say
yeah,
also to
and
you.
it's Abdul Wahid now,
I
guys.
haven't seen
Abdul
Devin
Wahid.
Haney. I haven't seen Devin Haney fight a fighter his size. I like to see
I
that
agree
too.
with you. I agree with you. Like the
Let's
virtue of
go.
the tournament, the virtue of the tournament format, which is why I love the World Boxing Super Series so much, is you draw who you draw, and it is what it is. You draw who you draw. So if they had a day of reckoning, most of my interest would be in seeing how does Shakur handle pressure because what I've seen you fighting, I saw you fight a pure boxer like yourself and Robson Conceição and a boxer puncher in Oscar Valdez. But I haven't seen you with a pressure guy yet at 122. At one, I mean, what was it? Where did he start? 126. He started at 126, 130, and now you're at 135. I haven't seen you fight a pressure guy yet at any of those weights, and I would like to see how you handle yourself.
Wasn't
You know,
was it the girlfriend's brother a pressure fighter though? Was it the girlfriend's brother?
yeah,
Was
I
it
know you're talking about. You're
Joet
talking about
Gonzalez?
De Los
Is it
Santos.
Joet
Joel
Gonzalez?
Gonzalez.
Is it Joet Gonzalez? Right?
He's a
I'm not wrong, right?
combination puncher. He's a combination puncher, but I don't consider him a pressure guy because it's not constant. He'll move a bit,
Yeah.
box a bit. He'll put some punches together, but it's not constant. What you get from William is constant. It's like, yeah, every minute of the round, he's trying to be mid range. Literally every minute of the round. If he's not mid range, he's trying to get there. So I want to see Shakur work under those circumstances. I haven't seen it yet. So that would be where my interest is. I think that Gervonta could get eliminated in either the quarterfinal or the semifinal. Because, bro, you fight people that are all cut the same, that all do
Exactly.
the same things.
I
They
don't
all
think
do.
Deontay. I don't think Javante right now could survive the amateurs. Like as far as that type of tournament where you got to fight anybody on a day, I don't think Javante will do very good right there right now.
I
That's
don't
Because
why
he
they
think he
don't
will
have
either.
it because it's too. That's why they don't have it because it's too much money involved with these guys. Because if you really want to have a World Boxing Super Series, you have to have fighters that have the same mentality as a Stephen Fulton, the same mentality as what you may say whatever you want as a Earl Spence. Because you have to have guys that's willing. Like, all right, cool. I'm gonna put it all on the line, win, lose, or
And
draw.
who
And that's why
organized it?
that's
The Sarlin brothers organized it. That was Kel and Nisei Sarlin. That was their baby. You know cokehead Kel Sarlin, Kelly
That's
Sarlin.
what,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
They
definitely,
well,
100%.
they
But they
organized
did
that
Nisei's been
shit.
amazing
out.
there. They did well
Nisei's
there.
been out. And Nisei's been out for a little bit. I don't see Callie. You think Callie's at Betty Ford?
No, Kelly's been
Cali
doing
does the he
interviews and
does
shit
the he
like
does
that.
the misfits shit. I'm pretty
Yeah, yeah,
sure,
yeah.
no?
Like they've been getting money off the Misfit shit now because
Oh,
they're successful with that
oh,
shit. Like whatever's whatever, but they're successful with that shit. That shit sells. So that's what they're focusing on right now. Like before, it looked like they were trying to reinvigorate the German boxing scene because in case you're not aware, they're German, both of them. They're German.
we
They
know,
speak
we know,
English
we
and all
know.
of that, but they're German, Kale and Nisei Sorlin. And things kind of who the fuck is that? Things
Yeah,
kind
big
of
stuff.
dried up in Germany, so they started branching out, and I give them that they're smart because this misfit shit, for as much as we might
Dang
scoff
fight
at
though,
it,
man.
people watch that shit, man. They watch
Yeah,
that shit.
it is what it is.
Hey, Jules, I got to
Like
tell you
it's,
something.
Uh,
Tomorrow, Operation Ass Eating commences on New Year's Eve.
I dig it.
Oh Jesus
It
uh,
might
Christ!
have already commenced. Might have
hold on.
already commenced.
Let's
Already
clap it up,
Congratulations,
started.
guys.
buddy.
Let's clap it up, guys. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up.
Just
Yeah, I
listen.
see what you
Get
did
the
there.
cottonelle, Drew. Keep the
Would you
cottonelle
write her
by
a
the
fucking letter?
keep the cottonelle on the bedpost, bro. I want you
Oh
to.
no,
I want
I
Hey,
went, no,
yo.
I went even deeper. She's doing an enema the day before.
But
Oh
the
my
coffee,
God.
look, do the coffee
Oh,
enema with the
Let's
Starbucks. Okay, I
let's
That's
want you
fucking
kids.
terrible.
I
let's
want
fuck.
you to give her.
Crazy,
Oh,
yo.
I
let's
want you to
fucking go.
give her. Hey, shut the fuck up. Trying to give. You give her a lot of orgasms, and you guys, round one, round two, because it's a new year, and I want everybody to be happy. So you guys have fun.
And
We
you and
started last
You
night.
probably had, yeah, you probably had to eat her ass out
Oh,
just
She
to get her
said
back,
it. She
man.
said it's
You probably
hey,
had
time.
to
no,
eat her ass
but
out while
fellas,
she's like
fellas,
taking a dump.
fellas, you,
I just want
Jules,
I just want to tell the world. I got to tell you that us Capricorns, we're not going to let you down. We're going to give you a fucking orgasm. We're not just fucking. We want to make an impression. Shout out to the Capricorns.
talk that shit.
But I
Yeah.
think the new 75-inch TV with the sound bar and subwoofer also just started it too. So
So what?
You got some
You have to
freaky
toss
shit
your
going
salad
on
to
over
get him
there.
for him to win
Yeah,
you back. What's going on?
but Jules said that's how you get your girl back. You got to eat ass.
Yeah,
you got to
while
eat
she's
ass.
taking a dump. Is that the
No, no,
case?
listen. Grow up, Rick Star. You're too old for that shit. Now, I said that. Yeah, you really like a girl. You got to do what you got to do, and I'm proud of Drew. I'm happy for Drew. I want you kids to have a good time.
Happy for
Back
Drew,
to
man.
Shout out to Drew. Back to what we were talking about, though. I would love to see that format come back, but it's just like Michael said. I mean, it's just like Chris said. Everybody's gonna want too much money now. Like even the cruiserweight division is political because Chris is with Boxer and Jai is with Matchroom, and you got guys that are caught up in the middle like Arsene Goulamarian and Noel Gavor. But that's the problem, and that's why the tournament went away because all these different weight classes are political now. Even the lower ones, the like light fly and super fly, even those divisions are political now. So we're not gonna get that tournament back, guys. We're not gonna get that shit back.
Never. The
Yo,
Saudis, the
Jules,
Saudis can bring it back though.
let me ask
Maybe
you
they
this.
could. They're the only ones who could. Go ahead, Will.
So, what about Oscar Valdez? Would you consider him a pressure fighter when he fought
No,
Shakur
he's a
Stevenson?
boxer
Boxer
puncher. He's a
puncher.
boxer
Okay.
puncher. He's a boxer puncher. And that's why I want to see that because I feel like pressure fighters, because of the Mayweather era, they started thinking of them as being dumb or not being very good. When pressure fighters are the salt of the earth heroes of boxing, these are the guys that win or lose, you're going to get a show, whether they win or lose. And in the Mayweather era, people really started being like, I guess, pompous and snooty that, oh, he's so basic. It's like, nah, dog. Pressure, credit to Floyd and all that good shit. But a pressure fighter will make you come apart at the seams because they're fighting all 3 minutes of the round. That's what sets them apart from a pure boxer and a boxer puncher. That pressure guy's going to make you work. And if they don't get to you in the first couple of rounds, the pace will. Rashidi Ellis was doing all right in the Roman Villa a fight at first. He was doing all right. The jab was working. He was moving. He's getting off his punches. But little by little, this guy's getting closer to you. He's
They break
catching
you
you with shots,
down. They break
breaking
you
you
down.
down. I love a good pressure fighter. I
It's
love a good
tiring.
pressure fighter.
And that's why I want to see Shakur versus Zapata.
That's literally the one that I brought up. That I'm like, if I could make one fight in a tournament format, it would be that one. And I'm not going to count out Shakur. I don't know that he falters. I don't know that he doesn't. But I would like to see it because I noticed that the matchmakers haven't made a fight like that yet. No, they didn't. They didn't put you in there against no pressure fighter. Maybe there wasn't one around, right? Because how many
No.
pressure fighters were there? Oscar took
Oscar.
care of Burchell. You know what I mean? He packed his ass up. That was the pressure guy at 130.
And
Miguel
Navarrete wasn't there
Burchell.
yet.
And exactly, Navarrete was downstairs.
Oh,
So
yo,
maybe
they
there
gotta
wasn't
make
one
that.
around.
Now let me ask: how
That
does
could be Shakur's
is there a way
Corrales fight.
Shakur can make that fight a stinker like the last one though?
No, it's not
No.
possible. It's not possible. Look, I'll say this. The stylistic matchup that is often is pure boxer versus pure boxer or pure boxer versus boxer puncher. And yes, that's Devin and Regis. Why you think that fight was? Yeah, it was great for Devin that he shut him out, but it was monotonous. That's how that matchup goes. It's like,
Because
anybody can.
Devin has that base style. He's not like Inui or Crawford. I could box and punch with you, but I'll put you away 9, 10, 11. He could have put Regis away.
To me, Devin only has one base style. To me, Devin, and whenever he tries to break away from it, bad things happen. Like you tried to break away from it with Linares, you got clocked. You tried to get away from it with Lomachenko, and I think you lost personally. Yeah, I think he lost. I think he lost that fight. Devin, at his very best, is a pure boxer, but when the pure boxer is having his way, it's just not very exciting. Like we could say it was dominant. We could say it was awesome that he neutralized all of Regis's power, which he did. But you can't say it was exciting. Nah, it wasn't really exciting. Even he said that he knew he could hurt Regis after he knocked him down, but he just stuck to the game plan. Yet that's a pure boxer in a
They don't
nutshell.
take no. They don't take no risk.
Is it
If
Mayweather?
if game
Is it
plan A
Mayweather
is
versus
working for a pure
Corrales?
boxer, they don't
Boxer
deviate.
puncher.
I would say
Mayweather
Mayweather versus
Corrales. That's a boxer puncher, right?
because that's when Mayweather still was a boxer puncher. You remember when Floyd came out, he was
Pretty
trying to
boy
fuck you
Floyd.
up.
That's Pretty Boy Floyd, bro. That's a
That's
different
Trying to
pretty
fighter
fuck
boy.
than
you
Money
up.
That
Man.
boy
That's a
dangerous.
He didn't become boring and all of that until much, which is why I know that's how I know who really watched Floyd. That like
Sport.
you
Yeah.
only know boring Floyd. Floyd wasn't always
Pretty
like that.
Boy.
Floyd used to come out, he used to try to fuck you up. Early Floyd, yeah, he used to try to beat your
What he did to
ass.
what he did
Yeah,
to
like
Gotti, bro.
early Floyd wasn't going 12 with Oscar Valdez.
Hell no.
Nah, he was
Hell
not.
no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
But
He
but
wouldn't. He
his
wouldn't
base
go 6
style
rounds without it.
overall is still of a pure boxer.
No,
But he
it's
got
not.
that boxer
Not in the
puncher
beginning.
into
Not
in
in the
him.
beginning. Not in the beginning. He had so much speed that he would put them together. Look at the Corrales
He
fight.
would start
Yeah.
fast in
Look
those
at the
early fights.
Gaddy fight. Look at the
Uh,
Gennaro fight. That
the
remember
Gotti fight is
he used
crazy.
to he used to put them together, and then when he went up, you see that it's only one at a time now. It's really only one at a time now, or one and two at a time, but no more. He didn't dig in like he did before. If you go back to Chico, all them Manfredi, Hernandez, he was putting them together
The
in them
fucking
fights.
Bro,
he
he was
got
so
the fuck
Yeah,
right,
fast.
he
bro.
was, but at the
He
same
was so
But
time,
no,
fast. He
like
was
what I'm
fucking
saying,
he
I
everything
understood
feel
up.
the
you.
game so well
I
that he
am.
kind of was like a perfect boxer because he kind of
I feel
understood
you.
the
I
game
feel
so
I
you.
am no, but
well.
he's a
It's
hybrid.
kind of
Like,
weird. Yeah,
look at his
it's
first
weird like that.
25,
It's like a
30 fights.
hybrid.
They're not pure boxer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
you
would
you
say
make a good point. It's kind of crazy.
Floyd's transition was enabled by the reason that Floyd was able to go backwards sort of on the wheel, that he went from boxer puncher to pure boxer, is because he had something that not everybody has, lightning fast speed.
Athleticism.
It was the speed. That he's so quick, he could hit you with that one punch and get out of there because he's so quick. But not every pure boxer is that fast. Like, God bless Tony Harrison, but he was never that fast. Ah,
I
dog,
feel
you
you.
be getting caught.
Yo, I'm just gonna say this, just like random thought. That's probably the worst beating I've ever seen another human being take in a boxing ring. And I've been watching boxing for a while now, and I'll go back to watch the old school fights, sometimes the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, what have you. But what Floyd Mayweather did to Arturo Gatti was literally a crime, bro. Literally, if it wasn't a boxing match, if they didn't sign those contracts, that man would still be in jail for that. That was crazy.
Yeah, he
Like
beat the
that's
shit
the
You
out of
worst
talking
part.
about
Gaddy.
you talking about Arturo Gotti? You talking about what he did to
Yeah, that's the
Arturo?
worst
Yeah,
beating.
yeah, yeah.
Which
The
one's
Gaddy,
which
Yeah,
he
one's
that's
beat
the
the
worst.
shit
Yeah,
out of
yo,
Gaddy,
but I
bro.
but I but I but I
beat
compare it. But listen, I'll challenge you. Arturo Gotti versus Joey Gamache. Oh my
Oh
No,
God.
that
yeah,
wasn't.
man. He
Oh
took
No,
my
no, no, that was
if
God.
you
Oh
ain't
never.
my
seen
He
the
put him in a
Gamache
gosh.
knockout,
coma.
go see the Gamache
He
knockout.
put
Oh,
him in
I
a
saw that. I
coma,
Jesus
bro.
remember.
Christ.
You
That
talk
shit is
about
crazy,
Can
yo.
I say this,
okay.
Hayam? Can I say this?
Yo.
Gamache looked like he was in a different weight class to Gaddy.
Yeah, it looked
He looked
I
low as
feel
crazy.
you.
shit. He looked
I
low as
feel you.
shit in
Yo.
that fight.
But if
Yeah,
you, but if
Damn,
he
you,
yo.
walked in the ring looking frail and got fucking
but
knocked like he
but
was
but if
frail. I
Yo,
remember
that
that.
if
shit
you
looked
if you
dangerous.
hi, let me counter that point. If you look at that Mayweather Gotti fight, it was just consistent from round one
Yeah,
all the way
yeah.
to the end of round five, bro. Bro, I think no, it got stopped in round six, right? At the end of round six, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
At
yo,
the end of round
bro.
7.
Yeah,
Is it around,
no,
end of round
no,
seven?
no,
I thought it was round
no,
And
six.
no.
Gotti's career
And
was wild.
Your
Wait,
Gotti
yeah,
But you
career,
know
man.
what,
wait, B
though?
B
you
Gotti
remember?
was
wait, B
exciting. Even though he
oh
was a
my
B
god.
level fighter, Gotti was exciting to watch.
No, but
Oh
what
yeah, no, no, that was
Mayweather said he's a Sikh level fighter, and I'm gonna drown him. He said I'm gonna take him in deep waters and drown him. Y'all gonna all see it. That's what Mayweather said before the fight, dog.
Oh, he
and, I,
did.
and you know I ain't
He
mad at it
said,
because when you get a fighter like that, well, you know with Floyd and just that era of fighters, I just think they kind of understood better than this era that winning is not enough. It's not enough for me to win. I can fucking win if I want to win. I got to beat the shit out of you. And they kind of understood that without having to say it. Whereas this era, motherfuckers be too happy to get away with the victory. Like, you just too happy to get
Yeah,
away with it to
bro.
run with it.
It's
It's like
boring,
Man, when
bro.
it's
Shakur
boring,
Stevenson
bro.
And the thing
when
is
Shakur
that
Stevenson runs around the ring, the 12th round of fights, I
listen,
get so mad.
if
Like,
you don't satisfy the fans, do not lose. Because once you lose, people are not gonna get behind you. People are not gonna be excited to
No.
see you again. People are
Look
not
at
gonna
look at
want
And
to
look
see.
case in
Look
point,
at
if that
Lawrence
was
hold
Floyd,
Okolie,
if
on,
that
bro.
one
Look
was
at
at a
Lawrence
time,
Okolie.
one at a time. Look at Frankie Sanchez and Junior Fa, right? Why do I have no time for Frankie Sanchez? Because Brody, I seen a 42-year-old Lucas Brown finish this man in 30 something seconds. Lucas Brown. You went over here in round 5 and round 6 with Junior. Like, nah, see, I'm not having this, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
old. Finish this shit, bro.
Bro,
And it's
look at Lawrence Okolie,
Goes up
bro.
here sounding like
This guy
Mortal Kombat.
this guy
Finish him.
lost his title and nobody wants to see him even try to get it back.
nope.
Nobody wants to see him.
I don't have time for Lawrence, bro. I really don't. I
Exactly,
really
bro.
don't.
Like you
Julius,
have to
we're
this is the entertainment business, bro. It's also
Julius,
boxing.
we're approaching 2024. Is there any news about the Instagram model, fucking Ryan Garcia?
I mean,
Who
he's saying
cares?
he's
He in
saying
talks with Devin Haney.
that's what he's saying, but I don't got no stock in that shit. Shout out to my man the Gooch. Any update on PBC getting another network? I'm gonna say this. That rumor started with the boxing voice, but I believe it's being misinterpreted because I saw a clip from Nestor suggesting a video clip. Like I saw the text, but then I saw the clip. And in the clip, he was suggesting that they may need another network because 12 to 14 fight dates is not enough for 150 fighters. So I don't even know if that rumor was misconstrued when it was posted, but we're 2, 3 weeks out and I ain't heard nothing from nobody in the know about no second network. I ain't heard nothing from nobody in the know. That shit to me seemed odd, but I'm like, hey, if Nesta heard something that I didn't, or if somebody at the boxing voice heard something that I didn't, I'll talk about it. But being real with you, the people that be telling me shit, I ain't heard nothing from them about no second network. I didn't. I don't have the foggiest fucking idea who would give Al a budget in this day and age. I really don't. Honest. Because it's like, yo, dog, it's established. It's not like this is not Julius being a hater. People know, bro, that you
Oh,
were on NBC, that you were on Fox. They know.
those
Who's gonna
11 networks. How do you expect them not to find out?
That's what I'm saying. Like the people that would they know that like, well, what we gonna do? We gonna give Al 100 mil, 90 mil annually, make a commitment to these people after what happened on Fox? Brody, if you couldn't make it work on Fox, I don't really think you can make it work anywhere because it doesn't get much bigger than that. It's Fox.
You got
Everybody
kicked.
has Fox.
You got kicked off of Spike TV.
But not see other things like Showtime, Bounce, Spike. That's one thing. Fox is a terrestrial network. It's huge. If you couldn't make that work, to me, it won't work anywhere, bro. You have infinite access to so many American homes with Fox, and you couldn't make it work there. You won't make it work anywhere else, bro. I don't even understand how you fucked that up. Like, bro, all you had to do was make certain fights on Fox, and the numbers would have been crazy. They would have been nuts. The mistake you made is you build them as pay-per-views. That's where you fucked up at. I say it again. If Spence versus Porter were a regular Fox fight, oh nah, dog, that shit would have probably brought in 5 million views, maybe more. And to the people at Fox, see, those are the kind of numbers you want to be bringing in because you have access to that many homes and then some. But you build it as a pay-per-view. You think Fox gives a shit about 277,000 pay-per-view buys? No, that's nothing. That's
No,
a
that's
drop in
nothing.
the
That's
bucket to them,
pockets.
bro.
This pocket changes, and even less than that.
That's
That's
nothing to
why
them,
I
bro.
that's why I never understood why they never wanted to go to the zone. I mean, I understand that maybe they're scared of the drug testing or what have you that's across the
Pride
street.
cometh before the fall, bro.
Well, that
But
and
listen,
it's the quality control issue that Al Heyman at the zone, they are going to demand certain things of you because they know the business a bit more than say a Fox. When you went into bed with Fox, Fox don't know nothing about boxing. They don't. They don't know nothing about boxing. Amazon, you're in bed with them now. They don't really know anything about boxing. Whereas at the
Jules,
zone,
can I counter your point?
no. I'm literally in the middle of a sentence. At the zone, you have Joe Markowski, who, yes, he's acquainted with the business. They do have an understanding about quality control and what premium fights are. You don't get to run around burning through cash over there the way you do everywhere else.
But this is what I was going to say. In terms of Fox, right? I know it was the 90s and I know it's different. It's completely different. Technology is different. But they put on some Mike Tyson pay per view. So they understand this. When they did boxing a while back and it was like, for a small period of time, they saw a return with Tyson. So they know pay per views like this. Someone buys it, they watch. The more buys, the more money they get in. So, irrespective of it being 1995 when this guy fought Buster Mathis, and he got like probably 500,000 to a million buys, 200K buys in 1995 or in 2020 in the 2020s, it's still going to be that. I'm still not going to break even, and I'm still going to be putting this on as a loss. So they have to understand this. When you're dealing with Al Heyman in his commodities, that unless you get quality fights, that's a bad investment. You're not going to get anything back lucrative. You understand?
I would say this, that pay-per-views are really for the promoter and the fighter more than they're for the broadcaster. That benefits
or the fan.
because the margins are not all that big on a regular basis. The margins for, okay, well, you broke even, or you maybe you're in the plus a little bit. What the broadcaster primarily wants is sustained viewership. So it's not the pay-per-views you even want to look at, it's the other fights, the regular fights. And you practically, like, most of what you put on were pay-per-views, most of it. Well, Fox doesn't see much from that to begin with, but in a general sense, what any network, whether it's Fox or Showtime, what they want is programming that keeps eyes on the platform. You weren't doing that. Now, if you would have built those fights, say you say, look, man, we trying to make an impression on Fox. We trying to bring them big views. So maybe, okay, we'll do Spence versus Mikey as a pay-per-view, but we're gonna give Spence versus Porter. We're going to give that. And we're going to give Spence versus Danny Garcia, especially in late 2020 when most Americans are trapped at home and the audiences aren't all the way back yet. You know that a lot of people are watching TV. That would have been an ideal time to deliver some big numbers for Fox. And you could have. You chose to be greedy, trying to get pay per view money, and you didn't even fucking sell anything. For that, you might as well have built it as a regular fight. You would have gotten at least 3 million eyes on that fight. In late December, yeah, you would have got 3 million eyes on that fight in late 2020. You chose to be
If it
greedy.
if it's not pay-per-view, right? And let's say it's on free cable network or whatever for Fox, it does like 3 million views. How does PBC get paid from that?
Ad revenue. Ad
Okay.
revenue, but more importantly, who says that you're supposed to get paid big cash for every fight? Who said that? This is the point
Mhm.
that I make about you're the one that's overemphasizing, not you. The PBC is the one overemphasizing the market value of a show. In reality, your fighters are not worth that. You're pretending that Spence versus Danny Garcia is this huge fight that should command these huge purses. That's your problem. You treat every halfway decent fight as if it's a big deal when it's not. That's a run of the mill fight. That's not a fight that, yeah, man, Spence got to get 5, 6 mil. Yeah, Danny got to get Danny. What, bitch? Yo, you a $1.5 million fighter at best. You
At
shouldn't
the
even be
wrist.
getting you shouldn't even be getting more than that. Because
That's
to
That
it.
kind
me,
of fight.
you're a six-figure fighter, not a seven-figure fighter. And just because Al is stupid enough to get you that kind of money, he's breaking his own bank doing that. Because you don't deserve that. You don't generate that. People are not excited about you, bro. It should never
You
be a
have to.
point with Danny Garcia. It should never be a point to where, well, Danny gonna want 3 and 4. Danny gonna want what? Fuck is you
Then go,
talking
well,
about,
what?
man?
Literally.
Danny
But
gonna
you have
want
to
what?
look. But do you think Al Heyman is dumb though for giving those people these type of money? Because I think on the
Yes.
back end, I think he be controlling their careers because
I
any
think that
business.
bro, I think that Al is too focused on getting fighters money or whatever it is. You're just doing business backwards. And to make
Yeah.
it short, you're doing business backwards. Your priority is not Danny Garcia or Errol Spence. Your priority is supposed to be the network that gives
Network.
you a budget.
Well,
Manager's priority is the fighter. Manager's priority is the fighter.
And
Your
just to say the
priority,
truth,
hold on. Your priority is supposed to be to keep that relationship going so I keep getting the budget. If I got to crack a couple of eggs and some people got to lose oh well, I got to keep
hmm
the machine going.
and I don't think there is no any such thing. I hate people saying this as the back end. It doesn't exist. Stop with the bullshit.
Yeah,
It
ain't no
doesn't
back end.
exist. It may
That's
exist for
another.
Terrence Crawford, Spence. You know,
No, it existed for Floyd, bro.
yeah. That's
It
stop
existed
with
for.
this back
We
end
talk like
shit,
I ain't
man.
even gonna say it exists for Crawford, cause look, I love Crawford, but you not Floyd, bro. Now with Floyd, yeah, there probably some back
There's a
end, some hub
significant
lot
back end. Yeah,
or something,
significant
right?
back
Yeah,
end.
because this is literally
Yeah,
the biggest draw the sport has ever seen. So of course it's gonna be different. But you can't use him as the model for ain't no back end with
ain't no
Danny
back
Garcia,
Yeah,
end. It,
no,
bruh.
the back
You
end
got it. You got
money,
it, guys.
the back end money is just a promotional tool to allow
yo,
your fighters to price themselves out to other offers.
yeah,
Listen,
bullshit.
Leo, the back end money is how much money Al Heyman pays the fighters to let him play in a butthole. That's the back end
And
money.
Hey,
your
yo.
uncles,
Come
no,
on, bro. Come on, bro. Why you gotta do
money.
that? Why
No,
you gotta do that, bro?
your uncle at the
That's
back
sick.
door, your uncle at the back door selling t-shirts. That's the back end.
Like, let's put it
That's the
another
back
way.
end. Like,
Let's
come
put it
on.
Yeah.
another way. The basic structure for how things happen is, each one of those patches is a sponsorship to the fighter, right? So
Mm-hmm,
that's additional arms of revenue on
mm-hmm.
top of whatever the fight purse is, and if or there's a winner's bonus. But that's it. That's it.
That's it.
There's no mystery money. It's the patches on the trunks and whatever the fight purse is, which is whatever they're getting from the network to put on the pay-per-view. There's no
Yeah.
other mystery money, dog. Back end is just a generalized term that picked up steam in the Mayweather
And the
era
Mayweather
because
era, yeah.
Mayweather, and yes, of course I could believe that Floyd was getting extra this and extra. It's Floyd, bro. Of
Yeah,
course.
I
Yeah,
don't think you
the Burger
understood what.
King guy walked him to the ring for $2.5 million. That's considered back end money. Burger King guy
Yeah.
walked him to the ring for $2.5 million. That's considered Burger King money. That's a back end money. All
Yeah,
right.
no,
Yeah,
the
like
Floyd
No, no,
era,
but
they
wait.
just tried to make the boxing business sound this discreet, top secret thing to the dummies.
Yeah.
yeah, like
It's not.
what the Mayweather era did was give a music industry vibe, and we've already been through this
Mm-hmm.
a million times. But it
With
was a
Al
music
Heyman.
industry vibe in the sense that you had a lot of people talking about things that they don't understand. That with Danny Garcia ain't gonna get no back end money. A Spence ain't like fam. Spence, at your very best, you sold 600,000 pay per views getting your ass whooped. That's the most pay per views you ever sold, bro. Cotto and Canelo sold more than you, bro. All you did was Canelo versus Khan numbers, bro. That's you at your best. Your biggest
That's
fight.
a fact.
And
That's
remember,
the
Jules,
biggest.
they offered Spence Miguel Cotto on pay per view when
And
Miguel
this,
was still hot.
dog,
Yeah,
talk
there's no
because
back end money. It
this
doesn't
is
They
what
and
exist,
they
you know
man.
tur-
what's
and they
wait,
turned it
you know
down
what's
and they turned
wild?
it
You
down.
turn that shit down and you would have sold more pay-per-views fighting Cotto at 54 for his WBO than you sold with Mikey. You would
Come
have sold
on, man.
more. You would have. You would have been
I
more
remember that
popular
shit,
off
bro.
of that.
That's crazy.
I remember that shit. I
That was
remember that
tw-
shit,
that
bro,
was
like it was
20 that
yesterday.
was 2017. Miguel
That's
Cotto
crazy.
was with Golden Boy Promotions. He was with Golden Boy. He went down to 54. He won a vacant WBO. They offered him the Spence. Nah.
You
This
I
know why they
remember
offered
that
him?
shit.
You know
No,
why
did
they
they
offered
offer
him?
him the
Because
Golovkin? Did they offer him the
hang
Golovkin?
on. Cotto saw the same thing in Spence that Manny Pacquiao did, which is why Manny Pacquiao wanted that fight. They knew a bitch when they saw one.
But the wild shit is that he would have literally sold more pay-per-views with that than he did with Mike. Bro, all you did with Mikey was just north of 300,000, maybe 350 at best. You would have sold
And you
way
didn't
more
stop
than
him.
that.
He
You
would
would
have
have
sold what
sold
he sold with
way more
Crawford
than
or more.
honestly, Drew. At that time that was
Crawford,
500. That was a
Cotto.
500,000, maybe 600,000 pay per
Mm,
view fight. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
You would have sold a lot because he was hot at the time, and because Cotto gonna have the Puerto Rocks fucking with him, so
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
was gonna fuck with him. Like Cotto was bigger to the Puerto Ricans than Mikey ever was to the Mexicans, bro.
Exactly.
Yes,
That
No,
yes.
sells
He
out
was.
Yankee
Yeah,
Yes,
that's for
Stadium.
yes.
sure.
Yo,
That's
no,
a
no, but,
fact.
no, but
that
That's
would
a
have sold
let
fact.
out
me
Yankee Stadium or MSG. Easy.
Yes,
okay.
100%.
Let me say
They
this.
turn that shit
You,
down, bro.
there is you have to report your purses to the athletic commission, right?
Yes, a portion of them.
Yeah, but every PBC fighter says no, but you have to consider the back end money.
I'll tell.
That
All
money,
right. I'll tell.
that mysterious money that
There's no
you
back
don't. You,
end.
no, but
Nah. Look. I'll tell
let
you.
me finish. Let me finish. Every time another promotional company goes with an offer, these motherfuckers are always pricing themselves out because they say, "No, but this is my purse, but I got my money in the back." That's not true. You didn't get my money.
No. Let me tell you, Leo. Let me tell you what they're talking about. They don't report the entire purse to the commission because you have to pay taxes on what you report. So a portion of the purse, they don't tell them about it. They don't report it. But the disconnect is that it's some astronomical number, like
Yeah,
10. It's not 10 million. That like
The
it's
IRS
not
would
like
notice 10 million.
you're probably talking about at best an additional 500,000 to an additional million at, and that's at best.
nah.
At best. And the
That's at
reason
best.
Too much.
and the reason I say at best because you're still playing with house money. That's not Al's money you're playing with. That's Al fucking off network money. That's what
Yes.
you're doing. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing.
They
You're fuck.
remember who fucked it all up, who dumbass coked out, ruined it was Chavez Jr. showing his back end check. Everybody wasn't getting a
Exactly.
Chavez Jr. check.
That's the and
Yeah.
thank you, Drew, because that's the other thing that not everybody like, bro. What you think? You think they was over there giving Sean Porter them checks? I don't think so. Maybe
Yeah.
Leo Santa Cruz, maybe
Dog, what
Danny
was that? They
Garcia.
was
Yo,
giving
yo,
they was giving
Jules.
Chavez another 2 million under the table, yo.
That's crazy. Jules, fucking Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz fought on pay-per-view, and their promise was the back end money.
The park and
Yeah,
money.
right. The back end money. Like,
Same
like,
thing with
like.
Adam Kaunaki.
Hyam, you
Like,
know
how
what
do
it
you
was?
forget
Hyam,
AJ?
Hyam. Al
Like, how,
Heyman got all these dudes to take the Kathy Duva Kovalev deal because those
Yeah.
That's
pay-per-views.
basically no, and that's what
Oh
Fox.
my
That's
god.
what Fox. I would say that out of the 4 years that they had Fox, right? 2.5 to 3 of those years, it was that. The deal was only sweet from 2018 when they first inked the deal, a portion because they weren't with them all of 2018. They were with them for a portion of 2018. The deal was sweet, mostly in 2019. By 2020, the deal went sour. By 2020, the deal went sour. Right? By 2020, there were already budget cuts. They had already axed the shoulder program and like, yo, why we paying to have these dudes sitting around talking about each other inside PBC? Yeah, we don't got time for this shit, bro. Cut that bitch. And that's when I knew, like, yeah, they not happy. If they cut the
yeah,
shoulder
because it's
programming, they not happy. And
because
they
they're
cut that
tired of
shit
all the
fast.
nonsense. Think about it like this. Look what Al Heyman did with Waddle and Reed money that fucking Drew talks about so much. Bro, if I was those people who gave him that money and you bankrupt my company like that, I'm gonna find where you live, bro. I'm
I'm
finding where you live
saying.
because I got to because there's a lot of people's money that he's misappropriated, and there's not a hair off this man's balding head that's hasn't been touched, bro. Because to be quite honest with you, I looked at some of those fights on Bounce TV to give you an example. The quality of those fights were terrible, bro. The stage shit, everything was terrible. And mind you,
It's not
I
just the
remember.
fights. It's not just the fights. What he was doing with that money was paying networks for time, which I'm like, yo, this is why I say that, like, people not gonna understand me that I'm like, yo, this dude, I don't care if you went to Harvard or whatever, you a dummy. I don't, yeah, you were paying for time on bounce. What are you, a fucking moron?
No
Are
way
you a
this guy went to
fucking
Harvard,
moron?
bro. The
I
guy's
think he was
lying.
pocketing that. I think he was
No, no,
pocketing
no,
that
he
money, like
was.
because
He was like the reason that he was bouncing from. There were 11 networks in those days that they bounced from, right? Now, not all of those networks had an arrangement like the one on Showtime and Fox, where they're giving you a budget. No, a lot of those networks, he was paying them for time, and I'm like this is a joke. Like you gotta be joking. You're paying them for time. You're taking this money that you can use to make some of the biggest fights in boxing. You could have used this money, right? If you still had any of it left in 2015, you could have literally used this money to win the purse bid against Ryabinski, which you lost. So Wilder ended up having, he was going to have to go to Russia. You could have used this to make a fight between Wilder and Joseph Parker and Wilder and Charles Martin. By that time, you fucked it off buying time on what? On Spike? On Bound? What are you, a fucking
Tawks?
moron?
FS1 to be exact.
Like you got like yo, like for real, you gotta be a fucking moron. And that's why I keep saying that, bro. I don't care where you went to school. You could be a smart dummy. There's smart dummies with degrees running around all
Yeah,
over
there
the
are.
place.
Yeah.
You
I
you
say
wasted money. See, this let me put it another way. If you would have took what you had then, I'm going to use this money to satisfy the financial demands of the fighters. And then I'm going to pitch the fight to the network. Let the network buy the fight off me. Let me sell them the rights. And I'll just focus on the boxing. But you don't fucking know anything about boxing.
He
Your
tried to do it
drink,
backwards because he's the Oprah. He tried to be Oprah. He tried to
your
buy
dr-
the
his
time. He
vision,
tried to buy the time.
his
But his
vision was
product wasn't gold.
his vision was, okay, I'm going to buy the time and put the fights on these networks. Then hopefully so many people will watch them that the ad revenue time will be my
Yep.
re-up.
Yeah.
That's how I'll make
Yes.
the money
What?
back.
100%. 100%. Yes. 100%.
And
yo,
and
bro. Let me
nobody
say.
and nobody was watching that. Like, bro, nobody. If you remember those fights, well, bro, you making mismatches, bro. That's what you make. You making some
That is
That
Kevin
was
seven-figure
Hart.
Oprah's.
mismatches.
That was Oprah's game plan. But Oprah was able to pay off. She had Middle America. She had white women in
She
Middle
had all
America.
them white broads
Yeah.
watching
So
her.
she was able to
And
pay
she was
off.
a skit.
He
And bro, she
he
had
couldn't pay off.
celebrities on. And bro,
Well,
Liam, you have to understand for that 20-year run or 25-year run, Oprah had that show. She had celebrities, and she actually could
Yeah, she
interview
Well, she
did.
had
people.
everybody
Mind you,
on there, bro.
mind you, prior to the celebrity stuff, yo, she was interviewing other people. There was a lot of great shit that Oprah did. Let's not
Yeah,
even
she
What,
was a
what,
front
mess.
on that. Now let's look.
she was
ain't
able to.
nobody
She was
fronting
able
on
to.
Oprah, bro.
She was.
But that
What
was
I'm
her.
saying
Fucking
is,
That
Oprah.
was her
what I'm
business
saying
model.
is,
It
what I'm
worked for
saying
her. It don't work for this dude because he ain't got a
Right.
exactly like
quality
Right.
product
What Al. All
that's
right,
consistent.
everybody chill out. Everybody chill out. What Al fucked up at is his model was based on the predication that a lot of people would watch the boxing matches that he puts on because they're not pay-per-views. Remember what the slogan was, free boxing for all. So
Mhm.
he felt that if he made the boxing more accessible, more people would watch it and the ad revenue time would be valuable. The reason that that didn't happen is because a lot of those fights were shit.
Well,
Were
Mhm.
Jules, hey,
mismatches.
Jules, the insanity
Exactly.
part of it is this, though. The fact that he did it, it didn't work, and he kept doing it. You know,
Yeah.
He
that's
doubled
the
down on it.
insanity of it. It's like, you would think that it would have occurred to him, okay, that didn't work. I need to change up my strategy. But he just kept going with what he had.
But
You
He
the
know,
tried to
amount of
change
money
it up,
I
but
wanted to
what I
ask. I wanted
love
to.
he
I
what
tried
wanted
to
to ask
overdo
hold
Jules a
on,
it.
question.
what I
Go
love
ahead.
about the American boxing scene, right, is that Bob knows this, Lou DiBella knows this. Underneath it all, fuck me. You know what I know, that this dude fucked off literally, quite literally, $1 billion. Yeah. He lost half a billion in 3 years. But you want to sit around talking about Eddie Hearn? Bro, the swindle that they've pulled on the American people is ginormous because you really convince people that Eddie lost a billion. No, Eddie didn't, bro. You could check Matchroom's books because it's commonplace in the UK. You could go to the shit. Matchroom is in the plus, bro. They're worth a lot of money. PBC, go check that shit. They ain't
Generate.
worth nothing, fam.
He's probably generated over billions of dollars off of
Yeah,
AJ fights alone. Do you see the Sky Sports money? Did you see how much they were generating off of AJ's pay-per-views? And you mean to tell me this man was it's so irresponsible financially for him to squander billions of dollars? You're gonna make me believe that Eddie Hearn, who's been groomed by his father, who was in the business of boxing
Who's
for
an
fucking 20
who's
years
an
prior,
accountant?
groomed. Come on, bro. Come
The
on.
Come
one
on,
the
not
shit
just
is
come
that
on.
Dumb
the shit
America
is that
is.
they project their impotence and their inadequacies on literally. I'm not joking. It's not an exaggeration.
That's on the map.
Do you see how Wilder projects his character flaws onto AJ. Yeah,
Yes.
Al Heyman and his acolytes project their failures onto other people because DAZN, like one, Eddie didn't lose no $1 billion. First off, DAZN spent $2 billion on different rights to different sports, but that was a calculated loss. You two, and give me $1, $5 motherfuckers. Y'all not gonna understand that's a calculated loss. They anticipated we're gonna lose in the beginning. We probably won't start making money until year 3 or year 4, but we know what we're doing. It was always they always knew the first year we gonna be in the red, the second year we gonna be in the red, and the third. It's in the fourth we start getting the money back, and they are getting the money back.
Can I say
They're getting
something
the
real
money
quick? Can
back. Can
I say
I ask
something
you?
real
I
quick
wanted
about
to
Oprah?
pivot. I wanted to pivot real quick, not real quick, too deep. Are you going to do a segment on the USA boxing news?
Nah, because if I say what I'm saying, Drew, I'll probably get in trouble.
Yo,
Okay.
Jules, here's the thing though.
Oh,
What you
shit,
just
though.
said, this all comes full circle because you know what DAZN knew that Al Heyman could never understand. That DAZN caters to a sporting audience. He never figured out that he was not catering to a fucking audience that watches boxing.
Yes.
That's true.
You hit the nail on the head that and now you know they believe that because Amazon Prime is such a big platform, they think it's like a terrestrial network and I'm like, "Yo, I can't believe how many highly paid morons there are." But then when when is when has that not been the case that okay, right? You were on Fox. Did you ever get 28 million people to watch your fight? You know, because Fox reaches
Over
millions
100
upon
million.
millions of homes.
It's like
Did you ever
120 million.
did you ever get it to the point to where 120 million people watch? No, right? Nah, right? You think it's gonna be different on Amazon with less money? No, well, really, no money, because they're not giving you a budget. You fucking idiot. But go, you know what do I know, right? I said that. I like all I can say is it's very easy to see what's gonna happen, and I see a situation where I don't know, man. Short of a miracle, you may be 2, 3 years out from going under, maybe sooner.
Let me just
It's
say this real
not
quick,
enough there to
Jules.
sustain.
Jules, let me just say this real quick. With the whole Oprah model shit, Oprah is putting out a TV show every single day. That's how she's keeping her audience. That's how she's keeping the white middle America and all of that. That's how she's holding it down. She's putting out a TV show every single day. What the fuck are they doing when a champion fighting once a year?
Well, I mean, I would say it doesn't become that. Let's say this: it doesn't become that until much later on. Much later, after all the Waddle and like by the time it became that way, all the Waddle and Reed money was gone. So the real mistake that you made upon the inception of the PBC was the lack of quality control. You're spending boatloads of cash to put on some very ordinary fights because you think if they're more accessible to the consumer, millions upon millions of people will watch
Go
them, and
watch.
no,
Yeah.
and they didn't. And that's what your model relied on. The
But where did they go
predication,
wrong? Where did they go wrong? Because at the
the
moment,
quality control, the quality
no. But
control.
let me go back to the quality control. If I rewind it all the way back, I have to go to where PBC was at its peak, and that's Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter. Quality
Yeah.
control was there. Everything was electric. It was on regular TV. This was perfect. How did they fuck that up?
I'll tell you why. While they were doing that, one, your model of paying the network for paying for time, that was a stupid fucking idea. So that's one place you fucked up. Another place you fucked up was you were paying these fighters way in excess of what they're worth. You paid, let's be honest, you paid Peter Quillen to get away from the Korobov fight, drop the WBO title, just for him to get his ass beat by Daniel Jacobs and just for Daniel to end up leaving. All of that is money that you wasted because you paid him to do that. You told him, yo, don't worry
In
about
one
that.
round.
And
You lost that fight in one round.
Didn't they offer Quillen more than they offered Jacobs to fight Triple G too?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous amount of money.
You
And he
had a
turned it
you
fuck
had
down.
you had a guy and Leo Santa Cruz, who at that look, I don't care if you fought Victor Terrazas and Carl Frampton, you were paying obscene amounts of money to a featherweight. To a super bantamweight and a featherweight. On average, a fucking super bantamweight does not make a seven-figure purse all the time. This
So
cocksucking
you're
prick
you're
did. This prick did.
you're
Like,
paying
bro,
him, Jules. You're paying him Nassim Hamed money, basically. You're paying him
you
Nassim Hamed
paying
money
him,
every
you
time out.
you paying a dude that like the Mexicans don't rock with him like and you paying him $1 million, $1.5 million. Nah, fam, you bugging. You supposed to save money on the little guys. Literally, you supposed to save because them dudes don't cost a lot of money. Like Artem Dalaki, and God bless him, for example. That man ain't never seen no goddamn $1 million, bro. You crazy? It's not
It,
supposed to be that
it's
way.
no, it's reckless business decisions. We know that it's reckless business decisions, but
So
we've seen the same reckless business decisions from Matchroom when they came over, went to Zone, went the fucking paying Tevin Farmer all of this money or offering him all this money for the Javante fight and
I
so
do
forth and
agree with
so
that.
on. They
I do
paid
agree
him.
with
They
that.
paid Gennady 14 million to fight Steve Rose. I
I
mean,
do
we
agree
seen
with that.
ridiculous
But
stupidity.
had that,
We
but
seen
yo,
We
Hayam,
seen Mikey Garcia
Hayam,
make a fortune for fighting nobody. But why is it that
Hayam.
PBC
The
come fucked
difference,
up? Good,
the difference is this:
good. I'm listening.
the zone has money from different sports. Like he said,
Mm-hmm.
they bought the right from different sports,
No,
so that's funding them.
Correct.
let
Trust
me
me,
tell
they
you. Let
Correct.
me
had the
tell you.
Correct.
money.
No, no, wait. Shh. Let me tell you the difference.
They got a larger
The
market.
difference. The difference is okay. So, and I do agree with you 100%. You way overspent on Gennady Golovkin,
Yeah.
but you did get some of that money back because you're a subscription-based network that pulls in revenue monthly. So that month that Gennady Golovkin is fighting, granted that it costed you a lot of money to give him, right? It costed you a lot of money. You're getting a piece of that back because this is like a mini pay-per-view that remember at that time, oh, the zone ain't but $20 a month. Those people that really like Golovkin, they're gonna subscribe for that month. And you'll make some of that money back off of that. Even though it's not an according to Hoyle pay-per-view, that month there's gonna be an uptick in subscriptions and you can get your money back that way. Whereas the money that the PBC spent, yeah, there was no return. You paid these networks all this fucking money for time. You didn't get anything out of that, bro. Then you pay obscene amounts of money to the fighter, yet you're not getting anything back from that either. There's no return. That's the difference. That when you were
That's a
paying
fact.
Spike and when you were paying because they paid for time on ESPN back then too. When you're paying Spike and you're paying Bounce and you're paying all these different networks, there's no return on that investment. You're just burning through cash, basically. That's
I
why
think,
it went so
And
but
fast.
I must say, go ahead, Phil.
the other thing is the Sun understood really quickly that they cannot be doing that shit forever. The way that PVC was doing, because we've been hearing about this PVC practice for I don't know 7 years.
Yeah, yeah.
The Sun cut that shit really quickly, really quick. If you put them in perspective, there was like
2
two
years.
years, two
Let
years of
2 years or less than a you're right, that really the burning of cash was mostly in 2019. By 2020, based on what was going on, it was like, yeah, we gotta chill the fuck out. We gotta slow down.
I don't think I kind of disagree with you just a little bit. I think everything you said was correct, except for I don't think that the just wasting the buying of time. I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong.
Well,
Buying the
what did they
time.
get out of it?
No, but here's my problem. My problem is when you buy in time, you're supposed to have a superior product. So your superior product will make you sell more and give you more interest and more eyeballs. They weakened and diluted their product with the overpaying of fighters with the bullshit. Like you did
Look,
say,
put it this way,
which I
Hayam.
agree with.
Put
You
it
know,
this way, Hayam. We
go
can
ahead.
agree that Danny Garcia likely made a seven-figure payday to
Mhm.
fight Rod Salka.
Yeah, that's insane. That's ridiculous. That's
That's
what I'm talking
crazy.
about. That's crazy.
We can
So
agree that
come
once
on.
again, he probably got another set. he probably got another 7-figure payday to fight Robert Guerrero.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus
And also
Christ.
Brandon Rios. How much bread
Brandon,
he got paid to fight?
Jesus
yo,
Christ.
I'm
Jesus
glad you.
fucking
No,
Christ.
let's keep
That
it
shit is
going.
insane.
If you look at what he spent on yo, you got a 7-figure payday for Red Catch. You got another 7-figure payday
Yo,
for Granados. For
That's
you'll never wake
nasty.
up for a
That's
Thurman. You'll never
crazy,
wake up
man.
No
for
wonder he
Pettis.
didn't want to
And
get
You'll
that's
never
Crawford.
wake up for
and listen
anybody.
to me. That's just Danny. Go to Leo. How
Right.
long have you been burning cash on Leo Santa Cruz? For what, bro? And for what? He
He probably got a 7-figure payday for Samuel Vargas,
Did he
Paulie
name his
Miguel
son
Malignaggi.
Flores.
Floyd Mayweather or something? Did he name his son Floyd Mayweather or Al Heyman?
He
Didn't
named his son Al Heyman.
he named
The
his son
point
Al
is,
Heyman?
but let's just the biggest difference between the way the models operate is that with the zones model, while they did burn through a lot of cash, and I do think they overspent in the beginning, they did have a way to get the money back. And that
Yeah,
was because
yeah,
it's a subscription based platform.
correct.
Whereas with Al, paying a network for time, well, you're not going to get, you didn't get anything back. It's not a
I could,
monthly subscription. You're not
what I'm
getting anything back.
No, I agree with you, but what I'm saying is if he would have actually conducted his boxing business better than he conducted his music business, he would have actually he would have actually kept the quality control of his product and he would have been profitable by buying time. I don't think buying time was his problem. I think not keeping your fucking quality control of your product was his problem.
Well,
You
the
see what
problem
I'm
with that
saying?
is that
I think
You see what I'm
this, when
saying?
he took the initial number of fighters that he funneled over from Golden Boy, right? He
Yeah.
took 200 fighters, right? He took
I thought it was
200.
125.
No, it was 200. It was 200
Okay.
fighters.
Okay, fair enough.
And he thought to himself that with those 200 fighters, he had a self-sustaining organism. Once again, because this guy doesn't know boxing. Like, nah,
Yeah.
you don't. You thought if I funnel these 200 fighters over to this side, I can control boxing. No, you can only control those fighters. And not a single one of those fighters is as popular as a Manny Pacquiao, as a Miguel Cotto, as a Canelo Alvarez. So even though you have 200 guys, these are 200 guys that you're going to have to build up. And you didn't really build any of them up.
He
Think
did.
about it. The
He did.
biggest names you have now are fighters that other people built. What, Crawford? He was built by Top Rank.
I
Canelo?
don't think he
He's built
built
by
one.
Golden
I don't think he
Boy.
built one solid fighter. I don't think he built one solid fighter up.
The ones that he tried to build, right? There was a chance with, and I don't like Wilder, Hayam. But
Yeah.
yeah, you did have a chance with Wilder. You just didn't invest. How do I know? In 2015, you lost the purse bid to the Russian. So I know you wasn't trying to spend no money. You weren't. You was gonna ship him off to Russia, bro. Because you lost the purse bid. You didn't offer Joseph Parker nothing. According to Joseph Parker, and I believe him because I just don't see a liar in him. He said they never offered me nothing. I came to scout him at the Washington fight. We saw the pictures. He was there. He said they
He
never
was there.
offered me nothing.
I saw the pictures of them hugging backstage and everything.
Which goes back to your point that you always make, Jules. He's not a boxing guy. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Doesn't know what he's doing. Like
also,
like
I want to go back to a
legit.
point real quick. I want to go back to that point real quick you said about quality control, man. It's easier to do quality control in these musicians that you can intimidate and not grown ass men who will punch you in the fucking face for a living.
Yeah, they're two different beasts, bro. Like you could have a guy. The music industry is a different beast because you could have an artist. If Hayam is my artist, maybe Hayam does 60 songs. I only need 16 out of that 60. Hell, I might only need 12. I might take 8 and do an EP. I don't need the whole 60. Boxing ain't like that, bro. No, you ain't got 60 fights to be dicking around, bro. 60 fights, motherfucker might be dead. All right?
No,
Motherfucker
And
just
the other thing is, boxing is a sport. It has a structure. Look at the fighter formerly known as Gervonta Davis. Because I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm gonna call him Gervonta Davis because
Can I say it? I tell you. Say with me. Let me tell you something. It's this. Abdul
Abdul,
Wahid. Say it with me, Leo.
Abdul,
Wahid. Abdul.
Wahid.
Abdul.
Yeah,
Correct.
Abdul.
Slaps
Wahid.
Wahid.
women.
Wahid.
His
You got it.
last Abdul's last 4 years of career has been a lie, and you can lie to people about him being a world champion. He's not a world champion right now, but you can lie to people, and people gonna believe it. But at the same time, they believe that about Gervonta Davis. They have to believe the same thing that is true about all these other guys that are competing against him. So you're never going to have a monopoly of the boxing industry because you have another promotional companies. They are doing the thing and they're treating the sports like a legit sport. They are all these fighters collecting world titles, collecting legacy, and you're never going to have that kind of
No one
no,
is ever going to have hegemonical
no.
control
And the
over
reason
all
is
the fighters. No
because
one.
this is not the music industry. Music industry is an industry about numbers and what people says about you. Boxing is not that because this is a sport, and this is not even the like MMA. You can lie about people about UFC being the best promotional company with the best fighters. You can like that because they don't have a real structure to determine who's the best. But boxing does have that. They have four
But
major
think, but
sanctioning
think about
bodies.
it like think about it like this: in every industry there's no agomonical control. Even if think about it like this: there's the majors, then there's the independents, then there's the minors. Like, you have to understand, even in boxing where someone can have, the majority of the fighters, there's still not agomonical control. There's top rank. Let's go back to the music industry, right? Back in the day, let's just say there was, Epic slash Sony, that under the Columbia label brands, right? There was Electra. There was other, shit like Philadelphia International. There was never agomonical control in
Yeah,
any
but
of these industries.
Chris, let's
So
say
people,
this. Let's say
Mhm.
this. Because let's say, I don't know, you're Jive, right? You're Jive Records, and you got an
Nah,
artist.
that shit went defunct, bro.
All
We
right, all right,
making
all right. Let's just say you got a label, and yeah, you have an artist, and yeah, somebody else has an artist too. And maybe you are rivals, right? But it's not going to stop people from buying records from your artist. Boxing is different. We don't know you the best. It's a lot more closed in and it's a lot more insulated. You can have a guy that sells all right, but he's only going to get so far unless you work with other people. The prime example is Ryan and Javante. Yet with Ryan, you could sell that million. With Ryan, but by yourself, you're not gonna hit that shit. No, you're not. Nobody on your
Joshua
side of the
Klitschko.
street.
Joshua Klitschko,
Nobody
same thing.
on your side of ain't nobody over there you got where Javante sell a mill with them. You're gonna have to work with somebody else. And Al's problem was he thought with the 200 fighters that he funneled from Golden Boy that, oh, I ain't gonna need nobody. I got 200 fighters. I could build them up myself. Well, listen, Brody, you had 200 fighters and you had practically $1 billion and you fucked off all of it. Like, it's to me, it's amazing that
bro,
it's honestly
it's astonishing.
amazing,
It's
bro.
It's just like
astonishing.
Brad Pickett.
It's
But Jules,
alarming.
that goes back to our point of like
Oh my
it
god.
from day one it was a swindle, buying corporate jets, doing all Al siphoned off so much more of that money.
Bro, yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if he has a slice of it just for himself somewhere because it's a lot of money, bro. Money disappears all the time. $7 million soda machine, $30 million cheesecake. You could hide some money, bro. So
And
you
Jules,
But
already
think
know.
about it.
the
Think
swindle
about it
makes
like this,
hold up,
guys.
Chris, Chris. The swindle makes it
Yeah.
obvious, Jules, when the guy at Wada and Reed that gave him the money quits and then goes and works for him.
Exactly.
Ain't that some
Uh,
nasty fucking shit,
and,
bro?
and it's
It,
because legally, you can't say nothing. When you give Al that money, you the one that's rolling the motherfucking dice. So you can't really like they tried to sue him for those that don't know, but you can't say nothing because no matter what, it's a gamble, bro. You trusted this man with your money and you roll the dice. He basically telling you I lost it. Oh well,
It's
you
a
win
beautiful
some, you lose
swindle.
some, bro.
but think
It's
about
it's
think
all the
about it like
start.
this. In the streets though, when niggas lost that bread off consignment, niggas died, man. Niggas be dying
Yeah,
off
but
that
that's the
consignment.
problem. We not in the streets, bro. Gooch
Yo,
said
Jules.
let me
Oh,
read the
sorry.
super chat. Let me read the super chat. That means the PBC has to make fuck ton of money every show to fund 20 shows in 2025, 30, and 26, etc. I don't think that will happen, and that's kind of the point I'm making, Gooch. That I don't see enough there for 5 more years of the PBC. I mean, I really don't, dog. Like if you look at it, nah, who y'all got? Vito Milnicki? Fuck y'all going like what Brandon Lee? The fuck y'all
Who
gonna
do
do?
you have? Joey Spencer?
Or like
Huh?
what y'all gonna do?
Nah,
Canelo not
if they
gonna be
Jules,
actually
around forever.
and
no, but hold on. If
even
they
up
Okay,
and
actually
coming
Jules.
opened up,
talent, even
if
up
they
and coming
actually
talent
opened
ain't
up,
gonna help him.
Jules,
if
let
they
me ask
actually
you
opened
this.
up and did business, they might be able to survive if they actually opened up and did fair business. They
But
might be actually able to
I am.
survive.
My question to you is: we know who the young flag bearers are for Top
Mm,
Rank to carry the banner for the
yeah, yeah,
next 5 years. We know who the young flag bearers are at Matchroom. We
yep.
even know who the young flag bearers are at Golden Boy. It's actually not all on Ryan. They got a couple of young
They
guys
got a
there
few
just
guys. Yeah,
fine,
yeah, yeah.
right? With
Yep.
with with with
PBC is
PBC.
shaky.
Who's y'all young lions? Where's your Keyshawn Davis? Where's your, you know what I'm
If
saying?
they
Your
shape up
Tiger
right now,
Johnson.
you're correct. You're 100% correct. I can't even argue with you. If they shape up
Okay,
right
Who's your
now,
Richard Torres? Who's
they
your
got
Abdullah
Carmel is the
Mason?
only fighter they got. The only young up
For
and coming they got is Carmel.
Curdled
And
Milk has
Carmel Moulton, yeah.
yeah,
Caramel
Carmel is on.
Mocha. Caramel Mocha has fought on the
I think he's
non-televised
dangerous
portion.
though. I ain't going front. I think he's dangerous.
Bro,
So
I don't
now
even think it's gonna
with
matter.
him, I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give him that one person. They got
Oh,
Carmel. You said Mocha, right? Now,
Caramel Mocha.
do they have who's the other fucking goddamn? It was
Bro,
somebody.
but see, yo,
Maybe they could grab on the boots. Maybe they could grab on the boots.
Hayam, thinking a New York man, thinking a New York minute. Should
Yeah.
you have to think that fucking hard
Yeah,
about
it's
who they
bad.
got?
I know it's
If they
bad. I
got
know.
somebody, we should,
okay.
we like if I could name you at least 5 fighters Top Rank got
If
off the
they
top
take
of my
boots,
head
if
that
they
they
get boots,
young.
they got something. If they
Okay,
get boots,
okay.
they got something.
Okay. And panel guys.
Right.
Aside from the PBC reassignment, man, fuck. You know, I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to ask you
yeah.
guys this. Like, there was a Twitter post. It was fucking Manny Pacquiao's accomplishments before age of 30 versus Inui at age of 30,
Okay.
and they decimated fucking Inui, saying like Pacquiao fucking he scored in every fucking angle. Uh, can you guys kind of attest to this, or what's the deal?
I can't
I think
attest
this
to
is
that.
Listen, man.
no, no, it
There's
ain't
Way
even
is
that.
a monster.
there's
Rick
there's no
Star,
way.
Rick Star, do me a favor. Don't stop everything to tell me about every stupid thing somebody on Twitter said, bro. That fucking irritates me. Do you think I give a shit that some
Way is a
cocksucking
monster.
prick this you know what Pacquiao never did, not even once? Never went undisputed.
Undisputed.
He never
Yeah.
unified either. Fuck undisputed. He never unified. Did you know that? Pacquiao
Yeah.
never unified a title.
Jesus Christ.
That shit
I
does
don't have
matter, dude.
It does.
and once again, I'm not gonna attack Manny. I think Manny. I honestly think no, Manny's great. I'm not a huge fan of him. I never really was, but I think he's great. But the point is, people are only doing that because they want to shit on Inui, and that's obvious. I'm not gonna address every stupid little thing somebody says.
And they were shitting on
Oh, he
Crawford
Boy
doesn't
because he
fight
was
is
in a.
fighting
such a
Inui.
That's like
monster.
when people say he doesn't fight in America. I'm not gonna sit here for 10 minutes holding your fucking hand to explain to you why he doesn't fight in America. I shouldn't have to explain it to you. If I do,
he,
you're too stupid for me to talk
To
to.
understand
he
that.
fought twice already though in the
Yeah.
U.S.
But
Like I
no,
got
no. The argument is, oh, he needs to. Why the fuck would he fight in America if he sells in his own country?
yeah, if
Does
he's
that
the
make
biggest
sense?
He's
draw in
making
his
more
own
money,
country.
and he's
Does that
making
make
more money
fucking
in
If
this
he's
sense?
shit.
fucking Bruce Springsteen in his own
You
country, why the fuck would he show up here?
You think they
I
would
don't
Exactly.
know
know,
that
bro.
from purse heads?
Japan ain't fucking Yemen. It's not fucking
Come
Burma.
on, man.
It's fucking Japan,
Like,
bro.
people are crazy. Like,
Jules and
stupid.
Trap, but back to Al Heyman. Like you said, there's a lot of money that he's siphoned off. You got to remember, Floyd Mayweather, his big cash cow, said, "Yo, bro, this money I haven't got from fights 7 fights ago, bro." So at the end of the day, you saw Floyd on that fucking exhibition tour. If the top nigga gotta keep pouring his ass out, what makes you think you underling motherfuckers
Look,
gonna
if
get that bread
that's,
too?
I mean, if Floyd has to sit out here and point his asshole at people and pulsate
Hey
it,
yo,
if he's
hey
still
yo, come on, bro.
if he's
Yo, bro,
still
come on, man.
Ah,
do
damn.
Why call him out, bro?
Insert
Foul
here.
him, fuck. Yo,
You know
bro,
what I'm
why
saying?
you
No,
thinking?
I'm being real. If Floyd still got to point his brown eye at people and flex his
God
finger
damn.
and pulsate, what does that tell you? Now, on that note,
What
I'm
is
going to sleep. I'll
what
see
is
y'all on the
wrong with
next
you, my
one.
nigga?
All right,
Get
What
out
is
of
guys.
here, Jules.
No, Grandma.